This is what we doing today.
Yo, welcome to another episode of The Panel. We are talking about everything Miami Heat today. The Heat culture is not dead. It is far from dead. Eric Spoelstra, Pat Riley, and the gang are clicking on all cylinders, and we're going to talk about it because Tyler Hero hasn't even laced up his boots yet, but he's scheduled to play tonight for the first time this season, so we're definitely going to talk about that. We got two. I got Mars with me. I got Chill with me. I got Swiper with me. We may have some other characters that may pop in. Also, we are going to recap everything that happened this weekend. We had some big performances like James Harden turning back the clock and going for 55. We had some fun games. And also, we had a little event here, Player's Choice, called the PCL. And this is where we're all competing for $1,250. Second place gets $500. Third place gets $250. We're going to talk about who advanced and who is now in the driver's seat to win that money. And we're going to talk about who got bounced and all that good stuff. And last but not least, if you're a WNBA fan, the lottery is set. So we're going to talk about who gets the top 5 picks, who picks top 10, who potentially will go number 1, and all of that stuff. But before we do that, fellas, how we feeling about the Miami Heat?
Great. Well, feeling good.
Shout out to Larson.
Quick, Ron, if you rewind, my team, we won our first play-in game, but then we proceeded to get steamrolled by Swiper's team, and we basically got smoked. That's ultimately what happened. So I'm not going to pull any punches about that. But this Miami
they had
team,
they had an SGA whistle and Jalen Brunson combined.
No, we got smoked straight up and straight down. There is no in betweens about what happened. We got stomped straight up and straight down. That's basically what happened to us. But to answer your question, Ron, this Miami Heat team, it's one of those things that I was asking the age-old question with them. You being as good a team defensively as you are, why don't you play faster? And that seems to have gotten remedied this year. They're number 1 in the league in points. They're number 1 in the league in pace, and that's largely due to them playing faster. That's why their offense is better. So the fact that Davion Mitchell, who I don't think is a great bucket getter, but he speeds them up. Like when the ball goes through the rim, he's getting the ball out, he's gone with it. Jaime Jaquez is another one who, when the ball goes through the rim or the ball comes off the glass, he's going with it. And they're going with it with a purpose, Ron. They're not just a team that's just playing fast and they're out of control. Jaime Jaquez is getting downhill and he's getting to the basket. Same thing with Davion Mitchell. I love the fact that Norman Powell, being the shooter that he is, I love the fact that he's playing within this offense. You have so much more confidence as a player when you know for a fact that the guys in the offense are looking for you. And when they play as fast as they do, I watch Norman Powell. He's sprinting down the floor, getting to his spots where he can get open, and he's getting quick hits. And that really works for this offense. And what else works for this offense is the fact that they rebound the way that they do. Khalil Ware definitely needed Bam to get back in the lineup, because him getting back in the lineup, I mean, they had a time last night with yesterday afternoon, with Philly. Andre Drummond is one of the best rebounders in NBA history. Yes, he did have 23 rebounds. And, dealing with a guy like that is really difficult. But I felt like Khalil Ware, he did everything that he could, and Bam, they did everything that they could to deal with him and speed the game up. And I thought that they did a good job last night in keeping Philly at bay. So I'm loving what I'm seeing from this team. I think they got 7 guys, if I'm not mistaken, Swiper. You can correct me on that. I think they got 6 or 7 guys that's in double figures. They got a really good team, yo. And the fact that they play fast, I think that really helps. Yes, 6 or 7, something like that, Mons. Something like that.
Nice.
Mm-hmm.
1, 2,
so the Heat
3,
right now,
4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 people.
So they got 8 guys.
So 8,
I'm sorry. I thought it was 6 or 7. I apologize. Mm-hmm.
No, that's I didn't even know that. So yeah, that's a good pull.
Mm-hmm.
The Miami Heat right now, they are the number 4 seed out east. They're on a 4-game winning streak, 7-3 in their last 10 games, and 11-6 right now in totality. They're 7-1 at home.
Rolling.
Fellas,
Mm-hmm.
Thoughts,
Rolling.
Mars, Swiper. Talk to me about the Heat. How you guys feeling about them?
Good team. Good basketball team. Play in the NBA. Good offense. Pass ball well. Shoot ball well. Score ball well. Good hoops. Shout out to the Miami Heat. Shout out to Norman Powell. 25 points a game right now. great player, bucket getter. He's the kind of guy that you can build your perimeter offense around. Good scoring efficiently, good 3-point shooter. Is getting, to the free throw line a little bit this year. I mean, 6.6 attempts a game is pretty good. He's off to his early season nonsense again. And he's currently one of the best guards in the league scoring the basketball like he did last year. He's currently a 50, 46, 88 player in the NBA, which is obviously phenomenal. He's currently this year. Norman Powell for the Miami Heat is averaging 25.4 points per game with a 66 true shooting. Just for people to understand, he's basically in line with like Donovan Mitchell SGA level efficiency. So do I think that holds? Nope. But good start. It's definitely, he did this last year when he had the first third of the year. He was an all-star, and then he kind of tanked after that. It's really hard for players, I think, to maintain that, but he's been really good. That's probably been one of the surprises of the year so far, that he's doing this yet again for another season, 30 minutes a game. That's really good, man. Bam, obviously, terrific defender. He's only played 11 games this year, but he's still obviously been very good. Mm-hmm. They just have a lot of guys. And I think, Jaime Jaquez having a resurgence in what's this year, 3? This 3 for Jaquez, or this?
Yes.
4?
This year 3.
3?
3. He came in with Dalton Connect.
Yeah, he had a really good rookie year. And then he had a, not so great last year. Reputation was in the mud. But then he's rebuilt his value a lot, and he's become like a really good player for them. And he's at one point he was like top of the NBA in layups, which for a wing, that's like pretty impressive for you to be able to get to the rim, as often as he did. But then I think Khalil Ware's, developing as well. Like, Fontecchio's like a good player too. Like, it's a good backup guard to have. Obviously, Davion, really good with defender. He's playing very smart right now. He's engaged. He's perfect for Spo's system. Yeah, I mean, this is just a terrific start. It's not quite as good as the Toronto Raptors, which I imagine we'll talk about at some point today, but the Heat have been very impressive, and I think that if you're a Heat fan, you should feel encouraged. I know a lot of Heat fans, they never know quite how to feel about this team because they're always kind of in the in-between spot where they're not great, but they're not bad. But right now, like, they're a 4 seed, and they're legitimately, when I'm looking through the rest of this conference, I don't know if Philly's outright better than them. The Bucks are not. The Boston Celtics are not. The Magic maybe. But they're in the tier right now where I think they belong. I think they're going to be pushing for 45 wins this year. Phenomenal, man. Like, just honestly, like, just a truly phenomenal
45?
start.
Yeah, maybe 50.
Yeah, I mean, maybe right 50. Now they're tracking.
That's the number I'm thinking. Like,
maybe
more
50
like,
wins.
You think 50?
Maybe 50
I think
wins.
they can push for 50. I don't know if they can get 50. I think 45 is a lock. I think
so right now they
Ron,
played 17 games, so they're currently on pace for 53 wins.
Yeah.
I want to build in some room for injuries and stuff in there too.
That's what
swipe it all. They have been injured.
Not for real though. They've been injured, but not like
losing Bam. That was a
big but three games though. 3 games.
Their best player hasn't played.
I know, but I think
arguably, their best player. If anybody came up here and said Tyler Hero's their best player, I'm not going to push back. I'm not going to fight him.
I am.
I mean, do you think they're going to be? I think the problem is the field in the East is not great, but I will say at this point they have 6 teams, 7, maybe 8, 7 to 6 teams that are legitimately like they're real playoff teams. And I think the Bulls, the Knicks, the Hawks, the Heat, the Cavs, the Raptors, and Detroit, and then you got the 76ers and you got the Magic. That's a 9. So then you imagine if those teams get healthier as the year goes on, are they going to take away some of those wins from them? We'll see. Because I think they're on level with the other teams that are on the board and kind of in the same area with them. So I think 53 will be a lot. You know what I mean? Like, you have to have a lot go right to win 53 games.
Maz,
I just trust their infrastructure and their playing style more than anything. Like, if they're playing defense to the level that they're playing defense at and they're just outrunning everybody, I trust that game plan a lot more than these other teams where it's like, what are you really doing over there? But on top of that, I trust Eric Spoelstra more than I trust any other coach out east. So it's like a combination of those things with their best player, arguably, not playing yet. I mean, they're starting Larson. So it's like you take Larson out, you put Tyler Hero in, how much better does the offense flow? How much better do they look in transition?
No, they're not.
He started last night.
He started last night, but they're not starting him. Their lineup is Mitchell. Powell, Wiggins, Bam, where? Which I was going to ask Mars. I was going to ask Mars because Mars, I care about the things that make you great. Davion Mitchell, for example, great point of attack defender. In addition to him being a great point of attack defender, he speeds this Miami Heat up. He speeds this Miami team up with his transition offense. When we get Tyler Hero back, somebody got to go to the bench, and it's clearly going to affect this Miami Heat team both on offense and defense. So who is that guy?
Davion, probably. If I had to guess, I don't know, but yeah, if I was to guess, I would say it's Davion, but I don't know. Maybe he just goes super small and tries to keep the pace, or I don't know. Davion would be my guess though, and does that hurt them? Maybe, I don't know. It's hard to see how Tyler Hero. Okay, that's the wrong words. I'm gonna be interested to see how Tyler Hero fits into all of this. Very interesting.
In a bad way, in because it sounds like what they got going on, Mars, it's really good. And to bring Tyler Hero into this, he might be a bit of a thorn in the side because they got something really good going on off the strength of him defensively.
Well, defensively, yeah, he's not good, but it's offensively too. But this is the thing. I didn't foresee Miami changing the way they've played over the last 5 years this drastically. So everything they've done this season has been like a surprise to me.
Sure.
But so me questioning how Tyler Hero fits into this is based on everything I saw from Tyler Hero last year. But based on that same logic, Miami wouldn't be as good as they are right now. So maybe Tyler Hero can adjust. I just view him as a heavy pick and roll player, and Miami don't run pick and roll. So I'm curious to see how he fits into all of this. But maybe he adjusts his game, and maybe he is comfortable playing in this isolation ball movement heavy offense. I don't know, but that's why it's interesting to me because it's like it's unknown. It's going to be a mystery, and
I think that's more to his game. To be honest with you, Mars, when I watch Tyler Hero, I think that's more of his game. I think that he had to get acclimated to playing pick and roll, playing pick and dive. I think that playing fast, playing more isolation, I think he wants to play like that. The problem that I'm having with him being on the floor is Miami, again, with their point of attack defense, with their perimeter defense, because they seem to be really connected on defense, and that's largely due to Davion Mitchell on the perimeter. Now, when you bring Tyler Hero in, who's a very score-heavy guard, and he's very he's definitely a score-oriented guard. And in terms of being a defender, you need guys to protect him. Well, now that their defense is going to suffer, I mean, how much does that hurt the Miami Heat is what I'm thinking about.
They have the best half-court defense in the NBA, and that includes OKC. So that says like how good they've been. And I'm assuming Tyler Hero disrupts that somewhat. But if he can be just competent within their scheme, they're probably going to have to put two on the ball with him. But if you can keep him away from the action, if you can start trying to be a defensive playmaker, getting the passing lanes, they should be able to still be really, really good. I doubt you go from like the best half-court defense to like mid just with Tyler Hero. If he's that detrimental in defense, then at that point I'd probably just trade him. But I just don't think that's the case. So they should be all right. I don't think adding Tyler Hero should make your team worse. I just think there might be an adjustment period. And maybe they do drop 3 of their next 6 or something. And then obviously it will be Tyler Hero makes them worse. But I think you just gotta like give these things time to play out, like kind of like Orlando. Like they started off slow, but now they're rolling. And everyone was like writing their obituary after 5 games. So it's like some things need time. So I wouldn't expect like if Tyler fits in seamlessly, then credit to him and credit to the Heat. But if he doesn't, it doesn't mean that it's never going to work. So
I'd like to see Bam finish around the basket a little bit more. And I know that you've been hearing this from me for years about Bam. And yes, okay, guys, I'm starting to come around that this just may be who Bam is. And that's fine. You know what? If he's a 20-9 guy, if he's a 19-10 guy, and then some nights I'm going to get 25-12, some nights I'm going to get 30-8, but ultimately an elite defense. If this is who he is, then this is the way our team is going to be acclimated. This is the way our team is going to play. It's going to be acclimated to how he plays, and he speeds them up. He is their best defender. He's one of their best rebounders, and I like that about him. I'd like to see him finish better around the rim. I saw him yesterday afternoon, where he had some bunnies, where he gave up right around the rim. I'm thinking you got to finish that. However, I mean, I still think their frontline defense, I think it's been really good. And I think that that's one of the main reasons why they are as good as they are.
Yeah, I want to give a lot of people just praise and a shout out on this Miami Heat team.
Yep.
We mentioned Khalil Ware a little bit, but dude's a monster. 20 points, 16 rebounds. Him and Bam have showed that they really can play together, or you could play any of them individually, just at the 5. I just like that. I like that duo between these two bigs. But the person I got to give the most credit to, shout out to Jordan, because he made a video about him apologizing. But man, the leap that Jaime Jaquez has taken, I think that is what's doing his team the most wonders and the most justice. Yeah. I'm watching this dude play yesterday, and he's getting whatever he wanted in the mid-range. And this is the Jaime that I remember watching at UCLA. If you remember Jaime at UCLA, his mid-range, his back to the basket game and his mid-range game was phenomenal. And it looks like he's starting to get back to that. He's starting to get comfortable at the pro level, putting these bigger guys or longer defenders or better defenders just in the torture chamber, getting to that mid-range and really just dropping guys off. So, man, hey, big shout out to Jaime.
I know that, all 15 and all 20 isn't the same, because I'm getting 15 and 15 from Ware. What's different between Ware's 15 and 15 than Rudy's 15 and 15 when he was around that age?
Well, Rudy's like the best rim protector of like the last
this generation,
20
sure.
years.
Mm-hmm.
So that's a big difference, just being way better on defense, and just overall impact. But Khalil Ware, ever since, when was it? A couple of weeks ago when we spoke about Khalil Ware's struggles.
Yep.
Ever since then, he's been a lot better. So shout out to Khalil Ware for picking up his play. Shout out to Miami for sticking with him, obviously. But yeah, I agree with Ron. Like, you could go down the whole Miami roster and there's something positive to say about like everyone who really gets minutes. So that's a testament to their scheme, the way they play, how it maximizes everyone, empowers everyone. I think the best like representation of like how empowered everyone on the roster is like, it's gonna sound weird, but like look at their turnover numbers. And what I mean by that is they're first in the league in assists, but they're not doing it with like one guy who dominates the ball and gets all the assists. Like Jaime is 2 turnovers, Wiggins is 2, Norman Powell is 2, Bam is 2, Jovic is 2, Davion is 1.5, and then you got Pell Larson, Fontecchio, and Drew Smith all averaging 1. And what I mean by that means all of them have the ball. All of them are being empowered to drive, kick, make decisions, which means you're not going to have one guy averaging 4 or 5 turnovers, whether that be like a Trae Young, Cade Cunningham type. Everyone is being trusted to make decisions, and that leads to them being number 1 in the league in assists. But they're doing it by committee, which I think is really cool, allowing all their role players to not just stand around in the corner and wait for the ball to come to them, like some of our offensive systems. So like that's what I like about Miami is everyone's a threat at all times. And they make everyone a threat, which means you can't sleep. You have to guard someone. Even if someone's not the greatest offensive player, they're going to put the ball in their hands. They're going to be trusted to drive, get into the teeth of the defense, kick out, all of that stuff. And if everyone's a threat, then that means you can't hide your bad defenders anywhere because everyone is able to do something. And I think that's what makes Miami such a tough team to go against. And then obviously on defense, they're going to swarm you.
Sure.
Bam is having an all defensive caliber season, maybe DPOY caliber season. Now that Wemby's out and it's going under the radar. Davion is still Davion. Like Wiggins is playing defense. So it's like, yeah, Miami's really good. And I got to give them credit because I didn't see this.
To your point, Mars, they reminded me, even when they weren't playing this fast in terms of their half-court offense, it reminded me of a lesser version of what the Golden State Warriors were doing because they had a lot of action off the ball. And now that they're playing fast, it really reminds me of what the Golden State Warriors do. Because if you notice, there isn't a ball stopper. Like that ball is moving. Like when you get it, do something with it. And if you don't do something with it, get off of it. And when they do that, they consistently, especially how fast they play, they consistently keep teams on their heels. I mean, I think they're averaging 125 a game. I mean, I don't ever remember a Miami Heat team averaging these many points. And that was when Wade was playing and when James was playing. I don't ever remember them averaging these many points. So when you don't have ball stoppers and you got guys, that's why Norman Powell is doing what he's doing in this offense. Because when you don't have ball stoppers and the ball is hopping, you got guys who can get to their spots quicker because they know that the ball is coming to them. With the ball ball coming to them, I think that they're way more prepared to make plays. And I think that this Miami Heat team, with the offense that they run, I think that they can continue to do it. I just worry about when Tyler Hero gets back in the when he gets back in the lineup, how this is going to affect their defense.
I think they'll be fine. I think the NBA is the more ball handlers you have, the better. I think that's the key to success in the league, and they'll have an additional ball handler. So they're already scoring super well.
Swiper, are we moving away from the bomb squads and more into the unit and guys who just are better at what they do and getting those guys more involved?
I mean, I feel like we've always been there. I just don't think that we've always had iterations of teams like the Heat in every era. They just, offense or defense. We had the grit and grind Memphis Grizzlies while the Heat were doing what they were doing and the Spurs were doing what they were doing. You had the Houston Rockets while the Warriors and Cleveland were doing what they were doing. There's always good teams, even those Clipper teams.
Sure.
They played differently than anybody in the league. For 2012 to whenever Chris Paul was there during his prime. Mm-hmm. I think you always have teams that find an identity and they always find a way to be successful. But the issue is in every era, not unfortunately, but you got the Bulls, you got the Lakers, you got the Spurs, the Mavericks had their window, and then you had the Warriors, and then you have the Heat, obviously. Then you had the Warriors again, and then now you've kind of gotten a split between a lot of teams. But now OKC's at a place where they're kind of like they kind of have the perfect mix of elite talent, high-level draft picks, and then they do something better than anybody else does, and they play swarm defense, and I think for them, that's why they are where they are in the league right now. I just think the Heat, they're going to be a good team this year, but in terms of like a situation that allows for them to be any better than being a contending playoff team, there is no reality that exists for them to get outside of that prism. But that is just more so about you always have teams that are like kind of upper tier level teams and then a bunch of good teams. And I think that the Heat are a good team. I think the Raptors are a good team, but it's just I think Spo deserves a lot of credit. He's been getting criticized by the Miami fans for years for their offense. For years.
I forgot they were trying to push him out. Mm-hmm. I forgot Eric Spoelstra needed to be on his way out. Mm-hmm. Hey, real talk, I do want to hear from you. Chill, I just want to answer one of your questions, though. You asked a question, and it kind of just got swept under the rug. The difference between Khalil, Mars answered it. He answered it defensively. But the biggest difference between those two, yes, it's a huge difference defensively, but it's really offensively. Like Khalil Ware is just miles more skilled than Rudy Gobert. He can shoot the three. He can even touch a little mid-range shot. He went 2 for 2 from three last night. He's a lob threat just like Rudy, but he's just more mobile than Rudy. He can control the ball. He finishes, actually. You can give him the ball in the post and expect the outcome. He's just like a competent offensive player compared to Rudy Gobert, where it's like, damn, bro, you're hurting us on offense. But that's the difference. Real talk. Talk to us about the Miami Heat. Do you have positive things to say about them?
Yeah, really like, the new innovative offense that they're running down there in Miami. Eric Spoelstra has those guys playing some good basketball on the offensive end, speeding up the pace, creating isolation in space without using pick and roll. It's fun to watch. They're a cool team, cool little playoff team. I agree with a lot of what Swiper just said. They do have a ceiling, like a clear ceiling to their team because of the
What is that ceiling, real talk? What is that ceiling?
Maybe win around in playoffs, maybe. Like, I don't even think that they're one of the better Eastern Conference teams, let alone teams in the league. Like, the Pistons are better than them. The Knicks are better than them. The Cavs are better than them. You said Atlanta?
You think Atlanta's better than them?
This Atlanta? I like this Atlanta personally.
That would be a great match.
We got to see them with Trey.
No. I'm good.
Did y'all see Jalen Johnson?
Trey Young. That shit crazy.
Did y'all see Jalen Johnson?
Back, so.
I agree with you, Mars. I agree with you.
I'm sorry, real talk. You mean Magic Johnson?
24, 8, and 9 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
A lot in transition, a lot of that in that mid post, but whatever. Yeah, Miami's pretty good. Clear ceiling to their team because of the upper echelon talent or lack thereof. But yeah, they're a cool team. They can win around in the playoff series, and I actually pretty sure I would choose Atlanta in a series too, maybe potentially.
Yeah, Sleepy, untold of story right now. Nikhil's averaging 19 a game this year, and on pretty good splits, by the way. So,
Nikhil's
To
been
your
great.
point, Ron.
and you could have had him for 2 second-round picks a couple years ago, Mars. Wouldn't you believe it? Wouldn't you believe it? All you got to do is ask the Jazz
there's no
for
misunderstanding when the
2 seconds.
That's
That's it.
None. There's no misunderstanding when.
How does a 6'6" combo guard that was already a very good defender, Mars, just fly under the radar in the NBA? This makes no sense. It makes no sense. And now he looks phenomenal for the Hawks, by the way. So, chill. He's everything. You should be a bigger fan of Nah, because for as much as you think you love defense and on-ball defense.
Oh, I do like him.
Special.
I like him a lot. Yeah. I
Special
do.
player.
But my
He's
question to
6'5".
Ron
He's
is
6'5". He's 6'5".
my question to Ron, because we just got finished talking about Eric Spoelstra and him being on the hot seat. Over the last, let's just say 5 years, since they went to the finals in 2020 when they were in the bubble, over these last 5, I'm sorry.
They went to the finals a couple 2 years ago.
Yeah, so I'm talking
No,
about
the first
since they
time,
went
the
to the
first time.
final the
Yeah,
first
yeah.
time. So up until this point, has Eric Spoelstra done a bad coaching job?
No.
I think
So
No.
why is he on the hot seat?
No, it's not that. He wasn't on the hot seat
On
with
the hot seat
Pat
to
Riley.
who?
It's just the fans
Heat
were
fans
mad.
didn't like their offense.
Yeah, that's it. It wasn't Pat Riley that said that. It was fans. That's it. It was only
Yeah, I don't
fans.
know.
Make sure
But
that-
I don't
Fans are
know if there's
complaining
any
about
fans who
anything.
I don't know if there's fans who like that
Fans are
coach.
complaining, man.
But like from my knowledge, the Heat brought in the same person who was like responsible for Memphis's
For the
offense
Memphis,
last year
the
as a
wheel.
consultant for them. And
Mhm.
now they're doing this and they've kind of like just ramped it up in terms of the infrequency of like ball screens and stuff. So like
Mhm.
it's probably because of him, not Eric Spoelstra. But like Eric Spoelstra probably listened to him. So like shout out to him. But it's probably his ideology that they're actually following. So if you want to give anyone credit for the Heat offense, it would probably be him. But I don't know.
So last year, Memphis had like led the as far as the past decade or so. Who playing Chill? That had to be Chill.
That wasn't me. Ain't nothing going on in here. I'm
Who
listening.
was that? Raise your hand. Raise your hand.
Wasn't me.
What's your
I don't know. I don't even know what you
That
guys.
had,
Me
that
neither.
had to be smart. But
sorry.
that was Ron there. My fault. My fault, y'all. I should have blamed the obvious one.
Right here.
But Mars, because Thinking Basketball just came out with a video about the Heat, and I think he referenced like Memphis last year were setting the least amount of ball screens per 100 possessions in like the past decade or so, and now it's Miami, and I think Memphis was at like a 24 to 30 ball screens per 100 possessions, and
Miami's
Miami's
at
at like
10.
12.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
They don't
they're not running ball screens at all. And the concept is to just not bring 2 extra players into, the ball handler space and just create as much space for these dribble drives and these one-on-one games as possible. So shout out to Exposer. He's made
Memphis are back up above 70, by the way, this season. So very interesting.
Very John
yeah.
Morant ball. Yeah. Hopefully that works out for him. Yeah.
Shout out to John Morant.
Cool. Yeah.
So the guy that was in Memphis, so the guy that was in Miami, I want to make sure I'm following you guys. So the guy that was in Miami, he's now in Memphis.
The guy that
And
was in
with him-
Memphis is now in Miami.
Yeah.
Okay, so the guy that all right. Now I'm following you guys. I had that back.
Yeah.
All right, I got you.
Yeah.
I'm following you guys.
Yeah, and once again, I want to give the Miami Heat credit because I think they have simplified the game of basketball. Ox comes up here all the time and he says we overthink basketball. Basketball is a simple game. And I agree with them. The Miami Heat have dumbed down the game, for lack of better terms, dumbed down the game to we're going to get stops and run. And it's like, if you look at their roster, which a lot of people did before the season, you would say they don't have the most talented roster. But when you break the game down to I'm gonna prevent you from scoring as much as possible, to the extent of being the best half-court defense in the league, and we're gonna just get out and get good shots in transition. We're gonna get out and get layups. Everybody's gonna run. We're gonna get transition threes. We're gonna swing the ball a couple times and get layups. Like that is basketball at its purest and finest form. And the Miami Heat have shown with a guy like Norman Powell, with a guy like Jaime, with two competent bigs, Bam and Khalil Ware, we can get out and do that with shooters, Fontecchio, with Aaron Wiggins, one of the most athletic players in the NBA.
Andrew,
we can make it happen. We don't need to do all this complex stuff. We're gonna get stops and we're gonna run. So I just have to give them their credit for not only their guys executing, but for the coaching staff realizing that, hey, we don't have to do all this extra stuff.
Also, Ron,
I did-
because Chill asked, I heard Chill ask a question before I came up, and he asked who's going to be benched when Tyler Hero gets back. To me, it's obviously it has to be either Mitchell or Norman, and I'm thinking probably Norman. Probably, yeah, Mars. And
No
I'm
way.
thinking
I know that
the
sound
guy
nuts.
who's the
Mars, no
fastest
way.
Heat player to 300 points
Yeah.
in Heat
Yeah.
franchise
I
history,
know that.
which
I know
means that he
that's
did it
nuts, Mars.
faster than you know who
yeah
in the prime of his
LeBron
career.
James. Yeah.
I guess.
And the reason
Yeah,
the
I'm
reason
not
why
benching
I'm
him. I know that.
the reason why
neither.
I'm saying that is because Norman and Tyler effectively, especially in this kind of offense, are going to be two of the same player or very similar player. I don't think you can bench Davion Mitchell without that affecting your defense tremendously. Like, I don't know if you can go out there with two guards of Tyler Hero and Norman Powell. Wasn't
that's
like that.
interesting.
Me
Which one of them
personally,
has won 6 man of the year before?
Tyler Hero.
Tyler.
So if I was Norman Powell, I'd be like,
I'm,
hey,
I'm
brother.
really not mad at that.
Norman
though, Swiper.
Norman Powell has also been a very good player off the bench.
Yeah, but he ain't won 6 man
I've
of the year.
always thought that.
Whatever, I guess, brother. One of them, they're going to be coming off the bench for each other, in my opinion. And to me, that enhances their team because now you have a scorer as good as Norman Powell playing against bench.
Did you hear the splits I read for Norman earlier on the show? Tyler Hero's never touched that. He's never going to touch those ceilings, unfortunately.
I mean, Tyler
50, 46, 88. You're sitting on the bench, buddy. Hey, you better learn. Hey, what did they call that on the sideline chill? What's the bike called? What's the bike called? Ron?
It's just called the bike.
Okay, you better learn bike, buddy, because you're going to be sitting on that bench.
Stationary bike.
Better learn stationary bike. You better get warm because you're coming off the bench for
But
me.
Swiper, I'm not mad at that though. Like, we got something good going on. We're not about to just come back and give you the ball and fuck up everything. And you're not playing no defense. And you don't want to run the floor.
I think he does want to run the floor.
Said he don't want to run the floor.
Yeah, I 100% think he wants to run the floor. I'm not doing that right there, that he doesn't want to run the floor. He definitely wants to run the floor. But I always thought Tyler Hero, and I'm in the minority, I always thought Tyler Hero was a better rotation player than he was a starter. I always felt like that. I thought that he could be in not a Manu Ginobili role, because I don't think he was ever that good. But I always thought that when you're talking about a guy who can play starter minutes but can come off the bench and give you quality minutes, a bucket getter, a guy who can distribute when it's necessary, but more often a bucket getter, especially in this offense, as fast as they play, more isolation, playing faster, not playground, because it's definitely controlled chaos where the ball moves. I think he'd be great as a rotation player coming off the bench for this team. So somebody
you can do that early season, by the way. You don't have to start like your best players. Like, that's also a misnomer. Like, DeAndre Hunter didn't start for Cleveland last year. DeAndre Hunter didn't start all the time for the Hawks when he was there. Like, they made him a 6-man based on what they needed, and they adjust their roster and their depth chart and their lineup accordingly. I just think where Miami is, like, I'm gonna look at it right now. Okay, I want to look at their lineups right now. So, if we just even look at like Davion Mitchell, I don't know, based on where they are right now, if they can afford to have Davion off and then put Tyler Hero on. Like, the numbers without Davion are good. Like, their defense gets better without Davion, but again, this is all early season stuff. Their offense gets better without Davion, again, early season stuff. But I do want to know, when you take Davion off and you put Tyler and Norman there, and then now it's Bam and Khalil, well, like, does the defense suffer? Like, does the structure of the defense suffer? Who's their DC? Like, who's the one that's the defensive coordinator out there? Is that Bam? Is that Davion? Does it make it easier?
They still got Aaron Wiggins too, or Andrew Wiggins too.
Right, but I'm saying, but I wouldn't want to mess with it. I want to find out, is what I'm saying. I want to find out, like, if I take one of these players off, will this negatively affect our team as of right now? Can we build in Tyler Hero? That way he gets 20, 25 minutes a game coming back from injury. And then on top of that, Tyler can close the game. But I just think, David Adelman has talked about this before. Coaches have talked about this. It's not about who starts. It's always about who finishes. Finishing the game is more important than starting. Definitely. So I just think Tyler Hero, like, for as many games as they can get away with, I think they should just absolutely just allow for him to come off the bench and they figure it out as they go.
That always made me nuts when I hear that. It doesn't matter who starts finishing the game.
It doesn't.
Matters. But
Manu finished all those games with the Spurs.
Yeah,
and he came off the bench for years.
Everyone reacts to things differently, man. It's not like
they do.
Like some people need to start the game just to like get into the flow of things. They can't just come in at the 6-minute mark of the first quarter and get into a rhythm. They can't do it. Some people can do it. Some people also just don't like the idea of, oh, I'm a bench player. Some people just don't like that. Like
mentally, that bothers them.
Like these athletes are human beings. So no matter how like, oh, it's simple. Yeah, just come off the bench. If you finish the game, it's the same thing. Yeah, cool. But it's not. Like everyone reacts to being benched.
Well, but Chill, I think the issue is.
I'm not saying I know how they'll react, but everyone.
Yeah, but I think Chill, you made that same argument for Jason Tatum in the Olympics.
Player problem.
Yeah, that's.
I'm not saying it's no. I'm saying
not
it's the reality.
It is a player problem, 100%.
No,
as somebody who had to shift between coming off the bench and starting, coming off the bench and starting, that's very difficult. I get you. It is something you have to adjust to, especially when you feel like you're one of the best players to do what you do in the world, or let alone if you have accolades. Like I understand, like if you have who you said who?
Tyler Hero,
yeah, he deserved it, and he deserved it. By the way, he deserved it that year. I remember I had him in 13 while the NBA the first third of the season last year, and y'all were hating on me. So all I'm saying is that Chill, you made that same argument for Jason Tatum in the Olympics. The problem is that like you said that he's not getting enough burn. What do you want him to do in 10 and 12 minutes? And I'm saying, to your point, maybe Tatum's not built that way because he's never had to come off the bench for real. So for him, that's an adjustment. But there are other players that, like Devin Booker, who it didn't matter because I just want to contribute and do my job, and whatever you ask me to do, I'll do. They do have a different mindset. It's not about better or worse. But I do think there is something to, if you are in a situation and the team benefits from you coming off the bench, I think that you should be willing, as we were all told as youth through college, that if whatever works out best for the team, if this is best for the team, then and think if they were losing, Chill, if they lose, then that's a different story. Start them.
Sure, that I feel like that logic works in some instances, but if I'm coming off the bench, I do need to play. And I feel like the Jason Tatum issue was completely different because he wasn't playing.
And he wasn't playing well. So what do you want? You want me to give you more time?
Because he wasn't playing.
But Chill. But I'm saying in your brain, you're like, you should give him more time to help him play well. When that more time would take away from people who are playing better than him.
I'm not.
That's a disservice to them.
But I don't want to shift it to the Jason Tatum conversation more than.
Well, no, we're just talking about my mentality. That's all it is.
Sure, I do understand that. But what I want to do is I want to shift it to the unit. So if I'm not starting, to Mars's point, if I'm not starting, I may come off the bench with a different mentality, and I'm just not as good coming off the bench. On top of that, with me not starting, we might not get off to a fast start. Now I'm playing in a different place. Now I'm playing with us being from behind. Now I'm playing with us being in the hole, which means that now I got to speed the game up. Now I got to do stuff that I'm not customarily used to doing, and now that can affect our team in a bad way. Just because I don't start I get that part. Just because I don't start doesn't mean that I can't finish the game. But the way you start the game matters how I play. That 100% matters how I play, because when a team comes out and they're rolling and then I get back in this, okay, I want to keep this thing rolling. If our team comes out and we're slow, and yes, I do want to bring us energy, but if our team comes out and we're not good at all, and then I come in, I can absolutely exude that too. So if a guy is used to starting and a guy is
did you come off the bench? At Utah State, or I started a couple of games. I was better as a starter throughout the course of my career, high school, junior college, and college. I was better as a starter. Why didn't you start?
Coming off the bench. Why didn't I start?
Yeah, was the person in front of you better or better fit for the starters?
I don't think he was better than me. I think that it was a coaching thing. I everywhere that I played, from grammar school, high school, and junior college, I started everywhere that I played. When I get to Utah State, I couldn't get off the bench, and I don't think that I was a good fit for what was going on there, because there were plenty of guys that not just at my school, but in that league that I saw that I was better than, but I just don't think that I was a good fit there. There were plenty of players in that league that I was like, I could play in front of him if I played at UC Santa Barbara or if I played at the University of Pacific. But because of where I played, they needed me to be more of a defender, more of a distributor. I did that, but I only did it in a limited amount of time. So I wasn't really able to help the unit like I wanted to help the unit, like I've been able to help other units in the past. But I've definitely been better as a starter than I am as a rotation.
Well, Ron, you came off the bench a lot, didn't you?
No. But we got to move on though. Speaking of bums coming off the bench, let's go, man. Hey, bring some defensive energy, all right? Otherwise, we're going to put your ass back on the bench. But in the meantime, though, while Ox is getting his jersey on and subbing in the game, I want to talk to you guys about a place where you never have to come off the bench. It is called Splash Sports. You will always be a starter. You can always be a winner, and you can always contribute, especially contributing to your own bank account. All you have to do is download the app first and foremost. And you can do that by scanning this QR code or clicking the link in the description. When you click the link in the bio, it will take you to the Splash Sports app. And this is where you could have more fun than a fat kid in Willy Wonka's chocolate factory, because they have all types of players in all types of sports with all type of player projections. And it's very simple, guys. You pick more or you pick less, and after that, you win cold, hard cash right to your bank account. Cha-ching. And as if that isn't enough, we have an NBA Player Survivor contest right now. Now, it's still very early in the NBA Player Survivor. Last contest we had, it went 17 days. We're only on our 4th game today, and there's still about 120 people that have survived, but I can't wait to keep you guys posted on this entire thing. Also, we have some pretty fun things coming up this week. It is Thanksgiving week, right? It is Thanksgiving week. And so we want to give you guys an opportunity to eat. And so you guys just be patient. I'm going to let you guys know what we got coming up for Thanksgiving, Black Friday, all of that good stuff. But make sure you download the app so when I do give you guys this feast of a treat, you guys are ready to eat. Also, Swiper, you got something right here.
Yeah, Rico Dowdle, man, he has been a juggernaut in the backfield for the Carolina Panthers. I'm expecting him to get a heavy dose of attention today. 18.5 rush attempts. I think they're going to run the ball a lot. I don't know how much throwing success they're going to have. Tedderboard McMillan, obviously, really good receiver. I wanted to take the over on the yards, but it's like 91 right now, and it just might not be that kind of game script. This could be like a 19, 21 carry game where he gets about 83, 84 yards, maybe 1 or 2 touchdowns. But I'll be excited to watch it. He's going to be really good. And then Sandro Mamukelashvili. He's been an absolute flamethrower off the bench. I am shocked that it's 9.5, especially with how Cleveland's going to guard him. He's going to have a lot of wide open 3-point attempts. I think he could get there in the first half tonight. So I'm taking the more on Sandro and Rico. Shout out to you all. And by the way, Ox, I want you to know that your brother and your friend, you're gonna stay in the seat on doing the crunch time, all that other stuff. Cause Rod hit me today, and at first it said, "Can you make it splash today, Swiper?" And then I checked 5 minutes later and edited it. It said, "Can you send me a Splash Sports thing today?" I looked at my phone and said, "What do you mean? Send you a splash?"
Hey,
what does that mean?
I'm sending this screenshot to the Hall of Fame group chat. Only the Hall of Famers can see this because this is nasty work out of you. But
This is your man, too.
that wasn't even a splash of the day. Swiper, we don't do that to the 3rd hour.
I'm cool.
Okay,
we can do it. We can do it.
Make a splash today?
Yeah, I will give you my splash of the day player today. I will not be doing what you asked me to do. Can you send me? Can you splash it, please? Like, what does that mean? Like, it's turned into a verb, brother. Like,
we're on a basketball show, and I can't ask can Swiper splash. That's crazy. But all right, we got super chats. Let's see.
Hey, matter of fact, real talk. He gonna get one of them horns. He does sound effect. He gonna get a horn that says "Splash me, please, splash me" every time he goes to the Splash Sports app. That's what's gonna happen.
I actually
this
might
is your
add
man,
that to the
Ox.
repertoire.
Your man. I just want to put that out there. This is your man, Ox. I just want to put that out there.
Well, shout out to Anna Monica Studios for making it splash via Snapchats. I mean, super chats. Anna Monica said, "Yo, when Swiper flexes how Jokic won the chip without any All-Stars, y'all should respond. How's he meant to be the greatest offensive player ever? Yet he cannot help his teammates become all-stars.
I don't know when
That's petty.
Huh?
That's
Is this-
petty,
I think-
Monica.
No,
I think
it's
this
not.
started-
No, it's not. That's a valid question.
Yes, it is, Ron. Give me a break.
I think this started with TJ Jones on the timeline, who I like. I like TJ a lot. He worked for the Athletic. He's been covering the Utah Jazz and the Nuggets with the Athletic because they didn't want to pay a Nuggets writer. They wanted to pay somebody to do both jobs because they're right next to each other. You can cover 82 games for both teams, which is 164 games a year, which is like ridiculous. But Tony's my dog, man. I think he was arguing with Serbian fans on Twitter about like, you know, Murray and Gordon not being like all-stars or whatever. Then he like tried to say that like Braun, you know, played with Boobie Gibson and Drew Gooden. They're clearly better. I don't know what the agenda was. I think Jamal Murray might make an all-star game this year, y'all. I don't know if y'all paying attention to him, but he's averaging 23, 5, and 7, almost 6 and 7 this year. His 3-point numbers aren't there yet. Like he's usually a 40% 3-point shooter, but he's playing really well. His ISO's been good. The Nuggets without Jokic with Jamal are like, they're not like great, but they're doing better than they've ever done without him. You know, I think him and Val have a nice 2-man game. I think if he ever had an argument, it'd be this year for Jamal personally. If he had an argument, it would be this year.
International stuff, yeah, maybe.
Yeah. He's been good. I definitely give him
I
credit.
just want to know who is he
He
making
is.
the All-Star team in front of? That's what I'd like to know. I mean,
You
even
said
though
what?
he's been playing really well, who is he playing? Who is he making the All-Star team ahead of? And Joker has done a great job in getting all of them dudes involved in the offense. Once again, who is he making the All-Star team ahead of? And he's been playing great.
So if you look right now, you know,
I ain't
just
talking
for,
about right now, Swiper. I'm talking about like when we're talking about him winning the NBA championship, like how come he can't get his players to make the All-Star team? Like who has got what great offensive player has gotten his players to make the All-Star team? Because Olajuwon didn't get Kenny Smith to make the All-Star team or Vernon
I don't
Maxwell.
think they're more
Some would
so.
argue Steph made Draymond's an all-star, but you know,
Yeah.
I don't.
Facts 4
Yeah, some would
times.
argue that. Yeah, some
And
would
then he
argue.
hangs it over Kenyon Martin's head.
Did he?
Oh, look, you didn't get to play with Steph Curry.
Just some would make the
Steph
argument
got
that's what I'm
Draymond.
saying.
Steph got Draymond out here thinking he better than Kenyon Martin.
Acting different.
All y'all,
You know what Draymond got,
talking to
Steph?
me about
Oh
buckets,
my
man.
And do you know what Draymond got,
That's
Steph?
what all y'all dudes do.
That's a good question.
Draymond
What,
got
Ron?
Steph a
What, Ron?
dynasty. He got Steph a
No,
dynasty.
Steph got
I'm not.
Draymond.
No, they got each other.
I'm not
Real talk.
talking about
They got each
individual
other. They got each other a dynasty. They got each other a
individual
dynasty.
selections.
Good damn. The question was
That's
about
it.
all-star
I don't know how we got
selections.
here.
Yeah,
To be
yeah,
honest
yeah.
with you,
Well, because you know, we crunch time chats. I don't got some. I'm a chill.
I mean, who would he make it over this year? I mean, some of the numbers that like we
Here we
traditionally.
talking about DeJuan. We talking about DeJuan Blair. Hey, come on, man.
So hold on, hey Ron, really quickly. So
Come
just so
on,
you know,
man.
this is my people's
Be
over
for
here.
real,
But
man.
I'm
We
sick
talk-
of
we talk
Ox. And you
about
know why I'm
DeJuan
sick of Ox?
Blair,
Because
man.
I watched Kenyon Martin over the last 13 years of his career get replaced not once, not twice, but 3 times. You know who else I saw get replaced? I saw Jamal Wilkes get replaced with James Worthy. You know who else I saw get replaced? I saw Horace Grant get replaced with Dennis Rodman. You know who else I saw get replaced? I saw DeMar DeRozan get replaced with Kawhi Leonard. You know who else I saw get replaced? Eric
What's that
Bledsoe.
mean?
Scotty Barnes, too.
Drew Holiday.
What is
Marcus
the
Smart
point?
got replaced.
What are you saying,
Marcus
Chill?
Smart got replaced with Drew Holiday. Why in the 13 years that Draymond Green played in Golden State has he never been replaced? Nobody else can do what he do? Nobody? How come?
Well, Paul
Answer the
Millsap could
question,
do it.
What kind of no?
Paul-
He
Paul
could
Millsap
not.
could
No,
do
he
it.
couldn't. No, he
What kind
couldn't.
of point is that?
Well, no,
Barnes could do it.
What's the point?
The point
That
is
got replaced by Pau Gasol a few years later. That doesn't
Who
mean
did?
a damn thing.
No, that's nasty. That's nasty. Real talk. That's nasty.
That doesn't
No,
count.
it's
Real
not.
talk,
It's
that
not
doesn't count.
nasty
That does
enough.
not
No, but real talk. That was like old Dusty Shack.
Replaced by
But
Andrew Wiggins.
What I'm
Like-
saying is, the replacing of
I
said
can't.
player. What does that mean?
Exactly.
Like,
Exactly.
what is that?
Wait,
You know
wait.
what it means?
No,
You know what it
Chill
means?
is-
Real talk? It mean the reason why I'm bringing that up is because Ox specifically, Ox talks all the time about Paul Millsap, about DeJuan Blair. Anybody could do what.
Hold on,
Draymond
don't
did.
forget Malik
Nobody can
Rose.
replace him.
Don't forget
And
Malik Rose.
too. So if that's the case, how come they never replaced him in the 13 years? Meanwhile, I saw all of these other guys get replaced. All of these other guys got replaced. Meanwhile, Draymond not one time has been replaced. He's still with these dudes.
They're afraid of that psychopath.
Oh, so now we scared of him.
No,
How about
it's not
that?
even that. It's just okay.
Ox
he
is
worked
just
well
hating.
for our
That's all it
team.
is.
Why
It
would we
been
replace
hating.
That's
him?
all it is, Ron.
There
That's
was
all
no
it is,
need to
Ron.
replace him. I don't-
Yeah, there was no need to replace him, but that doesn't mean so.
But if
Couldn't
you can
replace him
upgrade,
either,
you're gonna
y'all.
upgrade though.
Wait. Ron, I'm trying to get to.
But if you can
Chill's
upgrade, you're
logic.
gonna upgrade.
I'm trying to get to Chill's logic because I'm just.
Let's get to my logic.
Me, this isn't making any sense. So because
Let's get to my-
Draymond Green stayed on one particular team
Yep.
for a long time, That makes him what, a better player?
I think there's an
Because
argument for
he's still-
Draymond being better than Kenyon. Yeah, there's a like there. It matters.
It ain't no argument. Kenyon is not better than Draymond.
I'm with you.
He didn't get replaced.
No, Kenyon Martin is not better than Draymond. So Kenyon doing all of this is funny because he himself is not better than Draymond.
Real talk.
But
To answer your
I don't
question,
think he listed himself when he went through the names. To be fair,
Well, he
So
thinks
then
he's
what's the
better
point
though, for
doing
sure,
all of
though.
this?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
if he
Well,
and
he
if he listing
said
all of
all
those
the other
and if he
names,
listing
though.
all of those bigs and he listing all of those power forwards, Ox, guess what? They all better than him too. How about that?
they're all better than us, but we rank players like, huh?
Yes, we do, 100%.
So
But to answer your
what's
question,
that
I
mean?
mean, I don't think every player that's played in the NBA better than me. I'm not gonna lie to you. Can I ask this question real quick?
Otherwise, you're
Hey,
a damn fool.
Kenyon.
He's talking
Yeah,
about
I'm talking about like you know what I mean, like shout out.
1948, yeah.
Hey, wait, who? By the way, who? Never mind. I asked you this question. Chill. I will say this. As somebody who loved Kenyon, love Kenyon. I'm talking about. I love Kenyon. When Kenyon got drafted out of Cincinnati and he went to the Nets, love Kenyon. When Kenyon got traded to the Denver Nuggets, love Kenyon. The Denver Nuggets, that one of my best eras of Denver basketball ever of all time. Kenyon Martin and Chris Birdman, Anderson and Jr. and Iverson.
Let the coach tell
No, yeah, that's cool. I don't care. That's what their name was. In Park Hill, that's what we called them, and that's what they were. They were the Denver Nuggets. I'm gonna keep giving them that name. I thought they were great, but Kenyon ain't Draymond. Like he just isn't. Like he just is not Draymond Green. I do think real talk. There's something to. I don't think even if you put Paul Millsap there, I think they probably get worse. Just because there's things that Draymond does that a lot of these players simply cannot do. And I think if they didn't have one of the greatest defensive anchors of this generation and ever, they're not at the same team. Like, in his point, extremely high basketball IQ on both offense and defense. And again, if Steph Curry shows up in Game 7, real talk, they got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 championships. Because Dre had 35 points in that game and 5 threes. Like, he showed up in a lot of big spots.
Know, but the argument for better player shouldn't always come down to, well, do they make this Warriors team better? Like, that's not the question. Yes, we get it. Draymond worked fantastic with Steph Curry. Absolutely. Nobody can take that away from him. But when are we going to also be honest about Dre's limitations offensively and how that would translate and transport to their 29 other teams? We can't keep acting like him playing with Steph Curry, one of the 3 most impactful offensive players ever, doesn't account for something. I get it. He also made up for defensively, and his defensive impact was felt. No doubt about that. But what I'm saying is when we talk about all of these, Draymond and the dumbest thing, the dumbest propaganda that is passed around about Draymond Green is that he's this fantastic playmaker. Playmaking is creating the advantage. He is great at advantage extension or advantage finishing. As far as, Steph Curry has created the
Where's
board.
Jordan at when you need him for all these new terms?
No. Shut up, Swipe. Steph Curry has created the advantage because Steph Curry is the one being doubled.
Yep.
Steph Curry then finds Draymond Green in a short roll. Draymond Green being a good decision maker in short roll does not make him a playmaker.
Real talk. Are you suggesting that all?
I think this is nasty.
But he's a good decision maker though.
Because are you?
But he's a good decision maker though.
He's a willing passer. He's not. I keep trying. I've been trying to explain that to you.
But he's a good passer. He's a really good passer.
He's a great
He is
passer.
not. He's not. He absolutely is a good passer, Mars. He's absolutely a good passer. But I've been trying to tell y'all this for years. Draymond Green is a willing passer and a great defender. And I can't knock him for that. But all this shit, y'all, this is just him.
Explain that willing
simple
passer,
bounce.
please.
A willing passer, somebody that wants to pass the ball. Somebody
so why is that a bad thing?
Why
is that a bad thing?
Why are you saying I said it's a bad thing?
The reason why, because
I didn't say it's a bad thing. I said he's not Jason Kidd. He's not passing players open. Look, chill.
Yes, he is.
Just listen for a second. If I got Andrew Wiggins setting down screens for Steph Curry on this side of the court, and I got Klay Thompson standing in this other corner, if you can't make the right decision, which is give the ball to the best shooter you've ever seen right here, or a bounce pass to Andrew Wiggins because his man had to help over here, then you shouldn't be on the basketball court.
That just sounds so elementary, and that's not what's
It
going
is
on with
elementary.
Warriors. That's not what's going on with them.
It's elementary, but a lot of people can't do it.
No,
And hold on,
elementary is good.
wait,
Elementary is
wait,
good.
wait.
I think he's. I
But
think
it's
Draymond
not
is great.
It's not just that a lot of people can't do it. At the center position,
If you can't
is
do
the
that,
ultimate-
Ron, if you can't do that, you shouldn't play.
Right quick. Okay, I get that. What I'm saying though is a lot of centers cannot do that. The ability
Yes,
to
they
be able to
can.
slide Draymond to the 5 position, and as a small ball 5, I give you flexibility, I give you versatility, I give you speed, I give you power, and I can get downhill and make those plays. It's a lot of. Hold on, right quick. Just let me finish making my point. It's a lot of big men that you are right. They can make that play, but they don't provide everything else that Draymond provides as being a 6'7", but being a 6'7" big man that can move with that type of speed, can get downhill, can also go and finish. Like Draymond being able to do that at 6'7" at the center position is the ultimate value that you can get from
Ron, I agree. I'm not up here trying to say Draymond is a bad basketball player. I'm not trying to say he's a bum. None of that. I'm not saying that. Honestly, Ron, I think you're the only one up here that actually knows I'm actually a fan of Draymond Green. I just don't like that nigga. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying, right? You know, I respect what Draymond does on that basketball court. You know what I'm saying? Draymond Green, it's not the offense. It is the defense. He is an amazing defender. You know what I'm saying? I have nothing negative to say about Draymond Green, but I just want y'all to understand, like, this stuff on the offensive end, it's not spectacular.
Yes,
it's not special. It's not. It's not.
It's
not. It's not extraordinary. I know, Ron. I think
it's just value that's added, though. It's just more icing on the cake.
You know how much better the Warriors would be with Boris Diaw?
Then why weren't they?
They'd be much worse, by the way.
Yes, not only would they be much worse, but I'm sitting up here listening to you dudes, and Ox is basically running a 10th grade offense.
Shout out to Boris Diaw.
All you're gonna do is you're gonna screen for Steph Curry. Steph Curry, like, it's not like the defense doesn't know this.
It's that simple, Rochelle. It's that simple.
You're gonna screen for Steph Curry. Steph Curry's gonna come up the screen, and I'm just gonna pass you the basketball.
Yes,
that's it.
exactly.
I'm not actually reading the defense when Andrew Wiggins slips. I'm not actually reading the defense when Klay
Yes, you do have to read that.
I'm not actually reading the defense when they double, and I get downhill and go to the basket, and I collapse the defense. I'm not reading the defense.
Dude, that's so basic. That is so basic.
That is
so basic.
The reason why it's not basic, is because when the action is going and now the defense is on their heels, now you have to attest for a whole bunch of other things. Real talk and Ox.
Like what?
No, I'm not saying. I am not saying. Let me be perfectly clear. I am not saying that Draymond's decision making in the 4-on-3 isn't valuable or isn't good. But
it's elite.
Fine. What I said is he is not a playmaker. Playmaking, the definition of that, in my opinion, I thought we all agreed upon this. Playmaking is advantage creating. Draymond Green on offense does not inherently create advantages.
Is screen setting a part of playmaking?
Yes, it is.
Stop.
I'm asking a question.
No, we're not. Stop. Wait. Stop. We're not about to say that screening is playmaking. Like, no.
Why? But no, real talk. I'm not. No, real talk.
If you let me finish that sentence.
I'm here for Steve Adams propaganda whenever it
because we're not finna do this when clearly the advantage is created by Steph Curry.
No, but I don't think that's fair. Real talk. I'm not trying to. Real talk. I'm not trying to yell or argue. I'm trying to just ask.
If you weren't cutting me off.
No, but real talk. But you have to give people a breath to ask you a question based on the statement. I'm saying in this moment, why would screen setting, which is advantage creation in its own right, not be considered a part of playmaking when Draymond was a very good screener and very good passer out of that DHO action you're talking about with Steph? Remember, the initial pass would not always go to Steph. It would be off the split action of them overloading on Steph, weak side or strong side. So I'm saying, real talk, why for you, why, no, hold on, chill. Why for you, real talk, is screen setting not a part of playmaking in this instance?
Screen setting, for real.
Screen set, cool. Okay, you know what? He gets a cherry.
Y'all being
I'm not
serious?
gonna lie. We had a very high level basketball discussion before somebody got on this show today. That's all I'm gonna say.
Hit the bench, Ox.
Even in your explanation, you said that What is the advantage created?
You
Oh,
shitting
because
me?
Steph Curry is either on the strong side or on the weak side, and the defense is paying attention to Steph Curry.
Or Kevin Durant,
Advantage
or
created-
you
Klay
shitting
Thompson.
me?
The advantage creators on that team were undoubtedly Steph Curry, Kevin Durant when he was over there, and Klay Thompson. Those were the advantage creators.
No, those were the
Draymond
bucket
Green
Sean
did
Livingston didn't do any
Draymond
advantage
Green
creation?
Did a fantastic
That's not true,
job
Bro. But I was-
capitalizing on
I'm pretty
the
sure they all did.
advantages that they created.
Those
But
are the
he's
bucket
not an
getters.
advantage.
But-
Can only one
real
person on any
talk,
given
though.
possession create an advantage?
I agree. I mean, it's not just
Is an
individual
advantage only
players. Like,
created by one, like every time there's an advantage, is there only one person that's created that? Every
No,
time?
sometimes yeah, but sometimes no. No, I think you're right on that, Mark.
I
think
just
multiple
think we
people.
can acknowledge that Draymond is
When you're
part of it.
playing
That's
with
all I'm
Steph
saying.
Curry,
100%.
No, but
So real talk. Real talk. So
I'm just
so
saying
DeAndre Jordan.
Draymond contributes. That's all I'm saying.
So DeAndre
Obviously
Jordan
he
doesn't
does.
get no
Absolutely.
credit. Does Tyson Chandler get no
yes,
credit?
that's
for playing
advantage
with Chris Paul?
creation. They're vertical spacers. That's always advantage creation.
No.
The defense-
Here's. Oh, but you're right. You're right, though, Swiper. But I don't even want to take it there. I don't want to talk about vertical creation. I just want to talk about you are able to capitalize on the advantage that Chris Paul created. So what you're trying to tell me is DeAndre Jordan doesn't get no credit. I know he's scoring the basket and all of that, and I know he's 7 foot and he's able to jump.
They're not
But
getting
no,
credit.
this is what I'm saying.
But
He's
why is that not advantage
capitalizing-
creation
He's
if-
capitalizing
Yeah.
on the advantage.
The advantage
It's
wasn't
Chris.
created by
No.
you.
Hold on. Time out. Ron. And then maybe this to your point. Real talk. I do think we're having a much more nuanced convo. I think you're giving it credit for right now. And the reason I'm saying that is I think you're very intelligent as you were sweeping through the competition, as you swept through Chill's team. We'll talk about here in a little bit. Real talk. Advantage creation is how you leverage your skill set to either help you directly as an offensive player or help your teammates as an offensive player. I think we can.
How you fighting that?
I think we can admit.
I'm still laughing at the screen saying thing, chill. I don't even know.
Okay,
what to say, I'm
cool.
sorry.
Back to basketball. I think some of
I
this
didn't say
Ox,
that, so I
but
bet you
Ox,
asked me.
I think you would even appreciate this if you think through it just a second.
I'm listening, so
DeAndre
okay.
Jordan,
Right.
the reason why Chris Paul and them were getting guarded the way they were, especially in drop, real talk, is because when you have a big that is that explosive and that good around the rim, the very threat of him being a rim runner creates advantages for Chris Paul to get into the mid-range, the snake, to navigate. It gives him more space inherently in a pick and roll format. It's the same thing when you have Ryan Anderson. Remember Ryan Anderson, real talk, the most overrated contract of all time? You run pick and pop of Ryan. Look,
Shout out Ryan Anderson.
The pick and roll is going to be
somebody.
defended differently when Ryan sets the 4-5 screen or the 4-1 screen, because now you have an elite 3-point shooter that's rolling and picking off of that, or Marvin Williams with Charlotte. I think what I'm saying is, real talk, every player
Shout out Marvin.
has degrees of advantage creation. I think Draymond does as well, but there obviously are levels to this. Steph Curry might be one ever, so that matters a lot. Real talk. But I think you can admit that Draymond contributed to that, like in his own way. Real talk. That's all I'm saying.
Okay. Let me again. I am not taking away from Draymond Green's ability to make great decisions in the advantage created by Steph Curry. But in your scenario, we also have to take into account who has the ball in these ball screens and would that person be getting blitzed regardless of who's setting the screen as the 4 or 5 anyway. And Steph Curry was getting blitzed. He would get blitzed in pick and roll regardless of if it's Draymond setting the screen or Andrew Bogut or no, like because it's Steph Curry creating the advantage. When Draymond came out there, when they were running those ball screens with Steph Curry and Draymond, we practically already knew how it would go. Okay, Draymond sets the screen. Curry comes off of it. They double high against Steph Curry. Curry hits Draymond in the short roll. Cool.
But remember they would switch that at times because they defended the pick and roll with Draymond differently than they did with Andrew Bogut.
Which is now how with
well,
Draymond when he has the basketball, because what
right, but the advantage has been created for Draymond.
Keep going.
In the 4-on-3. So now Draymond is
he still has to make an additional decision.
He's either finna hit a corner shooter or hit somebody, dive into the basket for a lob, or potentially finish for himself.
But real talk, that's not an easy role. That's a A lot of bigs don't do that. No. Real talk. I'm not saying you're. I'm not saying you. I'm not saying you're saying it's easy. But the fact that Draymond was so good at it is why the offense was so elite.
All I'm saying is
100%. No, Swiper 100%. 100%.
All he's saying is Draymond ain't making that.
That's
Right.
all I'm
I
saying.
think that's
He's
all real
just
talk
not
is saying.
getting the advantage.
Real talk. You know what's going on here? Once again, no knock to Draymond. But Draymond Green has been playing the 3-on-2, 2-on-1 drill his whole career.
Hey, Ox, but I know some niggas that are trashing that drill. Hey,
Garbage,
do you know? Chill. Do you know how many times, including this guy right here?
We gotta go now.
that
We gotta go to the baseline because we gotta run.
We gotta run suicides. We gotta run suicides because this fool
Are you shitting me?
missing layups.
Missing layups. Bro, don't play with me, bro.
I'm saying you've had to be on the. I'm saying you've had to be on the baseline with me because other people weren't good. I'm not saying it was you.
Okay.
Relax.
Now there was the one time I tried to throw the behind the back pass, it fucked up, and we had to run for that. But other than that, though, stop it. But I'm just saying, shout out to Draymond. I'll shout out to Draymond. I don't got nothing negative to say about Draymond. I just want y'all to stop acting like he's better than Kenyon Martin. That's all.
I think that he did more.
I think he's better than Kenyon Martin.
And I don't. You know what? No problem.
Good super chat. Good super chat.
We completely leaving out.
Great
Swiper.
super chat.
Swiper, you made a bunch of points, and I think the one point that you left out is that Golden State offense got changed, and it got changed not just because Steph Curry and Klay Thompson can shoot the basketball. It got changed because Draymond's skill set, his ability to read defenses, his ability to pass, his ability to play out of the DHO, his ability to get downhill and collapse defenses and get the big man involved in the game. Why? Because the defense is so spread out. His ability to do that. They're not changing that offense, and they're not giving the ball to Draymond and putting the ball in his hands if he doesn't have that skill set, if he is only a bucket getter, if he's only something else. He's all of these things, which would explain why their offense was what it was. What Real Talk is trying to sell me, Real Talk is trying to sell me that Steph Curry is the only reason why this is working. This doesn't work if we don't have if we don't have a guy who has the ability to pass. If we don't have a guy who has the ability to read defenses, this thing still works.
Well, chill. I would correct that just a little bit because you're going to give him an out.
There's no one to get two on the ball. It just doesn't work.
Going to continue.
Y'all getting stuck on a one word. It's one word. It's one word.
Wait, no, it's not just one word because I want
keep going. Real talk. Keep going. Real talk.
Nobody said it works without Draymond. Nobody said Draymond's decision making isn't valuable. Nobody said Draymond as a passer isn't very good. Nobody is saying none of these things. I'm saying he's not a great playmaker.
No, you said he's not an advantage creator to start.
That's what you said.
To start, you said that.
He's not.
No, but we just went through how he is.
Playmaking is.
No, you just said a whole bunch of shit. He's still not.
Okay, Ox, you don't know ball, brother. I don't know what to tell you. Brad Miller was an advantage creator for the Kings. Now what? He was. He absolutely was.
And he was so much better on offense than Draymond Green. So what are you saying?
Yo, my thing is, whether he's an advantage creator, whether he does any of that, Draymond's still better than Kenyon Martin, and he's still better than I would probably say 2/3 of the people on that list that Kenyon Martin put out.
Maybe about 7 of them. Maybe about 7 of them.
He better than about 2, at least half the list.
Shout out to
my thing is just because you advantage create better than somebody doesn't mean you're a better basketball player. Because a lot of the times, all those advantages you're creating don't lead to wins. They don't lead to making your team better.
Wait, real quick. Because you said.
I got a question for you. Just got a question for you, but go ahead.
You said Drew Gooden down.
No, I was going to say something because you brought up something. I kind of want to talk about. I kind of want to talk a little basketball right now. You said something a second ago, Chill. And
what have we been doing?
What have you been doing?
Filler.
Anyways, you guys have been on a mean propaganda run, and I want to talk a little bit, right?
I'm just saying, on top of numbers.
On top of that, y'all have been doing nothing but just twisting me and Real Talk's words around. But anyways. I want to talk a little ball. I want to talk a little hoop, if that's okay with y'all.
Okay, let's talk some
you said something about DHOs, Chill, and that made me remember something that Matty Ice said in the PCL. Yeah. Mars, when are people going to understand that a dribble handoff isn't just like some? What's wrong with dribble handoffs, y'all? Do y'all not understand that when you a dribble handoff can create mismatches, can create opportunities. What's up
Almost
with
like
that?
they create advantages. Screens.
Yeah, think about that.
But I think DHOs
You said he
are
does
very
it.
valuable. Well,
No, this isn't necessarily about Draymond Green. This is just about anybody in general.
DHOs are valuable. I think the issue, I'll speak for myself. The issue I have, not with DHOs, but more so once again, box score stats, is just looking at points, rebounds, assists. Someone who's doing a lot of dribble handoffs might end the game with 8, 9, 10 assists. And then someone else who's, I don't want to say more of a playmaker, only has 7 or 8 assists. And it's because watching how, and then you watch the film of these assists, and it's like, okay, you set a dribble handoff for someone, they come off, they probe, take a step back in the mid-range, and then shoot, and you get an assist. And it's like, well, you didn't do anything. Like, respectfully, you set the screen, but this guy still had to create his own shot, but you get given an assist for it. That's my issue with DHOs, but it's more so just with how assists are tracked and calculated, not with the dribble handoff itself.
Mark,
DHOs have their value. If you're able to create a separation for your teammate and they're able to get downhill, or the fact that you're bringing the big up to you because you're now basically turning it into a pick and roll, which allows the paint to be freed up because of the DHO threat, and then you can find cutters. All of that stuff is valuable. But when I'm watching someone set a DHO and then the guy then comes off the DHO, then rejects it, goes the other way, shoots a step back 3, and that's an assist, I'm like,
Oh yeah, that's crazy.
well, obviously,
Now,
no.
Miles, may I counter that really quickly? Because to your point, when you're talking about a DHO, if Draymond's coming off, if Steph Curry's coming off a DHO with Draymond hits, I don't know, let's say DeMar DeRozan is covering him. This is in 2015 or 2016. DeMar DeRozan is covering. So DeMar DeRozan is covering him. So now he comes off that screen. Now Steph Curry gets downhill. With Steph Curry getting downhill, now the defense collapses. It collapses now where, I don't know who's that. Iguodala is in the corner. He kicks it to Iguodala, who the defense shifts to Iguodala, who now kicks it to Klay Thompson, who's wide open at the break. That was created with Draymond setting that screen. That's advantage creating right there.
If you want to go that way, then I would say, well, if Steph couldn't shoot, they would go under the screen and there's no advantage. So it's like,
Can we
That's
stop
why we're setting the
acting
screen,
like
though.
we're not playing?
That's why we're setting the screen to get him open.
yeah, but like if Amen Thompson's coming off that DHO, you just go under and all of a sudden the advantage is
Oh
gone.
my
So it's like
God.
it, but this is where I disagree with. I just think both of them are contributing. I just think now if you
Yeah.
want to put a percentage on it, yeah, it's like 89% Steph.
Yeah, it's
But-
like 90.
But I do think I do think
98%
Draymond.
Steph.
That's fine. I'm not. That's why I said I don't really care to do a percentage. But if you want to, like,
Right,
yeah, it's
okay.
majority Steph. But yeah, Draymond being as good of a screen setter as he was, and the fact that most of them were illegal when he got away with it, definitely did open up Steph more than a bad screener would. So yes, Draymond is absolutely helping Steph. I think I've spoke about it before. Steph's scoring efficiency is very different with and without Draymond Green. I think there's a reason for that because Draymond Green is the best screen setter he's ever played with. Like there's a synergy between those two that make it a relationship that is beneficial to both
Respect
of them.
Kevon Looney.
I do.
Not like Draymond.
Cool.
But
Yeah,
I do
but
respect
cool.
him.
So I think
Yeah, Boogie Cousins
yeah,
too. for 1 year.
Draymond is helping in the sense that if he wasn't a good screener, you would be able to fire over the top. And the big reason why Steph gets blitzed as much, in my opinion, is A, his shooting threat, but B, the fact that Draymond's always hitting Steph's defender. Always. So you have to put 2 on the ball because the moment you're a step behind on Steph, he can shoot the ball. So Steph's gravity, once again, because he's so dangerous as a shooter, the slightest advantage means you have to overreact. But Draymond hitting Steph's defender as much as he did is a reason why you had to play up as high as you did. Because if it was a bad screener, you could just get over the top. In theory. Yeah, I think they're both contributing. So I don't agree that Draymond doesn't create advantages or barely does. But I also
bugs me out.
don't agree that playing on a 4-on-3 is Draymond creating advantages. No, he's playing off the advantage at that point.
Which
the
bugs me
screen
out
is
so
on.
much because to your point, like you dudes act like not just real talk, but Ox. You dudes are actually scoffing at screens when we live in a very pick and roll heavy league. Very pick and roll heavy league. And screens are extremely important. Like, in fact, these plays don't work if you're not hitting people. Screens 100%. Like, guys aren't just, Steph Curry is not just running around here, just running the baseline or running off, not even a curl, but just running a curl action and not getting screened. He has to have somebody open. He has to have somebody set a screen to get him open. Screens are extremely important. And Draymond Green is huge in that.
I'm not scoffing at screens. I'm not. I'm scoffing at you for telling
You
me
said
that
earlier
Draymond
that-
set in the screen is
talking about screen
because you're
setting.
telling me that
That's what
Draymond said the
earlier
screen is
we talked about
crazy
screen.
advantage creating.
Yeah,
That's what
but
I'm
it's like
scoffing
this-
at.
But
I'm
this
scoffing
maybe,
at
like,
this
it only
dude
really
above me
applies
for
to
trying to make it
Draymond.
seem
No
like, oh,
one's
he's
ever
such an
been
amazing
like
screen
Steven
setter.
Adams is a player.
I didn't even hear you. I'm glad I didn't.
No one's ever said that. No one's going back and watching the 90s
Wait. Say it again. Say it again.
No one's going back and watching Reggie Miller's Pacers and it's like, hey, Del Davis playmaking with these screens for Reggie. Like, no one's ever said that.
No, but wait, hold on. But
No
wait,
one's
no, wait.
ever
Time
said
out.
that. They're not gonna
But
be like,
time out.
"He's
Time
in
out.
the
Time
screen."
out.
No, Mark Jackson is actually passing the ball.
Mars,
to Reggie.
can I?
Del Davis is the
But
real playmaker.
that's
No one's
fine.
ever
But
said that.
Mars, the thing
That's
sometimes
all.
you.
That's
the
all
thing-
I'm
the-
scoffing at. That's it.
The thing sometimes you'll do is you'll have very open discussions about certain things, and and I think for you've always tried to build this narrative that you want to talk about the basketball and not the narrative. I'm saying that is part of the narrative. The basketball here is the question that you asked. Matter of fact, I saw you get engaged with on Twitter about Real Talk when somebody responded to Real Talk about what he said about something and about why players shouldn't be considered in the same archetype or talking about the same way relative to what their role is and relative to how good they are outside of that role. You then responded to someone underneath that. And I didn't get involved because I don't want to get involved in that conversation because it's different. And you know what I'm talking about, Mars. You know exactly the conversation I'm talking about. So what I'm saying is when you want to consider nuance, you will. But I think
you're gonna hit me 3 minutes.
No,
ago?
I did. But I think you saying no one said Dale Davis was a playmaker. I'm saying Mars. Now the question should shift now to should we consider? No, that's not what I'm asking. Should we consider Mars screen setting, given how important it is for guards, especially, unless you're SG freaking A, and you don't need a screen, and you just can pull up on anybody or drive by anybody or boom, boom, tween, and then shoot a fadeaway over somebody. Most guards need screens. So Mars, how should we change the conversation about advantage creation to include things like screening because of what it does? That's what I'm asking.
You have got to be shitting me.
No, I just think this is a basketball show. It's that simple. It's a basketball question. Answer the question. Answer the question.
I think screening is what it is. It's screening. I don't think like we need to put everything into the singular box of okay, this is defense, this is playmaking, this is scoring. Let's fit everything.
So what is screening? Screening is just it's separate from advantage creation.
Screening, yes, screening is screening. Like I agree. I think screening does create advantages, but that doesn't mean I need to call it playmaking. Like some things
I didn't say that. I just said advantage creation. You just said it creates an advantage.
I said that like 4 minutes ago. That yes, Draymond is
sure. Okay.
But yeah, right. I think Steven Adams creates advantages for his teammates. I think there's a reason
that dumb Gortat screen that he gets away with all the time. That's illegal, by the way. Yeah. That
I think Ja Morant. There's a reason why he was more efficient with Steven Adams than without him.
The screening Ox does every time Kawhi gets slandered, like he needs to get slandered for this weekend. Yeah, that's kind of stuff. That's screening.
There's a reason why Jalen Green was more efficient with Steven Adams than without him. If you have someone who sets really, really good screens, that opens up your perimeter players. I absolutely agree with that. I think everyone agrees with that. I think Ox agrees with that. I think Chill agrees with that. I think Real Talk agrees with that.
Ox doesn't agree with that.
No, Ox agrees that good screens free up people, which make their lives easier, right?
Yes, absolutely.
Obviously, because it's basketball. But that doesn't mean we need to group it into Draymond's a playmaker because screens. Like
I didn't say that. But by the way, who up here said that? Who up here said that?
That's where the conversation started.
But who on this show said that though? I didn't.
Who brought up the screens when we were just talking?
So is Karl Malone the GOAT?
What? Yeah, he is of some things, not basketball, but respect.
Of screening.
Well, I'm saying because he
used to go defender. Yeah, you're right.
All the scoring he did, and then all the screens he said. I'm wondering, is he the GOAT?
He's one of the best screen setters ever. Yeah, but like, sure.
Well, I mean, if screens are this much of a
John Stockton doesn't work without him. Yeah, I agree.
Okay, well, Karl Malone's the GOAT.
Well, yeah, I'm not as high on John Stockton's playmaking, but that's a whole different conversation. But like, yeah, I just think it is what it is. Like screen setting is screen setting, and yes, it creates advantages. But the conversation started because Real Talk said Draymond Green isn't a playmaker, and then someone I actually can't remember who brought up screens. I can't remember who it was. Someone brought up screens, and then it was Chill, and then we got here. No one disagrees that screens creates advantages, but that doesn't mean we have to categorize it as playmaking.
The reason why we brought up
not
because Real Talk said, quote, screen said, I mean, Draymond does not create advantages. That's what he said.
He did say
he did that, and that's what I responded to.
No,
Mars, you were too busy trying to play both sides of the fence like a Republican Democrat.
is it possible that multiple people can be responsible for
Mars
an
had
advantage?
a blue-red tie on right down the middle, trying to stay in the gap.
We actually need more of those.
No, we don't. No, we don't.
I literally asked the question: is it possible for multiple people to be?
You think people should have to buy water? It shouldn't be free. I'm good. We're not on the same side.
Created by one person.
Not you.
We are about to move on. I'm running a poll right now that is the end-all be-all to this conversation.
If Ron would have sent that to me, it would have said, "Can you get on?"
The poll is Draymond an advantage creator? The poll asked, is Draymond an advantage creator? 61% of you guys said yes. Now I'm about to run another poll, and I'm gonna ask
you niggas don't know ball.
I'm gonna run another poll, and I'm gonna ask, should we remove the two guys in the bottom corners? That's gonna be my next poll. But before we do that, y'all, we're still in the crunch time chat segment, and I want to let you guys know today we're gonna do a lot of chatting because I still have super chats I got to get to, obviously.
Let's get to them.
I still got the top 5 comments of the week. We got to get to them chats. And then we got a special chat segment based on a special episode that we did last Friday during a very special time. So we're going to do a lot of chatting today. I've balled up all the segments that we're supposed to do today. I balled them up and I threw them out the window. You know how Mars shoots into his little trash can over there? And so we are going to do a lot of chatting. Let's keep it pushing. The next chat that I got is from Anna Monica Studios. Anna Monica said, just to clarify my point, Jokic is supposed to be the greatest offensive player, and Swiper flexes how he won with no all-stars, but he doesn't seem to floor raise enough to make his teammates all-stars.
You don't have to be all-star. I mean, this is also like we've seen situations like this, mind you, where not many. Hakeem didn't play with all-stars in both of those years. He didn't, but they were just really a really good team, really dominant team with Hakeem. I just think
made the All-Star team in '95.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Both of the years, I'm saying, like he didn't like even Drexler was cool. Like he was a good player. I'm not saying he wasn't good, but he wasn't like. But I've said this on multiple times. I don't want Jokic to be like Hakeem. I would like for them to have more overall talent, but I think Jamal Murray this year, he might make the All-Star game. I think he deserves credit for what he's done this year. I just think like. Yeah, I mean, it's just he hasn't had the same level of talent, I think, of people of his weight class in the last 50 years. So, but that's like just a true statement. But I think that's just more so goes to they have never had a top 3 pick, period. And it's really rare for a team to go through a 20-year gap and you never have a player that you draft near the top of the board like that. That just really doesn't happen all that much, or you have a player on your roster that's doing that. But yeah, man, shout out to Jamal, man. He's playing incredible. Like he's having a really good season. And I can't wait if we talk about the Houston Rockets game on Friday, which I know Real Talk watched that game. That was a really good basketball game. I think there was a lot of good stuff done on both ends. And then we can definitely talk about that. And then obviously they lost versus the Kings the next day on the back-to-back. But yeah, I just think Jamal's playing really well, man. And no Aaron Gordon, no Christian Brown for 4 to 6 weeks either. So it's going to be even more weight that's on Jamal Murray's shoulders as the season goes on for the next month and a half.
Yeah, we'll see if he could continue to make Peyton Watson play at an NBA caliber level.
Hey, you like Peyton? Peyton playing well.
Peyton is balling right now.
Peyton's playing well. He's playing really well, man. Like, he's a good player.
The next super chat is from Hunter TV. Hunter says, shout out Ja. Calling Clay washed. Homeless man calls another homeless man broke.
Yeah, I think I would much rather have Klay Thompson to build my team, like to have on my team than Ja, personally. But
like prime Klay?
Klay Thompson's life.
Oh yeah, one's making 40+ million and one's making 12. Something I guess.
Living a great life, man.
You talk about prime Klay or current Klay?
At this point in their career,
prime.
I'll take
prime.
Prime. Oh yeah, come on, it's the immortal Klay Thompson. Come on, Ja's losing his goddamn mind.
Well, he didn't say it's a prime Klay. He said it's a 2025.
Yeah,
so.
no, I know.
He said you wash now.
The 2025 Klay is playing right now, by the way, and
I understand. I think
led both teams in scoring that game.
Very much.
At this point in their career, I think Ja's clearly.
Whoa.
I think we can all agree that Ja's clearly much better than Klay Thompson today.
So just out of curiosity, and I'm not saying he is, just curiosity.
Throwing it out there.
Why isn't like 2022, 2023 Ja Morant better than Klay Thompson was?
At his peak?
Yeah. Why isn't?
So I'll answer first. The reason I said I would rather have Klay is I think the role thing goes into it too, Mars. I think sometimes like I think there's advantage at having a really high level, like on ball player, tremendous downhill player, great point scorer, has a lot of bursts in his game, does things well. But I do think there's something to lower usage player, dominant off ball player, elite defender at his heyday, and then you also don't have to do the same things to get him involved in the offense as you do with somebody like Ja Morant. You could even put a better player or different kinds of player next to Clay than you could Ja. And I think for me, given what you would have to have for a number one for Ja based on how he has the ball in his hand, as opposed to Clay being able to operate as number 2 or 3, I would rather have Clay because I want a lower usage player with a higher floor than somebody who's dependent on shot making, driving, and health, and also a much worse defender, but not just like an individual defender. You can't execute a defense in the same scheme as you can with Clay. So my conversation is much more nuanced about like basketball fit as opposed to just individual one-on-one player, if that makes sense.
Okay, so you'd rather have Clay, but that doesn't mean he's better than Ja.
Well, I did answer that originally, by the way.
That's why. I hear you. I would agree with that. I think maybe, but just Ja Morant here, 2022, 2023, when Ja was at his best, Pete Klay Thompson, whenever that was. Why is Ja not better than that player?
Especially swapping when you consider. I just looked at it. Ja Morant, what years did you say? 22, 23?
22, 23, those 2 years.
22, 23. Both of those years, I'm just saying, they have a
26
positive
and
net
7
rating. They have a positive net rating when Ja Morant's off the court, number 1. And number 2, Clay's impact and his net rating for Golden State of 2016 is higher than both years for Ja Morant.
So you're saying Clay in 2016 was higher than Ja Morant at his peak, is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Well, maybe that's probably team construct too. You know, like they obviously were just a much better
now
team.
We want to talk about team construct.
Well, I'm saying, but you're saying it benefits Clay in this instance, right?
No, what I'm saying to you is after the conversation we just had, right, when it's all about impact, Klay Thompson is impacting the game more than Ja Morant.
I said I picked Clay.
Let me ask you this question real
quick. I picked Clay. Wouldn't that help me?
I thought you picked Ja.
I just gave a whole soliloquy about Clay. Where were you?
Russell don't listen to
Golly.
He's still thinking about Draymond.
Where are you?
I am. I ain't gonna lie.
He was just looking to fight me. I didn't even say I'm on your side. We got the same coat on.
Yo, is there anybody up here? Is there anybody up here taking Ja Morant over Clay? Or is it just
Ja Morant's better than
win
Klay
the
Thompson,
game
yes.
and we in overtime? Real talk, still stuck on the fact that he turned the ball over in regulation. Real talk, get with us, show. Come on, brother.
That's Scottie Pippen saying, "I'm not going in the game."
Get back with us, show. Real talk is on that. But Mars, the question that I would like to know when we're talking about Klay Thompson is, well, what's the best version of Clay? Because it sounds to me like 2022, 23, that's the best version of Ja. So if I'm thinking about the best version of Clay, I would think that I would think about 17, 18 maybe. I think that's the best version of him. And I'm thinking about a guy who plays off the basketball at an elite level, but I'm also an elite defender. Right. So in addition to me playing in that high-powered offense that I play in, where I'm the second most important in terms of a jump shooter, I'm the second most important guy in what we're doing. I'm also guarding in terms of perimeter players. I'm also guarding their best player. And I'm doing that at a high rate where I'm not fouling, where I'm challenging shots, where I'm beating guys to spots. And I have to also knock down open shots within our offense. So when I think about what Clay has done for that unit, and I'm also not an issue. Like, you ain't got to worry about, turning on the television and some nonsense happening with me. But if we're going to keep it strictly on the floor, I think that Klay Thompson was more impactful and more important to his crew than what Ja was.
Interesting. Okay.
That's fair to say, Chill. But if they're both on the table and I have not started a team yet and I'm building a team, I 100% have taken Ja Morant. 100% as my number one option. Like, I'm not even thinking twice. Now, if I already have a Steph Curry, if I already have a big man that's nice, if I have a Jokic or something like that, Giannis, all right, come on, Clay. Yeah, I'll take you, Clay. But if I don't have nothing,
what if you got Chris Webber?
I'm taking Clay.
Well, I'm saying that, then I think that means something, doesn't it? Like, if you just give him like a competent NBA team big or guard, like a playmaking guard, like, Clay can thrive off of that situation.
Yeah,
I'm saying, like, it doesn't
never
have to
seen
be
Clay in
Steph or
that number one
Jokic.
options world. Yeah, I mean, Chris
But
Webber's
that's
in
like
that
saying
category.
Scottie Pippen. Scottie Pippen's also not a better number one option than John Moran either. But you would still take Scottie Pippen.
Scotty
Why
and
is
Clay
Scottie
a little
Pippen not a
Like,
better
better
number?
than
Scotty and
John
Clay a
Moran.
little different.
No, Scottie Pippen's a
So does
better
Clay.
player than Klay Thompson.
I'm taking Scotty.
Hey, if
over
I got
Ja
if I
in
if I got
every
Scotty,
Why
if
are
I
scenario.
you shaking
if I
your
got
head?
Scotty, I'm
I didn't
taking Clay
shake. Who you
too.
talking to me? I didn't shake my head.
In every scenario, you take Scotty over Ja.
Scottie Pippen is better than Klay Thompson. Yeah.
If I have Scotty on my team, I'm still
Yeah.
it still stands true. I'm taking Klay Thompson. As long as I got that all-star number one option level player, give me Klay Thompson.
Ryan,
This is
I'm
going back-
I'm taking Clay over Ja in every scenario.
Hey,
Every scenario.
Mars. I'm not gonna lie, Mars. Apparently, you were just ahead of your time because everybody would now agree with your Draymond's better. than
Draymond and
Carmelo
Carmelo
take.
thing.
Yeah.
Then who?
I'm glad you knew what I'm.
Then who?
Oh,
Apparently,
Carmelo
now
and-
people have caught up.
Now that's ridiculous. Now that is ridiculous.
That's absolutely insane.
Why is that ridiculous?
Wait.
We can keep
I didn't hear.
shit
I didn't hear
about
a
it.
second player. Can
Swiper,
someone
Swiper,
repeat?
Swiper, you don't want to hear
it
this,
was
Swiper.
Carmelo Anthony.
Swiper.
Carmelo Anthony.
Swiper, you don't want to hear this, bro.
Crazy.
One more, hey, Swiper, one more time, Swiper. Just so you know, Mars thinks that Draymond is better than Carmelo Anthony.
No, he doesn't. He's never said this.
I did 3 years ago.
Okay, but
100%.
Mars, think about who you were. Think
Think
about who you were 3 years ago. You were a worse human being. You've grown and you developed now, and you're much more mature. But like,
That's
he
why
wouldn't-
Real Talk said I was ahead of my time. He just said that I had the opinion 3 years too early.
Are you now behind your time?
A lot of my
He
opinions.
could have
on
very well
basketball
just
changed.
caught up with himself. He could have
Yeah, a
done that.
lot of my opinions on basketball have changed. So,
Me too. I was a different person 3 years. Remember
I
Mars?
already said a year ago I don't agree with that take anymore.
Right, exactly.
So, no,
and Real Talk
but-
brought it up
but
to try
when I
to
said
bury
it-
Mars.
When I said it, no, he wasn't. He was saying
No,
that basically
no,
the
that's not
philosophy.
You don't know Real Talk's intentions. You can't say it. We don't know if he was trying to bury you or not.
Well, he wasn't. He was basically saying that the philosophy and the logic I had behind that quote is now becoming more popular in 2025.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
I think I had the worst take in 2021. I said MPJ was better than Shea. Because MPJ was playing better than Shea at the time. And he was like 6'10", scoring no crazy. But remember, Shea wasn't Shea yet.
It's
MPJ
cool
was
seeing
having
how
that
many
run.
people are new
Oh, that
here
was in
that they've
21.
never heard that take. So it's cool reading the chat and not like seeing how many people are newer to PC because that was a very old take.
I mean, Real Talk had the Lakers sweeping the Nuggets, and I think they were beating them in 5 or 6 in 23, I think. Yeah, we all grow. Like, it's just.
I know you hold on to them.
No, I don't hold on to anything. I don't have to hold. Could it happen again, by the way? So I don't have to hold on to anything. So
Right,
it's just,
but it,
You were holding on to
That's
someone.
why
I
they
was with you.
started-
yeah, he was holding on to something.
When you
Ron,
was
that's
any-
why- that's
Ron,
why you
any-
playing
Ron,
with-
anything that has
when
anything
I
to do
seen
with
you
me,
in that setting,
Ron,
when I seen you in that setting in Atlanta, you was holding on to something.
anything that has to do with me and body, I just leave it alone. I don't want to hear any words, any instances, any inferences. I don't want to hear anything. Nothing. You got too many allegations against you today. You got
That's
2
not
strikes
even
today.
what
You
I'm
can't get a third. Talking about what did he say? Put him on a poll. If I had to put him on a poll, who would it be? I'm good, Ron. I'm straight. Like I'm no more of that today.
Y'all nasty, bro.
Disgusting.
Shout out to
Be
Draymond.
true. 2310 said the Celtics be a 9-8 with their best playmaker, shot creator, passer, and all NBA second teamer playing at this level should be applauded. Shout out to the other guys stepping up.
Facts. Once All NBA Derek White starts playing like All NBA Derek White, they might be a real contender.
Third option, Derek White, by the way, too.
He's just in a slump
never-
right
Because
wanna
now.
right
get
now,
involved
Peyton
in
Pritchard's
that
outplaying
debate,
the
though.
shit out of
Third
him.
option, no. Third option, Derek White last year. Third option, Derek White this year, because Peyton Pritchard is the second option.
100%, 100%.
But I guess the judges can't put things into context. But we'll get to that here in a second, y'all. We'll get to the PCO here in
Y'all
a
still
second.
salty
But
about that, bro?
shout out to third option, Derek White. I got another super chat. Hold on, let me put it up here. No, not the super hot takes, not the super hot takes. Crunch time chats. There we go. Drink more agua sent through a super chat and said before the season, I said Khan would be around 14, 4, and 3. ... I never thought he would be damn near a 20-point per game scorer looking this good. Got some pieces for LaMelo and start to build this thing around, or get some pieces for LaMelo and start to build this thing around Khan.
He's amazing.
He's
Play-
a really good
I don't know if
player.
there's anything else I can
Rookie of the
say.
year?
For sure.
Right now, yeah, for
He
sure,
got-
easy.
That's not even a question.
I don't really think twice.
Hold on,
He's
no,
been
hold on, no.
Easily the best rookie.
Trade LaMelo and build around Khan?
I don't agree with that.
How are we feeling about
Yeah,
that?
I think they should. I actually think they should.
I wouldn't trade Melo. I also just don't know what his value would be, so I don't.
That's
know if
facts.
he should get that much. But I think Melo and Con is nice. I also think Brandon Miller could fit into that somewhat.
Exactly.
Yeah, it's everything else. I'll call Brandon too. Sion James. I think they've got the
Please
makings
don't
of
leave
a
him
good
out,
young
Boss.
core. Yeah, I
Please
think they've
don't
got the
leave the big
makings of a
fella
good
out.
young core. Obviously, my glory is Houston. Like they've got the makings of a good core. I just think give it some time. Obviously, LaMelo needs some working ankles, but I like Con. I think Con's great, and he's been better than I would have expected. And I was relatively high on him. I thought he would be good, but this early is definitely a pleasant surprise. His shot creation, especially like pull up jump shots and stuff, a lot better than it was in school. So he's definitely worked on that, and I'm happy for him. He looks good.
I just want to know, what is the obsession with having a good young player on your team, and then like, oh, now we got to trade this guy. Like, why do
Other
you
good
have to-
young player.
Well, LaMelo said he
Because
won't.
right now,
you know,
society-
There's
I
only
wonder
enough
why.
room in the city for one of us. That's why.
Yeah, because we
Right.
live in a right
What,
now
this
society.
town ain't big enough for
Everything
the
is
two
right
of
now.
us.
Yeah, that's what it
Like,
is. Yeah.
the fuck?
Well, I feel like
Even though I think Lamelo's game like perfectly complements Conkin. Like
That's
perfect.
exactly perfectly.
Well, I think the Dylan Harper, De'Aaron Fox one was dumb, obviously, but the LaMelo one, I think, is a lot of it. LaMelo seemingly is having a lot of issues, and they both kind of need a fresh start. Charlotte ownership and LaMelo, so I think that's more so what it's about with me at this point. They just seem to have a lot of disagreements.
Didn't LaMelo come out and say that he's happy there, and that rumor isn't true?
Yeah, but that's not the first time it's I'll just say it's not the first time it's happened. I don't know.
Right.
Like I said, if it, whatever. It could end up being great. I don't want to say it won't work out, but this isn't the first, there's been a lot of stuff behind the scenes, I'm saying, like between the two sides. That's all I'm saying. Yeah,
Yeah, but to the point about like wanting to trade LaMelo because now Conkin Nipple's playing well. To me, that doesn't make any sense. They have a great offense when both of them are on the floor, and Charlotte is finally getting the team around LaMelo that is enhancing his strong suits, which is his passing and playmaking. And then with more offensive threats on the court, he doesn't have to be a volume scorer, which that is what he does inefficiently, or at best league average. So they're leaning into his strong suits. I think he's taking damn near like 3 less shots a game this year compared to last. So he's leaning into it as well. Is when they get Brandon Miller back, if he has Brandon Miller,
just came back. He just came back.
Brandon Miller, Conkin Nipple on the wing, 2 players that can shoot, get out a little bit in transition and run, and Brandon Miller can finish at the rim as well. Like, this is the kind of team you want to formulate around LaMelo.
Yeah. Shout out, by the way, Miles Bridges. That's but he's having a good year as well. He's
exactly.
He's definitely come a long way.
Miles has been balling for the last 3 seasons.
No, Miles
has been a bucket. It's obviously there was some. He's also something else off the court, and that skews people's views of him on the court. But Miles he's been one of the best off-ball players in the NBA. He's been able to knock down that open 3. He can get downhill. He's a demon in fast breaks or in transition. Miles is a good-ass basketball player and always has been.
Yeah,
I can get with that. He fumbled the bag because he got into that goofy stuff with his ex-wife. So he was on his way to being a max.
I don't think you can have
that was happening.
Melo, Con, Miles, and Brandon Miller. Though. That's 4 bad defenders. I don't know if you.
What's the story with Brandon Miller, by the way? Like, how come he hasn't been in the lineup? What's going on?
Well, he hurt his shoulder. Who were they playing? I was watching the game and he left in like the first quarter. And then he just came back against the Clippers. So the game James Harden had 600 points. That was his first game back.
And then he didn't play last night.
Precautionary. But I think Brandon Miller should be in the lineup going forward, I think. Also, Jaden Ivey just came back. I don't know if we'll talk about that. But so teams are getting themselves relatively healthy.
All right,
Bridges
if y'all want us to
defender? Okay. I guess.
If y'all want us to talk about Jaden Ivey, send through a super chat. Or if you guys want us to talk about anything else that we haven't touched on yet, send through a super chat. But in the meantime, we're going to get on to the next super chat from the People's 23. The People's 23 said that get back was sweet. Shay, 37 through 3/4. Mars, Check his shooting splits. Check DPOY ... Man, life is good back to back.
Yeah, Shea's 50,
I don't know if you guys know this.
9.8. So
He's what? Say that one more time.
50, it's like 52, 41, 89.8.
That's 90. Give me a break.
That boy get that 50, 40, 90. Y'all could just gift wrap it up, put a nice
Someone
little bow
sent a
on
super
top.
chat.
Gift
ask
wrap
about
what
that.
up,
Yeah.
Ron? Be
Yeah,
The league
specific.
MVP.
No,
That's
if
what
Be
he is.
specific.
Someone sent a
League
super chat
MVP.
asking if Shea's 50, 40, 90 is a unanimous.
Right here. Let me read this and then we'll get it. And then we'll get
W
it.
host Mars. W host.
Yeah. That's how I remember super chat's crazy.
Yeah.
EB in real LT talk said, can you talk about how SGA is averaging 32 points and 7 assists and hasn't played in 11 fourth quarters and is shooting 50, 40, 90? Will he be unanimous MVP?
No.
I don't think it's possible to win unanimous MVP with the numbers and the performance that Jokic is putting up. And then Luka, and then Giannis when he gets back, if he's at
And
69.
then Luka. We can quit that.
Yeah, hey. So I don't think unanimous is possible, just because I think there will be a voter who's like, yeah, the guy averaging a 30 point.
A bunch of voters.
Scoring we've ever seen. Yeah, I don't think unanimous is possible, but I do think if the voting were to happen today, Shea would win it, and I would venture to say,
You think going away, Mars? You think he wins it going away?
Last season, I told you it was going to be 70-30. Jokic, Shea over Jokic, and apparently that one was a bit off. And I think it was like exactly like 70-30, or like in and around that range. Like, yeah, I think Shea would win it pretty comfortably if the voting was today.
Ox, 8 of the last 10 games that Oklahoma City has played, Shea has played a grand total of 6 minutes in the fourth quarter.
That was against the Kings, right? Because he played in the fourth against the Kings.
Yeah, he has played in 8. Like I said, in 8 of the last 10 games, he's played a total of 6. He missed of the 10. Let me rephrase that, Ox. Of the 10 games, he's played a total of 6 minutes. 8 of the last 10 games, he has not played in the fourth quarter. In 8 of the last 10 games that they've played in, that he's not.
If
played.
I remember correctly, going back through Shea's season, because they went double overtime the first 2 games, so he played a lot of minutes, 40 plus. Then the next game he didn't play the fourth. Then the next game he did. Then he did again. Then he didn't. Then he didn't. Then he didn't. Then he did. Then he didn't. Then he did. Then he didn't.
Mm-hmm. So
they're beating teams in 3 quarters, and he's averaging 30.
They are smoking everybody. But when you're talking about being the unanimous league MVP, that means nobody else is doing what I'm doing, and nobody else is more valuable to their team. Nobody is more valuable to their team, and that's just not true. Because what Joker doing, I don't know if y'all. I watched that Detroit game when they played Milwaukee. They offensively and defensively, Milwaukee falls off a cliff without Giannis on the floor. They compete with him off the floor, but they completely fall off a cliff without him. That's a lottery team without Giannis on the crew. They definitely are bottom 5 team.
Chill. I get what you're saying with who's most valuable to their team, but and I know that's what the award's called, but that's not how it's given.
That's exactly how it's given, Ron.
In swipe, chill. No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not. It's not who's the most valuable to their team. Like, chill, come on. That's not
the
how
award
the
has
award
never been which team falls off the most without X player. It's never.
I didn't say which team falls off the most.
But that's how you just determine value of Giannis. That's what you just did.
How valuable you are to your unit. I just use Giannis as an example. That's all I did. Okay, us winning, us losing, us scoring, us rebounding, us playing defense, us being a good offensive team, us being a good defensive team. What are we good at when this guy is on the floor? What are we good at with this guy off the floor, with him out of the lineup? How well do we play when he's not here? And I don't know if you know this, but just yesterday is the first time that San Antonio has lost since Wemby's been out of the lineup.
But chill, out of the lineup.
What does that mean? If Shea didn't play, they would still win the games they're winning because they're playing. They would beat those teams. Utah, Sacramento.
They've had a very easy schedule.
Yeah, I don't think people realize. Like, and again, this is no diss. They're on pace to.
They wouldn't be 17-1.
Ron. They have played one of the easiest schedules to start the season in NBA history. This doesn't mean anything, by the way, chat. They're going to win 75 games because they're that good. So if they no, but
they win 75.
Hold on. All I'm trying to do is push back on what Ron is saying. Is that I'm trying to give the context for what they're doing. They're also great, but they also have played one of the easiest schedules ever. So I think the problem is that like the reason why the numbers are like they're like a plus 16 on the season so far. They were a plus 12.5 last year. So like they're going even further than they did last season. So I think some of this is, Ron, if Shea wasn't available, they would still be running through these teams. Like they would
running. Yeah,
but hold on. I'm not done. I'm just saying that like
not be winning these games.
Which game would they not? Which game would they not have won?
Not be.
Which game would they not have won?
Here's what I'm saying. I can't go to a specific game.
Games.
Without SGA and without J Dub, you're talking about as this team is constructed. So
yes, that's what I'm saying. Without J Dub,
that's a hard one. Swipe. I don't know about all that.
Yeah, I'm asking which team would they not have won?
I'm not gonna lie.
I hear you.
I'd assume they'd probably be about 12-5.
That's different than 17-1. Yo.
I'm not arguing that. I'm not arguing that. I'm just saying I think they'd probably be about 12-5 if Shea hadn't played.
So
no, I don't think people understand how historically great like what the team is though. That's what I'm trying to understand. Like Shea makes it that, but also chill. They're also like phenomenal.
This is a weak
with that. But that's all I'm saying. Like
exactly.
it's not a bad thing. That's just that's what they're doing. They're handling business the way they should. But the question was, Ron, like what are they without Shea? Well, no, like we're you can look into all this. They are still really good without Shea. But with Shea, they're phenomenal. Is what I'm saying. Like there's a gap between good and then phenomenal. Shea makes them phenomenal. They're good. So there's no discrediting. Like he literally said something. I'm just simply correcting it, like based on what's actually happening. That's all that happened. That's all.
Are you looking at their schedule right now? Games played, Chill?
I am looking at.
They have a very weak schedule. They've been playing some bad teams, but to me, that still doesn't like. At a certain point, is as far as this MVP argument, like what Shea is doing right now is, I mean, it's phenomenal. Like we haven't really seen a guard too much, and I usually do the team thing as well. Swipe, I do agree with you. I think that number one, they have been playing an easier schedule. I think his team is phenomenal, obviously, but at the end of the day, like he's practically doing like 24 Joel Embiid stuff as far as the at the basket and short mid-range percentages. And the volume of it, he's actually better at the rim than Embiid in 24, which is absolutely insane. And he's shooting a better percentage from short mid-range than Joel Embiid in 24 also.
Which sounds crazy as hell.
Considering how good a mid-range he's scoring the ball at such a prolific and efficient clip as a guard off the live dribble that cool. Yeah, they have a great defense. They have some fantastic ancillary players, but he's playing at an all-time level right now. Swipe.
Ron, no, but hold on.
He's an offense by himself.
By the way, chat, I didn't bring up the schedule stuff. I brought it up to respond to Ron. That's all. But the only thing I will say is like I mean, we're gonna get to Jokic in a minute, but I do think at this juncture we're wholly not talking about the reason why the vote is leaning the way it is so far, NBA.com, like all the other stuff, like the odds are split despite the winning gap. Jokic is having an unprecedented season, like period, guard, center, forward. So I'm saying that like that's why things are as split as they are right now, even with them being 17-1, 16-1 or whatever. Like
things are split. What do you mean by split? Like 50-50?
So like the FanDuel odds and like all that kind of stuff, like who's like favored and everything. Yeah, like all that
Ron,
stuff. Yeah,
Ron, we had brought up a weak schedule. I specifically, I thought Atlanta would be really good this year. We had that game on playback. They smoked Atlanta. Atlanta's not a bad team. They're a playoff team.
No, they were. This was when they had Trae Young in the lineup.
Mm-hmm. And they smoked them. They smoked them dudes. Okay, I thought Dallas would be a lot better than what they are.
No, they've been historically weak, by the way, Chad. I can prove all this stuff. So you're talking to me. Make sure you come correct.
They're bottom of the league in strength of schedule, and
yeah.
I mean, teams underperforming.
Is it because the reason why I'm asking this, Mars, is it because these teams didn't fill out so far the way we like? Everybody thought the Clippers would be a lot better than what they are right now. They're not very good. They lost to that Trailblazer team.
Yeah, well, that's part of the schedule. Yeah, if you're
the
playing
Golden
teams
State
that are bad, yeah.
They thought that the Golden State Warriors would be better than what they are. They smoked that Laker team, right? Not only did that, but then you got Charlotte.
They beat us by halftime.
Mm-hmm.
They're gonna dominate teams regardless. I don't think Swipe is making the case that their record isn't they're not as good as whatever. That's not the argument. The argument is they've had the weakest schedule in the NBA. Therefore, they would probably win a lot of these games with or without Shea. But I don't think that should be the measure of value.
It isn't.
Yeah, this is me talking about the measure of value should be, would your team win without you? That shouldn't be
Mars.
And I don't think it should be I'm sorry, real talk.
The overarching point, the reason why Swipe brought that up though is because we have to also remember the super chat. The super chat is if Shea continues to do this and OKC continues to do this, and he does it on 50, 40, 90 splits, it's wraps for the MVP. And Swiper obviously wants to push back against that because of how Jokic is playing, and that is fair. However, that super chat is correct. If OKC wins 70 plus games and Shea plays how he's playing right now, that's not a conversation.
Unanimous?
Kiss that shit goodbye.
I mean, right now they're on pace for 77 wins. So yes, if they won 77 games,
kiss it goodbye.
I think I'd highly doubt some.
Swiper.
No,
forget about it. Okay,
Ron. I think
maybe not unanimous though, but Ron.
Okay, just for context, if the Nuggets maintain pace, which they probably won't, they win 62 games this year, and Jokic is 30, 13, and 11. Leads the NBA in rebounding and assists, and also it's a plus 15 efficiency, which would be the greatest scoring season ever. If he does all of that, then no, it's not going to be unanimous.
No, it's not.
Shea would win it running away. I'm saying that with confidence.
Well, no, I'm responding to the super chat.
I'm the first one who said it wouldn't be unanimous.
No, not you.
But Shea
Real
would,
talk.
Shea would win it. Shea would win it running away.
I 62 wins. I legit don't know. I mean, at that point, we would see. No, but think about it.
77.
I'm saying if 60.
I don't even want to say 77. 77 is ridiculous. Even it's like for you threw out 75 games.
62 and 70.
I even think 75 is ridiculous.
No, but 62 and 70 is not happening. I'm sorry, it's not happening.
Golden State's records. Anything above that.
Let's just say
74 wins. 74 wins.
If they get 73, it's unanimous.
It wouldn't be unanimous.
There
wasn't a field.
If they get 73, and you're right, there wasn't a field.
In 16, there wasn't a field to.
But what I'm trying to tell you is, it doesn't matter the field. If Shea wins 72 games, J-Dub has not been there for a quarter of the season. He hasn't
72 and they won 62, Ron.
I don't even know when is J-Dub supposed to come back.
There's a big gap between 62 and 72. 10 wins makes it seem like
no, but there is. But if
when is J-Dub supposed to come back? Because the vote.
I haven't even heard anything about J-Dub.
The voters are supposed to put you have to put context into this whole thing.
Yeah.
That's like that's like Steph Curry doing that without Klay Thompson.
Yeah,
I'm saying like you have to put it into context. You have to. When does J-Dub come back? If they win 73 games and J-Dub is gone for a third of the season, he's averaging. He's leading the league in scoring, or second, or just averaging the 31 that he's averaging, and he's doing it on
30.
50, 40,
but that's what I'm saying though. At some level, hold on, Ron. Somebody's currently scoring better than him right now. So what I'm saying is that
somebody's scoring better than Jokic too.
No one is. No, it's never happened. That's what I'm trying to tell you, Ron. It's not going to sustain itself. It's not going to.
3 quarters.
But it's never. I know. I hear you. No, I hear you. But again,
when the strength of schedule goes up, and he starts scoring 36.
It's never.
Objectively, he's doing it in 3 quarters.
No, but that's fine. But he's still averaging 32 on 67. That is elite. But what I'm saying is, if somebody's going to average 30 on 73 all year, it would literally be unprecedented. It's never happened. What I'm saying is, if you win 62 games and you lead the NBA in rebounds and assist, like that, and then Jamal, and then on top of that, Christian, and then hold on, real talk, no flapping, and then on top of that, Christian Brown's out for 6 weeks.
And you're
6 weeks.
discombobulated.
Aaron Gordon is out for 6 weeks.
Okay, now
I hear you. Aaron Gordon and
be
Christian
out
being
of
down and you in 62 games on those numbers. No, it's just not going to be
No,
unanimous. It's not
Swiper,
going
I
to.
agree. I agree with you, Swiper. I don't think it will be unanimous. I've been saying that. I don't think it'll be unanimous either way. Either way, I don't think it'll be unanimous because Jokic is having an insane season, and Aaron Gordon just going out. If they can keep up this pace, it's very impressive. But you got to remember too, Swiper, J-Dub hasn't touched the floor yet,
Agree. And they're still one of the best teams of all time.
And SGA is doing this in 3 quarters.
Yeah, scoring. He's scoring the ball crazy. I agree. He's going crazy.
Stop just saying no.
That's what you bring up the points. You brought up the points. I'm bringing up the points.
You're undermining this, Swiper.
No, you brought up the points. I'm responding to the points.
You said it is like
You're undermining.
Okay. I want to ask because the chat is glazing like wild. I'm asking you at this point, real talk. I'm legitimately asking you. Could you for somebody you were fair on Friday, so I'm giving you the chance not to be fair, but like your critique for rightfully so. Is he playing better than Jokic so far this year? And then the next question is, if they win 62 games at what Jokic is doing this year, is it going to be a runaway unanimous at this point with both of those things?
I'll answer both of these questions.
Sure.
Is he playing better than Jokic this year? Probably not. If anything, they're playing around the same level. And if you're taking Jokic is playing better, I'm not arguing with you with that whatsoever. Jokic is playing phenomenal basketball. What was the second question?
If they win 62 games this year and Jokic is averaging 30, 13, and 11 and all that, yeah.
Gotcha. If they win 62 games, again, if in comparison to OKC winning 72 plus, that 62, in my opinion, Swipe, is not going to hold as much weight. And I do think Shea wins the award. Again, not unanimously, but Shea's going to run away with it. Similar to last year, unfortunately, I know y'all don't want, that was the precedent. Because I know Jokic is playing better this season, but all of the same arguments rang true last year, Swipe. Last year, Jokic was playing phenomenal basketball offensively. Last year, in a lot of people's opinion, that was his best offensive season to date, right? He was scoring like 29 on dumb efficiency. He was averaging a triple-double. All of the same talking points.
On 50 wins, yeah.
But same talking points as far as him being better individually are the same talking points that you can still use today.
No, but he's better. But I'm saying he's a better all-around player this year, though. Yeah.
I
Even with him being a better all-around player,
yeah, Shea is better as well. But I'm saying those same arguments still ring true. Like, she's not going to catch. If OKC's winning 72 games, 73 games, and Shea is doing what he's doing, that's who wins the award. That's who's going to win. Running away.
The problem that with Real Talk, and Real Talks makes a really good point. You just brought up the 62 wins. I mean, I saw a dude win league MVP unanimous, and the dude that came in second, his team won 67 games, and he was the defensive player of the year. That happened. 100% that happened. Yes. So
yeah, but I'm saying like
60, the idea, and that's the most wins that the San Antonio Spurs have ever had in the history of their organization. And Steph Curry won the league MVP going away. Meanwhile, Kawhi Leonard was very close to 50, 40, 90 on elite defense, and Curry won it going away. So what I'm seeing with Joker, to be fair with you, Swiper, to be fair with what I'm seeing with Joker, I'm seeing another all-time great season. In fact, something better than last year. But I don't think that the record wouldn't matter because I already saw that happen with Kawhi Leonard.
No, but the issue is Kawhi wasn't this individually, though. Like, there's a gap. There's a significant – I'm going to be respectful. There is a gap between what Kawhi did in 16 and 17 and what Jokic is doing right now, though. I think that's the problem. And I think – so, but again, the question was unanimous. I don't think it's unanimous. But I do think – I do think at the point. Well, I mean, Ox, you could disagree if you want, brother. I mean, there's just, it's just. I don't have to tell you, bro. Like, like, yeah, it's going crazy, bro. I hear you.
All right, fellas. It is about that time for us to get to the top 5 comments of the week.
Can't guard his own shadow, but whatever.
This is courtesy of everybody that has watched the show but didn't watch it live, or maybe you did watch it live, but you went back and you left a comment based on what you've seen. We get a lot of super chats, and we show a lot of people love to the people that watch the show and send through chats live. We show a lot of love to the people in the chat sending through goofy comments like Cultured Bandit, Ox, you're not gonna let that slide. Like Too Clutch Corey, 68 wins is our most. Like, who else is in here? My man produced by whoever. All of these guys in the chat. It's a lot of people in the chat. This dude named Pirate. We get a lot of people in the chat that send through comments, but we don't show enough love to the people who after the show come through and send through gems, show us love, like the video, all of that stuff. So now is the time where we get an opportunity to do that. Let's get into it, fellas. The first comment of the week is brought to you by Moments Toussaint.
Momentous chat.
Momentous Chat. There you go. Momentous Chat, episode 693, said once again, Penn's talent of having me agree with his main argument, but never the individual subpoints, is extraordinary.
That was when he said Jokic is a better passer than James Harden. Which I agree with, by the way.
I saw parts of that episode that was disgusting on both fronts. By Penn too, but not knowing the stats before he said them. And then that's the problem. I think if you're gonna say something, you got to be able to verify. What happens is Mars, you were a third party member of the conversation. Mars gets on this computer, and then rim assist, per 100 possessions, and then boom, boom, boom. I'm just like, all right, well, I wouldn't start there, Penn, but for sure, I think if you want to talk about best passer ever. I would throw the Friday highlight up. Real talk. I saw your playback, the behind the back baseline pass that Jokic threw, the Bruce Brown that he sold.
Houston?
Yeah, that was
That was a crazy point.
That was almost hit dude in the face. Yeah. Was that a better pass than what Luka threw over his head to Marcus Smart last night?
Yes.
All right, let's see.
I want to ask y'all a quick question. In this space and what we do, what is more important to y'all? Like Penn making a statement and being right about that statement, or his ability to argue the statement? Like, does it really matter? Like, I'm curious. Like, what's more important? Like, him being right or the argument of
arguing it, being able to argue it, articulate it? Because I think that's what the PCL and debates are here.
But this ain't the PCL.
Absolutely.
I think if I'm having
Ron's wrong a lot, but he just talks fast. So that's a strategy. You got to be able to talk through a point. It doesn't matter if it's right or wrong.
And you know what, Swiper? And I know we haven't got to this point yet, but the ability to fast talk really cooks the judges. I mean, I'm not gonna bring up Franz and J Dub right now.
Did you see how Ron came on the PCL?
I won't talk about Franz and J Dub right now, but when the judges get fast talked, I mean they get fast talked. Oh my God!
Hold up!
Oh my God!
Hold up! We are about to get to the PCL. Okay, we're about to get to the PCL. We still got a few more comments of the week. So the next comment of the week I got is from Jerry Friends, episode 964. Jerry said, "Chill is by far the funniest panel member. It'd be 99.999% unintentional, but he's hilarious."
I'm happy to entertain you, brother. I don't think I'm that funny, to be honest with you, but all right, that's what's up. I'll take it.
Hey, Ron, do you stink face again?
You're hilarious, Chill.
Do you PCL face? Well.
Next chat of the week or comment of the week is from iCapo, episode 694. Said Mars wants people to judge lateral quickness with numbers somehow. How else are you supposed to judge lateral quickness? Rolling eye emoji. Arguing just to argue. Cook, real talk.
Mars, you want people to get judged by their defensive stance with numbers? Is that what he's trying to say? I'm getting in my defensive stance.
That's what he's trying to say. Yeah.
What the hell?
But yeah, that's what he's trying to say.
That's funny, bro.
Cook, whoever that was,
people here
on straight foolishness that day.
My ability.
That's how Marcus Smart's the clients. He said he moves slower laterally. I said based on what? That doesn't mean I wanted numbers.
I said based on watching them. That's what I said.
And then I asked, "What are you seeing?" I asked, "What are you seeing?" He said he doesn't move as fast. What do you want me to do with that?
How else do you want me to explain that?
Bring up examples of things you saw where he's getting beat to a spot or something. No, he just doesn't move as fast. Like I'm just
supposed to archive. I'm just supposed to just archive.
Then how do you know he's moving slower, but you can't think of any examples of him moving slower?
I'm just supposed to archive those in my head.
No, so you're telling me you watch Marcus Smart can compartmentalize.
I did say
can compartmentalize that he's moving slower. You're like, oh yeah, he's not moving like he used to. But you can come to that conclusion, but your brain can't think of what led you to that conclusion.
As far as a specific play, no.
Examples, yes. Oh, I was watching Marcus Smart. I think he moves slower. I can't tell you why I think that, but I think he does.
I can't tell you why. I said I watched him.
You said I watch him not move as fast. What?
Correct.
He got it.
Remember, you got to just argue through the point.
My ability to slip blockouts per 100 possessions says that I'm the best guy in the league. Get the Ox, man. I swear to God, we're gonna start doing some bullshit. Stop playing.
The next comment of the week comes from J Shack 2334, episode 695. J Shack said, "Shout out to Ryan Kalkbrenner. Went to high school with him and hoped he'd make it, but I never thought he would become Chill's favorite big in the league."
Okay, keep looking around. All right, we getting close. Like I said, real talk. We've been on a couple of dates. She ain't been asked to come over the house yet. She ain't been asked to stay over yet, but we've been on a couple of dates and it's going really well. That's all I'm gonna say about this. That's all I'm gonna say about this. So you know how I feel about the big man, right? You know how I feel about the big man. He does big man things. I love his efficiency around the rim. He's been awesome. His ability to rim protect and rebound. I just love that he's a rim runner, and that's huge for being a big man. Like he runs to the rim. He'll do the other stuff when he's not running to the rim, but he'll run right to the rim. And then once that happens, I'm coming up, I'm setting the screen. Okay, I am a pick and pop guy. Once he learns how to be more of an efficient big man in the league, yeah, I'm loving this kid. He's awesome. Boston, you screwed up passing on this kid. You screwed up.
Especially with them needing a big anyway.
With them needing a 5-man, yes.
Yeah.
And last but not least, the final top 5 comment of the week is from 448 Damon XX, episode 692. Damon said, "So real talk is against relative to era unless it's 2000s players. LOL. Truth be told, people are just going to defend the era they were introduced to."
I'm actually glad you brought this comment up because I saw that, in number one, I don't know how I wasn't doing relative to era, because that was after the episode where I said like T-Mac could come into 03 T-Mac could come into today's league and do a lot of damage, right? And I still stand by that statement wholeheartedly, by the way. It's not relative to era when I'm judging one person off their individual skill set. That's how I typically judge players. There's a reason why I'm high on somebody like Jerry West, because I think he had a really good skill set. I think that could translate throughout multitudes of eras in basketball. That's how I try to do things. I know even when you do skill set, well, how do you use your skill set to impact the game, et cetera, et cetera? I know that. But to me, that's not being against or for relative to era. I was talking about one specific player and how that one specific player with his skill set could translate into an environment that's more beneficial for him to play in and be very good in that environment. I don't really see how that's relative to era or whatever point you were trying to make, but shots to you.
All right, y'all. Before we get into this PCL talk, and before I read these comments from the PCL and all of this good stuff, fellas, we got a lot of super chats, so we're gonna run through about 5 of these, and then we'll get over to that. So you guys just hold your horses, buckle your seatbelts. We're gonna get to where you guys need us to be here very soon. But DSG Piccolo got some things to say to y'all. DSG Piccolo said, "Blazers win Wednesday, and we win our group. No PG, no point guard versus OKC is tough. I'm tired of watching G League hoops. Rupert isn't an NBA player. Klingon, a +2, in a 27-point loss, I'm leaving here with something.
You know who's also not
Nonsense.
an NBA player?
Nonsense ref game is going to cost Denver the in-season tournament. It's crazy. They lose that game.
Oh, that Tomani amazing defense.
Yeah.
But yeah, Ron, your guy, your glorious king, Yang he's not good, man. He's
not king, my glorious emperor.
Yeah, he is not good. But hey,
would it have something to do,
he's not
Mars? Would it have something to do, Mars, with the height differential? Because it's a lot different playing guys this big against playing guys this big.
I think that's part of it. I don't know what Portland saw. I'm gonna assume they're very extensive in their scouting, so I'm not going to speak for Portland. For everyone else who also only heard of Yang on draft night, I think unfortunately they fell victim to some highlights. Reality is he's just not that good. I don't know what to tell you. He's just not that good. He can't box out bigs at all. I'm watching people just get, so there might not be numbers for it. So sorry, Cho, I don't have box outs per 100 possessions. But what I do know is he can't box out anyone. The amount of offensive rebounds he gives up is ridiculous. He can't move his feet on defense. Offensively, a lot of his passes are predetermined. He doesn't have this elite balance and footwork that people thought he had for whatever reason. And he can't really score because he doesn't have great touch, and he's pretty much exclusively a below the rim finisher. Doesn't really have any athletic tools that you can point to and be like, oh yeah, nice. I'm not saying he'll never be good. Right now, he just sucks. That's right, man. Right now, he just sucks. And Portland trading to get him with their, 16th pick?
Mm-hmm.
Hopefully it works.
Yeah, Ron, with your goofy ass trying to sell me on him right now.
Yeah, you said he should start. Yeah, Ron, that was
Ron.
But yeah, he's not.
Get that shit out of here.
He's not good, like at all.
My bad,
He
y'all.
doesn't really have many
I'm
redeeming
out of
qualities.
airball that. My bad.
Yeah.
Other than
okay.
like the fact that he's a
fine.
willing passer, I don't think there's anything that he does that's particularly good. And he's not even that good of a passer. He's just very willing, which is
Isn't
nice.
he a kid too? How old is this kid?
20.
20, yeah.
So
Yeah, he's still young. So I'm not saying his career's over. But what I am saying is he sucks.
Yeah, we got to teach him how to play at the pro level, Mars. That's what we got to do. We got to teach him how to play at the pro level. I think the skill set is there. I just think that there's some things that we got to work. I know it's a lot of raw stuff. It is. It's a lot of raw stuff that we got to work out. So like releasing on the block out, big fella. Just because you block somebody out does not mean that you can't go get the ball. And when that person goes to get the ball, you got to go get the ball too. You can't just expect them to just run right by. No, that's not the way that works. They just so you know, when you see this guy cutting to the rim, they see him cutting to the rim too. So your passing is very anticipatory. Like they know that you're going to do that, right? So it's just about teaching him the game. That's all. I don't think he knows the game.
Pick that turned into Cedric Coward as well. I think that was the pick. And Cedric's been, in my opinion,
he's gonna be better than Cedric.
We'll see, but Cedric's been a top 3 rookie.
Don't get caught up in that.
So I'll say that, and they gave up that pick. So
shout out Cedric, leading all rookies in advanced analytics.
Give him rookie of the year.
Shooting at an elite level, playing good.
What does that even mean? What advanced analytics?
Well, just the things you guys like, win shares,
box plus
win
minus,
shares, box plus minus,
I think he leads
board,
all rookies in
those
EPM.
things. Yeah,
Like,
that stuff. You know,
he probably leads all rookies in dark code DPM. That's a popular one these days. You know, anytime a player gets
Is
compared, you see that
LeBron?
dark code
Where's his
graphic.
LeBron?
He probably leads all rookies in LeBron. Yeah,
In LeBron. Yeah.
LeBron War. That's a stat. He probably leads them in LeBron War. Raptor. He probably leads them in Raptor. Yeah.
Okay.
so I'm just saying the analytics favor him heavily, which means that we should think of him on that level.
But Cedric Howard is nice. We're making a study of advanced stats, but Cedric Howard is nice. Like he's probably
when we get to the
second or third best rookie.
When we get to the offseason, because I'm sure that's going on in Portland when they're thinking about moving on, who is at the top of the list of coaches? Because it's not going to be Splitter moving on. Splitter is not their guy.
You don't think so?
No, he's not their guy. So who's at the top of their list if you're thinking about coaches?
Michael
I'm calling
Malone,
Mike
Taylor
ASAP.
Jenkins, I'd assume.
ASAP.
That
Taylor
makes sense.
Jenkins.
Thibodeau. I don't know if you want to run your team into the ground, but yeah, maybe.
I do not want to do that. Nope.
All right, the next super chat is from the Trib one. Trib said, Dre better than Kenyon and most of the players Kenyon mentioned in 5-on-5 basketball. It's a team sport with one ball. We don't need to do basketball or narratives. Dre is better. It is what it is.
I didn't hear the whole list. He said Dennis Rodman, and I stopped listening. So, but
Draymond's good. I think he's better than Kenyon. I'll say that. But how good, I don't know. Like when people say like LaMarcus Aldridge or Blake Griffin are better than Draymond's, like
No.
I think it's very obvious we understand what they mean when they say that. Like, do I agree? Maybe, but like we understand when someone says Blake Griffin is better than Draymond Green. Like surely we understand that how someone could get to that conclusion.
Oh,
Like,
man.
surely we.
Oh, Miles, really quickly, I'm going to run this down to you. So he said Giannis, Anthony Davis,
Yep.
Dirk, Barkley, Garnett, Tim
Yep.
Duncan, Rodman, Malone, Weber, Stoudemire,
Mhm.
Bosch,
Yep.
Shee,
Mhm.
Gasol,
Okay.
Elton Brand,
No.
Anton Jameson, Zach
No.
Randolph.
Hell no.
I don't.
No.
Yeah, I'm not buying that neither.
No.
Zach
This is
Randolph.
okay.
Wait.
He's losing me here. He's losing me here. I'll say that.
I'm just curious. I know you. So wait. Can y'all tell me? Because you said
Anton Jameson is not better than Draymond Green. No,
No.
yeah. That's
Hell
what.
So
no.
I agreed with all the names. Then he said Dennis Rodman. I disagreed. Then he said a bunch of names that it's like I'm fine with that.
wait. No, it was Elton Brand. So y'all don't agree with Elton Brand.
Yeah, Elton Brand. He's just better than Elton Brand.
Are y'all shitting me?
I would never
Y'all
take.
don't
I,
got
I
Elton
wouldn't
Brand?
take.
My bad.
I wouldn't take. Like Elton Brand's better on the
I'm
block.
fine.
May I-
Elton
may-
Brand is
I'm-
cool.
really
Anton
quickly,
Jameson,
Ron.
I
Real
disagree
quick,
with
Ron.
Anton Jameson.
Real quick, Ron.
Y'all got a
Real
problem with
quick, Ron.
Anton Jameson?
I do.
Real-
Yeah,
real-
I don't-
real
I don't
quick.
agree with that.
I do too. So
Forearm band,
Zach
Antoine
Randolph,
Jameson.
Carlos
Oh, Lord.
Boozer, David West, Jermaine O'Neal, Sean Kemp,
Jermaine was
Derek
trash.
Coleman, Danny Manning. Get the fuck out of here.
Danny Manning was a fool.
Larry Johnson,
Big Laro, Charlotte, Big
Give me
Laro.
Larry Johnson.
Larry Johnson, LaMarcus
I'm not mad at
Aldridge,
Larry.
Blake Griffin,
Easy.
Kevin Love, Al Jefferson, Drew Gooden. Hell no.
Drew Gooden was a fool.
Kansas
Fuck
Drew
outta here.
Gooden was better than
Drew-
Draymond at
Drew-
Michigan
Drew
State.
Hell
Gooden is
no.
insane. Drew
Lost
Gooden is
me
Damn,
with
Drew
Drew Gooden.
Gooden.
Lost me with Drew Gooden.
It's
Okay.
it's a no to Al
Is that the
Jefferson
first name
too,
that he
though.
lost you with? Is that the first name he lost you with, Drew Gooden?
Well, Danny Manning. I'm not.
Okay. Well,
Josh,
Danny Manning
Josh
made
Smith,
some
Josh Smith,
Whoa.
Mel Thomas.
Hell no.
Hell no.
He's better
Josh-
than Josh.
Atlanta Josh Smith, or
I don't care
or,
what
I love
or
it.
Houston Josh
Oatmeal.
Smith.
Man, you
Oatmeal
put
Josh
Josh
Smith.
Smith. You put
No.
Josh Smith in this era with all the spacing and his defensive playmaking, block shots and steals and all that stuff. That
Hey,
athlete,
but hold on,
Alright,
though. Jay
okay.
Smooth was nasty.
you guys gonna put some respect on Josh Smith.
Antoine Walker,
But-
no, he better.
Antoine Walker,
No.
Lamar Odom, Jason Williams from the Nets. Hell no.
Jason Williams was cold for a little bit.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah, he
No.
was cold, but get him. Wait a second. Go back to the two before that. Who'd you say?
So I had Josh Smith, Tim Thomas, Antoine Walker, and Lamar Odom.
Yeah, man. Give me LO. You know you got to give me.
I think Lamar Odom is.
I'm
more
really not mad at LaMarcus.
I am.
I mean,
No, you
at,
gotta give me
at,
Lamar Odom.
Lamar Odom. I'm really not mad at Lamar, but
I got a couple.
Respect.
I got a couple more.
All right, keep going.
Just a couple more. Horace Grant, Otis Thorpe. He better than Otis Thorpe. Paul Millsap. He better than Paul Millsap. Jawan Howard. He better than Jawan Howard too. David Lee. Yep. Al Harrington. Hell no.
Wait.
Indiana Patriots out here.
Wait. David Lee,
Golden State David
The
Lee.
one starting.
New York Knicks. David Lee.
That one
New
too.
York, David Lee was tough, but no Ox.
Yeah, Draymond.
All right,
better
I'm
than
cool with
David
that.
Lee.
Okay.
Respect to David
I won't
Lee,
go to
though.
war for.
But David Lee
I'm
was
higher on
filthy,
David
though.
Lee the most, but I'm
Yeah,
not.
No, David
maybe-
Lee was filthy. But
Man, come on, New York Knicks. David
But
Lee.
Draymond took
y'all-
his spot too. So like, you know what I mean? So
Oh man, old dude
Well, he got
hurt.
hurt.
Nah.
Yeah, due to injury. Due to-
He's
Context.
actually coming off the bench.
Context.
Injury.
Pew, pew, pew. Any other name, Shield?
That was it.
Okay.
That was it.
I think there's about 4 guys on that list. I'll probably strongly disagree with, and then there's probably another 3 that I'm ready to have a conversation about. Everybody else, man, they better than Draymond.
So like, I'm not saying Draymond is this level of defender. So just hear me out. But like, if instead of Draymond Green, the name was Ben Wallace, would you still agree with all of those names?
Who you talking to?
You.
Me?
Yeah.
you.
I think there's a couple guys. There's still guys on that list that I think are better than Ben Wallace too. Like
No, but most of them. I'm just.
most of them are better than a lot of those guys on that list are better than Ben Wallace. Yeah,
The Al Harringtons of the world.
I got Elton Brand. Like I got.
That's fine, but the
You
Al
got Elton over
Harringtons,
Ben?
the Anton Jameson.
I'm thinking. I think y'all tripping. Like y'all
Yeah,
don't give
I
Elton
think
Brand.
Ox is
no.
just higher than Elton Brand, and I have no problem with that. But like the Al Harringtons, the Anton Jamesons, are they better than Ben Wallace?
overall, yeah, Ben Wallace was just such a great defender, like rebounder that I think he gets a lot of love. But there's a lot of guys on that list that are better than Ben Wallace, bro.
Okay, that's fine. That was what I was just trying to. Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
Why is Elton Brand better than Draymond Green?
He was a better offensive player for sure. Like
By
without
far,
question.
not
Yeah,
even a
without
question, not even close.
Hot take.
And
how
and he
many
was
30-point game sevens in the finals is Elton Brand have?
Oh,
Hot take.
brother.
Cool.
Yo, we gotta move on though, because I got a lot of super chats and we gotta get to this piece.
Chris Webber.
Come on,
Hell no.
Sniper. Don't disrespect.
Hell
me, bro. I'm sorry. Look, I'm sorry.
Wait, which way, Ron? Which way are you on
Yeah,
that?
Ron, you're
never
saying
said
hell no
that
to what?
Nigga, no, like, bro, Chris Webber is up. Chris Webber is closer to Tim Duncan than Draymond is to Chris Webber.
Okay.
Like, Chris Webber is in
Thank
that
you, man.
category. Chris Webber is in that elite
better
power
than Draymond.
forward category.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Okay. He's not in that Tim
100%.
Duncan category, but yeah.
Oh, yeah?
Okay.
He's not in the Tim Duncan category, but he's closer to the Tim Duncan category than Draymond is to him.
Yeah.
Like, it
You
is.
disagree with that, Swiper?
Yeah.
What are you doing?
I don't know what he's doing. I don't know what he's doing. But
Shout
that's
out
what I'm
Chris
saying, Ron.
Webber.
Wait. Is there anybody up here that disagrees that Chris Webber's closer to Tim Duncan than Draymond is to Chris Webber?
I've never really thought
Chris
about
Webber-
the size of the gap, so I couldn't.
If you think about real quick, Ox, 'cause I know we got to move on, Ron. If you think about the top 10 power forwards all time, Chris Webber is closer to top 10 power forwards all time than Draymond Green is closer to Chris Webber.
What?
Yes, 100%. Like
You fight
Well,
that?
to
Ox?
be
You
fair,
fight
because
that?
we did the top.
Didn't
10
Chris
power
Webber make top
forwards-
10?
We did the top 10 power forwards of all time over on my channel.
Draymond got more votes than Chris,
I can
didn't he?
I can actually look.
Probably so.
When we did the
Probably
power
so.
forward list and all you guys were involved, Draymond and Chris Webber were like neck and neck. Webber was 12, Draymond was 13th. Like they were basically
Hell no.
right next to each other.
that's ridiculous.
So just putting it out there, based
Webber
on
was 12.
Webber was 12. So based on you guys' opinions, alongside other people who I also brought into.
Wait, dude,
to
let's
select-
do individual because I didn't. There's no way I had them necklaces.
Okay, so
I
you
think
want to know
there's a
where you
cap.
guys
They're
are.
not even on my
Draymond
list.
wasn't on many lists, but neither was Chris Webber. Is my point.
Chris Webber was on my list though.
I mean, that power
So,
forward is a
if
hard,
I look
is a
at
hard
it,
list to make.
I had neither one of them. I didn't have Chris Webber or Draymond. John D had Draymond, but he didn't have Chris Webber. Real Talk had Chris Webber at 10. Chill had neither one. Ox had Chris Webber at 7. That's where most of his points came from, by the way. No one else really had him. Ron had Chris Webber at 10.
Where'd I have Draymond?
And you didn't have Draymond. I know you didn't. I didn't even expect you to think.
We
of
didn't have
Draymond.
Draymond on the list. Yeah. if he
So
didn't say
yeah, a
Draymond.
lot. None of us had Draymond, other than John D. I'll put that out there. None of us had Draymond.
Yeah.
But only like 3 of you guys had Chris Webber, and 2 of you guys had him in 10th.
Who did I have at 10?
And then you in 10th, you had Anthony Davis.
Ball knower. Is Chris Webber?
At 10?
Well, who was on the list in front
Yeah,
of him?
do I need to reveal that Real Talk had Anthony Davis at 5?
Shout out AD.
There's a disconnect. But point is the Chris Webber wasn't in many of you guys' top 10. Is my point.
That's because
Giannis,
most of the people don't know ball, right, Mars. That's why.
Yeah,
Shout out to you,
real
Donovan
talk.
Mitchell.
Real talk. Wait,
You
who
had
did
Chris
I?
Webber above Charles Barkley. So shout out to you.
Who? Wait, do my 10. Do my 10 real quick. What was my 10?
Oh my god. Your
That's
10
really not
was
Giannis,
Duncan, KG, Giannis, Dirk, Barkley, Malone, Mikel, Bob Pettit, Elvin Hayes, and Anthony Davis.
Yeah, for sure. Yeah, that sounds just about correct. Yeah, that's a great
Hey,
list.
for real?
AD's better than
No, he's not. He's not.
Yes,
I'm sorry.
he is.
I went through this. I went through this already. Because if we're doing that,
AD is better than
Anthony.
Anthony.
Hey, by the way, Anthony Davis is better than Jerry West. Anthony. No, he's not. That's what I'm saying. You're not a ball knower. You're not a ball knower. You're a casual. You're a cat. Remember? Hey, wait. Chill. Remember that thing about yelling through a point? Watch this.
Down and get a bucket. We know.
Yelling through a point.
Better basketball player than
Anthony
Charles
Davis
Barkley.
doesn't have a season touching Charles Barkley in 93. Not one. So you hush.
93 isn't even
Hush up.
nuts.
I'm talking about 94. 94. No, I'm not nuts at all. No, I'm not nuts at all. No.
2020 Anthony Davis isn't
No.
on peak Barkley's level.
20 that month, the month in the bubble, yes, the month in the bubble, yeah. No, the month in the bubble.
2020.
We're not doing this. No. We'll do this another day. We'll do this another day. No.
We're not doing this.
No, I'm not yelling.
2020
I'm not yelling.
So
I
that's
said I'm not gonna yell.
his first year on the Lakers
No.
isn't in comparison.
No, it's not.
to
It's not.
Barkley.
I wasn't disrespectful. Barkley was better. Barkley was better, clearly for me. Clearly better.
Why?
I've already told y'all how I feel about Barkley in the first. Why am I yelling? I
2018
told
Anthony
real.
Davis
I said I wasn't
How
gonna
is
yell.
he clearly better?
I said I wasn't gonna yell.
Scoring efficiency?
Fellas,
I'm bringing
fellas,
this down.
Swiper,
Go
Swiper.
ahead,
I'm
go
about
ahead.
to step in. The only reason I'm stepping in.
Hey,
is
casuals
because
in the
we
chat.
make-
You have never heard me talk about Barkley. Obviously, I've been very consistent about
We
Barkley.
heard you say who's better than Karl Malone. I remember.
The only reason I'm stepping in is because we have a PCL semifinals and a final coming up, and these two might just get a chance to debate against each other, and these two might just get that topic. So we are going to cut this right now. We're going to cut this
No,
right now.
I don't want
because
that. No,
might
no,
just
no.
happen.
The chat
That
casuals.
might
No,
just
no.
happen. All right,
Well,
but
Whoever
voting
gets Charles
is
Barkley
judges.
automatically loses that argument.
Exactly, 100%.
They have no chance.
Because
Wait a second,
the chat's never watched
was
Charles Barkley.
Chill, was Amari Stoudemire not on that list?
He was.
he was on
He
there.
was.
Oh, thank God.
Go ahead,
Amari
Ron.
not
I'm sorry.
better.
Amari played the
But-
5 a lot.
Amari's not better than Draymond.
Bro, we
All
got
right,
to move on to
folks,
Super
I'm about to clock out. I'm done with this shit. I can't. I'll see y'all Thursday.
If
or something.
Amari's not better than Draymond, that's my Steve Nash agenda. I'm just putting it out there. Because that means Steph's second best teammate was better than Nash's best teammate. So, you know what? Yeah, Draymond better than Amari. I agree. Yeah. Draymond better than Amari.
Amari wasn't his second best teammate. Shawn Marion was.
I can't breathe.
But we got super chats, y'all. Daddy Pig said, do you guys think if we replace Draymond with LaMarcus Aldridge, do they get better or worse? Oxen Real Talk cooking today.
I'm not as high on LaMarcus as other guys, though.
Me neither.
Yeah.
He ain't quarterbacking that defense like Draymond is. No.
You all don't care about defense.
When do you guys think LaMarcus was at his best? Just like Portland LaMarcus or Spurs LaMarcus?
Which one? Yeah, there's two different eras.
Portland.
Because I think he was better on the Spurs.
Yeah, it might be
Like
the
2017,
Spurs.
2018.
I'm not gonna act like real talk. Watch LaMarcus Aldridge now.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all, bro. Honestly, I think LaMarcus was too good to play that role, and I think that probably would hurt the team. So I think the Warriors were better with Draymond than LaMarcus, but LaMarcus is so much better than Draymond. You know what I'm saying? Like I think LaMarcus might have been too good to play that role. Honestly,
I can agree with that. Asking players who aren't like Draymond to do Draymond's role and that being the bar of are they better than Draymond?
Exactly. That's so dumb.
Because it's like no one's gonna be like, could Draymond do what LaMarcus did? Like no one's ever asked that question. But all of a sudden, the bar to be better than Draymond is could you do what Draymond did better than him? But it's like, why does that not work both ways?
Yeah, now we gotta stop running our offense and let LaMarcus Aldridge do pull-ups from midi. Yeah, I mean I agree.
Right.
It just wouldn't have worked.
No,
Yeah,
and I think that's detrimental to the team. So yeah, Draymond's better in that role for sure, by far. They're better with Draymond than LaMarcus Aldridge.
Hunter TV said, Mars in Real Talk. What was the most egregious name someone brought up on Sunday? Also, shout out conversations.
What was it? Pete Wemby's better than Pete Kobe already?
Yeah. David Robinson, Kawhi Leonard was brought up.
Jason Tatum was brought up.
Jason Tatum was brought up. Yeah, very interesting conversation Saturday about all the people better than Kobe Bryant.
Real talk. Did you kick him off? Did you kick him off the stream when he said that? The Wemby thing?
Did I? I don't think so.
You kicked him off eventually, but it was after he said that. He must have said, he said something
eventually,
else. Yeah, he said something else, and then Real Talk kicked him. But it was fun.
I'll be trying to, I'll be trying not to play dictator as often as I used to. You know, I have to have a democracy, right? I have to let free speech go. However, we all have our limitations in our.
I'm president of the Jason Tatum fan club, and you will never hear me say he better than Bryant. Never.
Well, what if he is bad? Now, what if he just becomes bad?
If he becomes better, then I will say that. But as of November 2025, you have never heard me say that, and you will never hear me say that. As of November 2025.
Yeah, I don't think Jason Tatum Pete's higher than Kobe.
And I'm president of the Jason Tatum fan club.
I don't even think I would hear someone out if they said that to me. So.
All right, fellas. The next super chat that I got is from Gregory Kirkland. Gregory Kirkland had a 3-letter word to say, and he has a question for you guys.
Oh.
Rui?
I think you guys were hating, man.
Rui?
The numbers say Rui up there. That's all I'm saying. The numbers
The
say
numbers
Rui
do
is up.
say that.
The numbers say the most efficient mid-range scorer this year is Jokic. Second is Donovan Mitchell. Third is Rui. Shay's nowhere to be found on that list. But Dion started arguing for Rui. All of a sudden, he the bad guy. I don't know. 60% from mid-range means nothing.
Are we talking about the PCL now?
Yeah.
He didn't even
that was-
believe.
we
He
are,
just
in
brought up.
fact.
He didn't. But here's
Because-
the difference, Mars. Here's the difference. He didn't even if that's true, what you just said, Mars, and the numbers may say that. He didn't even believe that. He pulled that out of a hat. He just came up with Rui.
I was very surprised to
I
hear
don't think.
Rui.
I don't
He just
think
came
so,
up with
Chill.
that.
That's what I was saying. I was trying to say that. Like, I don't think. I think he was having some fun with it, but I really don't think he didn't believe what he was saying. I think he actually. I mean, because I like Rui. a lot.
Rui's an elite mid-range shooter. Like,
Right. I don't think that he was trolling with that pick.
I do.
Well,
Rui's
him and
an elite
Damo,
shooter, period.
him and Damo threw a round back
Yeah.
to back and almost cost him. It almost cost him. I thought they were going to lose because they came back from 7-3, tied it up at 8-8. But they
Swiper,
finished
we
the
were
job.
on a
Don't say-
21-4
hey, sometimes
run,
though, you
and
gotta
we
get
were
hot
rolling.
like that, man. You know?
Swiper, we were on a 21-4 run. We were rolling. Dion gonna hit somebody in the front row in the face with the ball, get them a technical foul. Now all of a sudden the momentum swings, and we find ourselves in a dogfight. I said this to Ox. I was like, "Yo, it's probably gonna get around to me, and I'm gonna have to probably go to the stripe and ice the game." Meanwhile, Damo took care of it. But yo, he threw a monkey wrench in everything when he said that.
What did Damo say? That was the one. Could Damo? What did he say? That
Melo was Hornets' best ever player.
yeah.
And someone said low volume for Rui. A third of his shots are from mid-range. So I'm not sure how low volume that is. Now, if you want to say just he doesn't take many shots.
Yeah, he just
Sure.
doesn't take many shots, period.
But if a third of his shots are from mid-range, he's shooting 60% on them.
60% still is wild, though.
Swipe.
And if you want to say, oh, well, that's short mid-range, he's shooting 67% on long middies. So I don't know what to tell you. Rui,
Swipe.
Rui's
Was I not supposed to go with Kimba? Was I supposed to go with like Glenn Rice?
No, I thought Kimball was
I
fine.
was
That's better
expecting
than
to hear like an
LaMelo.
Alonzo Mourning, Glenn Rice, Larry Johnson. Like those are the names I was expecting to hear.
But Kimba's way more relevant for this community than any of those names would have been. They wouldn't even been able to remember Alonzo Mourning with the Hornets.
You
So-
need to start respecting this community's ball knowledge.
No, I just don't. Though Kimba Walker is like
It's an edge thing.
yeah, he's the leading scorer of all time. Like, you know what I mean? It just makes more sense to lean into the scoring. Like, what did I pick? I picked for one of those when I did Jaren Jackson Jr. That was time. Like, I know how they feel about Jaren Jackson Jr. You got to know how to debate the PCL. It's not about like what's objectively correct. It's like people they know of, and you can make an argument against or for a player that has a low or high standard in the community.
Right. That's why I didn't go with Magic Johnson because I'm like, well, real talk has turned the world against Magic, so I think I better go with Kareem.
That's not true.
That is 100% true. Yes, it is, real talk. It's 100% true. You have absolutely got the pitchforks and the fire out for Magic Johnson. Yes, you have.
How does it feel to have your emotion be overstated, real talk?
All right. Get over it. Yeah, I'm not the cause of that.
Yeah, you
I
are.
think that just happened simultaneously.
Your legacy is Magic Johnson slander.
I mean, it's not the worst thing in the world, to be honest with you.
Yeah, shouts. Go ahead, Ron. You have something to talk about the PCL?
Yes. I wanna put this into perspective for everybody that didn't watch it. I'm gonna try to play this video. I know the last time I tried to play it, you guys weren't able to hear it. So if you're not able to hear it, let me know, and then we'll just pivot. But I want the people to see what they missed from this all-time moment from Dion. So you guys let me know if you can hear this video.
The question I have for you, you will go first. Who is the best mid-range player in the NBA? Your time starts when you do.
Best mid-range player in the NBA is easily SGA. SGA is automatic from the mid-range. He doesn't miss. He can score. He can create shot. He creates space. And I think his ability to get to his spots wherever he needs to makes him that much better from being able to score from the mid-range bucket. Like, it's automatic. He can get to the cup if he needs to, but because he is so fast, he's quick, and he can stop on a dime. This is what confuses a lot of guys. And it's not even about the percentages and all of that. A lot of the times it's the the contested makes that SGA has. Nobody in the NBA right now is making as many contested shots as SGA when you're inside the perimeter. And a lot of his inside scoring comes from just the mid-range. And he can give it to you in a fadeaway. He can give it to you in a step back. He can give it to you in a floater. He can give it to you however you want in that mid-range game. So I'm easily on SGA for this. And that's mainly because he can make contested buckets, open buckets, and he doesn't miss just about more than anybody. Nobody makes more mid-range shots than SGA that's contested. So I'm going easy.
Dion, time starts when you do.
Man, for this one, man, I'm probably gonna go with Rui Hachimura. I think Rui, man, is probably the best mid-range shooter inside the game right now. SGA, yeah, he takes a lot more shots, but I think Rui is more efficient than SGA from the mid-range. And I feel like if he had the same value, he'd be shooting a lot better. So I'm gonna go with Rui Hachimura on this one. He do pull up mid-range shots. He can do fadeaway mid-range too. But yeah, I'm gonna go Rui Hachimura on this one.
He only went
30 seconds.
The judges voted very quickly.
Look at Dumbo. Look at Dumbo.
Team Ox is now 7-4. I feel like that's on the judges. If we're gonna be honest, the judges are meant to hear the whole argument, but they were voting within 5 seconds. So the problem is the judges weren't even willing to hear the argument. They heard Rui and were like, "Oh, that he lost." Our judges do better. What the hell?
That's ridiculous that they didn't even let him finish.
Exactly. They didn't even let the argument transpire. They were already voting instantly. Disgraceful judging.
Now, chill. The thing about it is that had us 7-4. Damo came and won that next one, so it's not like he just threw y'all all the way off. Like y'all still have a sizable lead, and Damo
He
won.
still was on that though, Ox. The next one he ended up losing.
Well,
that's a
Damo problem. Damo still won the very next debate though. It had y'all up 8-4.
And then
when I come through and shut shit down, but
he couldn't get.
Y'all, so before we get into these comments, and I want to hear what everybody up here has to say about the PCL in totality, but I do want to give you guys the scorecard and the results and what we'll be looking at next Friday or this upcoming Friday. So Team Ox lost to Team Chill by a score of 11-8. Ox scored 5 of those points. Gifted scored 1, and Gifted was getting packed up by Damo 2. Packed up. I think Damo went 3-0 against Gifted. Jay scored 1, and Manny scored 1. As for Team Swiper, Real Talk had 5 points. MTEL had 3 points. Swiper had 3 points, and Rez didn't score at all in that first matchup.
Wait, I'm sorry, Ron. Can you run that score one more time?
Real Talk had 5. I think including he finished on a 3-run streak, right? Real Talk? You won 3 in a row to finish. So Real Talk had 5. MTEL had 3. I think MTEL went on a 3-0 run himself as well. And then Swiper had 3 too, and Rez didn't score in that first matchup.
Yeah, the first round, did Real Talk miss? Did you miss your first one, Real Talk?
Yeah, it was. I lost against Ron for whatever reason, and then I lost.
My bad. We. So hold on, my bad. Team Ox. I gave Team Swipe a score. My bad. We'll get to that in a second. Team Chill. So in that bout, Chill scored twice. Dion scored twice. Akil didn't score at all. Akil didn't score the whole day in the 2 battles, but he didn't score in that first one. Damo came through in that first matchup, and I think he had. Hold on, let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. He scored 7 of their 11 in that first matchup, and they beat Team Ox. So Team Chill advanced heavily due to Damo, but Chill came up. He had 2 good buckets, and then also Dion did score twice. Even though he might have sold Chill, he scored twice.
I want to be clear that Damo never beat me. Just want to be clear on that.
In that next matchup, Team Swiper versus Team Jordan. Keep in mind, Jordan wasn't able to participate. He had some other things, so I had to step in for Jordan. So it was Pin, Football Breakdown, Matty Ice, and me. In that matchup, we lost 11-6. Team Swiper beat Team Jordan 11-6. And once again, Real Talk scored 5. MTEL went on a 3-0 run. He scored 3. Swiper scored 3. For Team Jordan, Matty Ice scored 3. I think he went on a 3-0 run, actually.
Well,
Maybe. I don't know. I know
he
scored 3.
started it. I think he started the run, I think, for them, if that makes sense. I think it was Matty Ice.
And then also, Ron, myself, I scored 3 points as well. And Penn and Football Breakdown, we didn't get anything from them, but we know
they just didn't have it that day.
No, we know the thing with Penn. And the judges are gonna judge him based on him being Penn, not his right answer. But shout out to you, Real Talk. You did win that last
that's
argument.
what that is. Yeah.
Yeah. Shout out to
Penn,
that. Shout out to that.
Yeah, Penn, I see you in the chat. You still don't have a dub against me. I'm going to remind you of that every time.
Is he 0 against you, Real Talk?
Yeah,
Is he 0?
Yeah, he's over. Yeah. Oh man, can't get a dub. Tough.
Where's Penn at? Penn, it's all good. I'm with you, Penn. You got robbed, but that's what it was. And then moving on to the finals, Team Swiper versus Team Chill. In that finals, Real Talk went ballistic. He had 6 points. MTEL had 1 point. Swiper had 3 points, and Rez hit the game-winning bucket and scored his only point of the day. Chill had 1 point. Dion had 1 point. Damo or Kill didn't score. They lost 11-2.
We got smoked.
Yeah, I think putting Real Talk first and then putting me last is what did it, because once Real Talk got on the run, it started off with a 3-0, and then you had the in between. MTEL did well, but then I swept. But then it went back to Real Talk. So you had sweep, couple wins, sweep, basically is how it went. So I think that
the
was
momentum switch.
Yeah,
because I think when you and I went at it, Real Talk, when we had that perimeter versus rim protection, I think we was down like 5-2 or something like that at that point. And when you hit me with that, when you hit me with that connector line, that was it. Because then you ended up going on a run, and then Swiper came up, and then he went on the run, and then it went from like 5-2 to like 9-2, just like that.
Yeah.
I was like, God, man, we can't. That was
you
it.
Can't come back. You can't come back from that.
That was it.
Yeah.
Would it have been harder if Real Talk and I were back to back, or the format that it was when we were split up?
I don't think it would have been. I don't think it would have been harder. Like I said, in terms of the battle, I don't think the face-to-face battle was the biggest problem. The problem was where the momentum got, where the momentum, because we were in the game. We were absolutely in the game. When Real Talk and I went at it with that one battle about perimeter defense and rim protect and interior defense, that's when the whole thing got swung.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, when we started the PCL, I hadn't tapped into my shift the narrative of the debate bag yet. But once I tapped into that, yeah, it was raps. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah.
Once and what made me tap into it, I'm pretty sure, is the Austin Reeves Derek White one. And knowing I had to try to find a way to shift that debate because Austin Reeves is vehemently outplaying Derek White right now.
You bum ass judges. Do you hear Real Talk right now? You bum ass judges, man. God damn.
When I hit Real Talk with that, I forgot what I had said, but I had said something about interior defense, and I felt like I hit him with a body shot that basically backed him up all the way to the ropes. But then when he came in with that connected defense and all of that other shit, I was like,
I think you know what? You know the argument, the one I was so impressed with was Matty Ice with that Doc Rivers,
the choking thing.
That was
cold.
I was
like,
I think that was the best.
Like,
I think that was the
Matty.
best. I think that was the best like argument someone made.
Yeah,
From like
I was surprised he went
perspective.
that route. Matty showed out with that one, man. Shout out.
It was
Matty.
unique. It was funny.
you like that argument better than my argument for France over J-Dub?
Come on, man.
I hit Ox
why
with a
why
left
would you
hook
bring
to
that
the
up?
I think Ox hates that argument. I don't know what to say.
I hate that one.
I didn't
so
even believe
bad.
it. Real talk. I didn't believe it.
I didn't
was like,
believe it.
I had to
went.
sell it.
I went.
I had
Y'all
to
know I got Franz over J-Dub. Like I don't think it's. I really don't think it's that close at all. But my argument was so beautiful. It was so great. I don't even want to talk about this. There's no way I lost that. Like
my first thought was
the judges let you fast talk them, chill.
My first thought was, all right, I'm gonna take Ox's argument for J-Dub and I'm gonna enhance it. But then I was like, nah, I can't do that because that's not gonna work. Then I was like, all right, I'm gonna sell him. I'm gonna sell him France, and I'm gonna sell him France in a way that they haven't heard yet, and it worked.
what I'm saying is, through the whole J-Dub argument, I talked about how J-Dub clears on defense. I talked about how he was even playing the 5 when Chet went out. I talked about how he played, how he's on offense, his abilities on offense. I talked about how he stepped up in the biggest moments in the playoffs. I covered every single thing I could. There was nothing that I missed in that 1 minute of talking about J-Dub's immaculate basketball abilities. And there was no way I could lose that argument. And I didn't lose the argument. But shout out to you, Chill. You did great.
I just know that I ain't believe it, but I was doing my best to sell it. I'm selling it, and at the end of it, I was like, "You don't even believe that, do you?" I was like, "Nope, I don't." But okay.
I think we were both arguing things that we were against. You know,
I was like, "I don't believe this," but okay.
I got Franz, and I know you got J-Dub. That was my biggest reason for going that route, because I'm like, "There's no way Chill got Franz." Like, I know you got J-Dub.
And when you picked J-Dub, I was like, "Fuck, now I gotta defend this dude." Okay.
Yeah, I think go ahead, Ron.
No, you go ahead, because I'm gonna ask Morris his thoughts on it. So let's hear your thoughts.
Well, everyone I was comfortable in, I think people they don't know that, like, if you do this all the time, because somebody picked Jokic for best playoff scorer. Okay, well, I know all the Giannis stuff. I know everything about Giannis. Like, I know everything. So went straight to Giannis, and then the Jamal Murray, Ron Harper one was easy. Because I've been a Ron Harper fan for a long time. The one that I hated was the Evan Mobley Chet, because I legit not even don't believe there's no argument for Evan Mobley and Chet right now. Like, zero.
Yeah, I don't. Yeah,
like zero. So, like, Martin, I was, I argued the point for Chet to try to out argue Ron, and I think I did. The chat agreed, thought I did, but I think backing up another point is obviously difficult. But bro, that felt, if you would have, who else could have been if he said Chet and like AD or something, then I could have like, I mean, something. Evan is playing not bad, but he ain't playing great right now. Chet is like out of his mind good right now.
You could have just focused on last season more.
Well, they said, but I think it said right now.
Well, I said who's the better player, Chet or Evan Mobley. That was
sure.
The question.
Yeah, sure.
But in my defense, I was scrolling through the questions trying to find like questions that I thought either I knew both people's opinions, so I knew that they would have different opinions. That's why I asked Ox the Franz or J-Dub question, because I knew he thought Franz was better.
Yeah.
Kind of surprised me when he went with J-Dub, but like I was trying to pick questions where I knew people had different opinions. And then the other one was like, I was trying to pick questions that I was like, I feel like there are two sides to the argument.
Mm-hmm.
The issue is, because the PCL was meant to be in September or whenever it was meant to be, it was meant to be before this season started.
Yeah.
So when these questions got written out, I'm assuming the Chet and Evan Mobley question was written before the season had started.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
That would have
so
been
now when I ask
though.
it, you didn't have the reference of what had gone on this season. But unfortunately, time and stuff, we've ended up saying it now. But I was scrolling through questions, trying to find questions that I thought would make sense.
Yeah, well, I don't think it was your fault. It was just the timing couldn't have been worse, for Evan Mobley right now.
Mars, I think you did a great job on Friday. I think you did a great job, Mars.
You did?
I just want to ask y'all real quick, and I'm sorry to keep beating the dead horse. And y'all know I'm trying not to be a sore loser. So I just need some closure. On this. Do y'all think Chill beat me on that Franz J-Dub conversation?
Yes,
if y'all do, real talk, Swiper, Ron, Mars, if y'all think I lost that, could y'all please just say it so I could just have some closure, and I'll never bring it up again.
I don't vividly remember the debate, but I'm fairly confident that at the time I thought Ox won. But I don't vividly remember what was said. But I think Ox won, but I couldn't tell you.
I don't vividly
I thought it was
either.
honestly. I thought it was a toss up. Honestly, I could see you winning it, and I could see Chill winning that argument. I think both of y'all presented good arguments.
I do think it was close with the judges.
Yeah, I think it was close though, Ox. Yeah.
Yeah, I
don't think you just like wipe Chill in the debate.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't say I did. I don't think so either. That's what I'm saying. Like, I just want to know, because I thought I had that one, but I mean, Chill did his thing. I mean, he clearly won for a reason,
Yeah, but then his team got packed up, so
Shout out to Ron, man. You were a late step in. Shout out to Imtel, late step in, did great. Ron, late step in.
Imtel was great. Imtel was great.
And you know why Imtel did this, right? Because y'all remember Imtel had an opportunity to be in this. Remember, he did the play-in. First off, so Imtel had a little experience in this format.
Yeah.
So he was in the play-in, and I think Imtel was getting packed up. I don't think. he was getting packed
He was
up.
getting packed
That's
up.
right.
Yeah,
He was getting worked. And remember, people in the chat was talking shit to him and this, that, and the third. So MTL came in with his sleeves rolled up. Like, no, I got something for y'all. I'm finna show y'all
The
something.
only one that
The Draymond Rodman one, he was bad, but
he could have cooked on that one. But I don't want to cheat because Penn was coaching in the chat, but I kept trying to get an answer. Is this legal or not?
But
Nobody
is it
answered my
really
question.
coaching if the
first one,
the person who never wins is trying to coach other people, is that coaching or is that sabotage?
Oh man.
Like if the Wizards are up there trying to tell you how to win games, are they coaching you? I don't know.
I think that's a bridge too far. Personally, bridge too far.
I think that's a fair question to ask.
I mean, to be fair, Penn got robbed a couple times, but it's okay, Penn. Me and Matty Ice, we held you down. Matty Ice, I'll go to war with you anytime.
Matty Ice was hooping. Shout out to Matty. I think he
anytime.
Mars, do you think Penn got robbed? Do you think Penn as a
I
host?
don't remember Penn's debates. I know one was Zach LaVine shooting versus who did MTEL pick? Tyrese Maxey.
Oh yeah.
I think MTEL won that one. The Shea scoring versus
Jokic.
Yeah.
Penn lost that one for the simple fact that he was trying to counter Luka Doncic, and then Real Talk didn't pick Luka. So he ended up just cooking himself because he spent all his time trying to argue why Shea's a better scorer than Luka, and then Real Talk picked Jokic. So
did you see me in the chat, Real Talk? When I said
when I was hearing, sometimes I don't even know who I'm going to pick until after I hear somebody like talk. And when he kept saying Luka, I was like, oh, I'm finna the stat guy. I actually thought he was going to go Jokic so he could use all the stats. So I was like, okay, well.
But yeah, he lost that one because of that, and I don't remember what his other debates were. But the two I remember, I think he was 0-2.
Guys, I got to give the credit to the dudes who scored the most points in totality that day. So I got to shout out to Damo. He didn't score the second matchup at all. He got all of his 7 buckets in his first matchup against Team Mox. Shout out to Damo. He carried. Swiper, you came in second. Or no, my bad. Real Talk. Hold on, Real Talk, you were first. Real Talk had 11. So in his first matchup, he had 5. And in his second matchup, he had 6. So shout out to Real Talk. You were absolutely frying. Hey, your reputation preceded you, but some people thought that last PCL run was a fluke. But now I think people are privy to you, Real Talk. I think you are a household name.
For a reason. You feel me?
Yeah,
Woo! Pretty good at this thing.
Swiper, you were third with 6. So shout out to you. You scored 3 in both matchups.
I only went twice.
Yeah, your team kept winning. Yeah.
I mean that's what I'm saying. But if you front load it, then there's no, you don't go to the back. Like it's just like, once I 3-0'd and then Real Talk would go, it's almost over by the time you get to intel. Like it's
when you
the
got
is over.
scores, man, it's hard to score when you got a bunch of scores.
That's a fact. Yeah, that's a fact.
Can't put up numbers.
But Big
everyone
Ox.
can put up numbers.
Big Ox, also a shout out to you because you were the only person that went on a 4-0 run. Hey, we all slipped up behind the scenes. Ox, you was only supposed to get 3. Mars, that's not all on you. I'll take some of the credit for that. JD got to take some of the credit for that. But hey, shout out to you. Hey, who knows how far you would have went if we, didn't do the 3 and out.
Yeah, man. Yeah, hey, Mars, you should have let me keep going, bro. We needed it.
I didn't know you went 4. I didn't know. So
hey, Ron, I kind of feel like for the final or something, we should do the same format, like on you know what I mean?
I was thinking that, and Swiper, we potentially may do that. We won't know until tomorrow. Potentially, we may do that. But as of right now, just keep it with the same format. Real Talk, since you scored 11, you are the number 1 seed. Swiper is obviously the number 2 seed, scoring 6. MTail scored 4. He's the number 3 seed. And Rez only scored a bucket. It was a crucial bucket, game-winning bucket, but he only scored 1, so he is the 4th seed, which means Swiper, you will battle MTail in the 2-3 seed. Real Talk, you will battle Rez in the 1 and 4 seed. And the winners will meet each other in a championship matchup for an opportunity to take home $1,250.
Yeah, I think I just think Rez will. He did better in the plan topics. I think off the dome was a little rough for him at first, but then he got comfortable. I think he'll be better in a format where he's able to actually study and do all the other stuff. So
you think I'll pack up Real Talk?
No, I mean right now this should be like a minus. I mean, if I'm doing odds and shout out to whatever, It's probably like a minus 350, minus
So, Swipe, are
400.
you anticipating a U versus Real Talk finals? Is that what
Yeah,
you're
this is
doing?
gonna be. Well, maybe now Intel did really well. Like, so I want to make sure give him credit. He did really well. Like, he did really, really well. Yeah.
I think
All right, fellas.
I agree with what Swiper said too, by the way. Like, I'm not just because Rez maybe didn't put his best foot forward in the PCL. I do in fact remember what he did in the play-in run.
Mm-hmm.
So I will be studying diligently. I underestimate no one, right? As somebody who's constantly, for whatever reason, underestimated, I get it. You can't sleep on people because you never know. So I'm gonna be studying for you, Rez. You know what I'm saying? I want you to know that.
All right, y'all. Let's go ahead and get to these super chats. We're in the final crunch time chat segment of the day. Y'all know what that means. We're gonna go through and say what you guys had to say about what we had to say. Also, too, I want to shout out everybody that's in here. If you haven't liked the video yet, I ain't been on y'all this episode. Like that video, hit that subscribe button. Shout out to all of our members. Shout out everyone on Twitter, and shout out to everybody watching on Facebook. The first
Real
super chat
quick,
I got is from
Ron. Just 10 seconds before we get to the super chats. Football, you've been in the chat whining and complaining for the past 5 minutes. Brother, you got up to the big leagues and you struck out every single time. You couldn't register a hit, couldn't register a field goal. You couldn't put the ball to the baseball bat to the ball. None of it. You just stunk. You got up here and you got cooked. And then you have the nerve to come up here and turn that camera on, and we see you, and you talk about other people's appearances. Brother, you look like 50 Cent when he had to play that crackhead in that movie. That's what you look like. You look like Jim Carrey when he put the mask on. So I really don't think you should be talking about other people's appearances, knowing that you're bald-headed with a lazy eye. I don't think that is the best route for you. I'm just saying, you do not look better than me. I can lose weight. You can't change the structure of your face unless you go to a doctor in Germany or something. I don't know. That's me personally. But I'm just saying, you ain't the best looking nigga on the street. I'm just saying. So you should hush up about that. But let's keep it going.
Oh my
For the record, real talk. 50 Cent, he had cancer in that movie. But anyway, I
My fault.
I get your point though.
All right. Moving on to other things. The first super chat that I got is from Gregory Kirkland. Gregory Kirkland said, I dropped, I'm assuming, Jaren Jackson Jr. on my fantasy.
Yeah.
Is that surprising?
Goodbye.
I don't know how fantasy basketball works, but Jaren Jackson has not been good this season, in my opinion. So I'll say that.
Mine neither.
Damn, Jaren. Anna Monica Studios said, can you guys compare Jokic offensively to players like Steve Nash, Luka, Chris Paul, or Pistol Pete? Can we do that?
Pete.
Respect Pistol Pete. Stop doing that, Mars.
I think Jokic is the best of that group.
I don't know why you don't like Pistol. Just respect what he did in his era.
I do like. I have no problem with Pistol Pete.
Man, averaged 44 points a game in college.
I just heard the names you just go compared to.
None of them averaged 44 points a game in college, by the way.
It's all right.
Today, by the way.
What'd you say?
Still number one today, by the way.
Yeah, but he will remain that way. No one's coming close to that.
I don't think anyone's coming close to that. But yeah,
44 points per game.
Yeah. Without a 3-point line either, by the way, Swiper. Without a 3-point line.
Decent play.
One Piece sent through a super chat and said, real talk, Shea is greater than Luka? Question mark. Because I'm also starting to believe that as well. Sad face.
Yeah, Luka FC. I'm not gonna lie. We had a good run. We fought the good fight. That brother's better. And quite simple is because the shots that he takes the most, he makes them. The shot that we take the most, we're shooting that at like a 32% clip right now. So
he back on his 2020 shooting percentages and stuff.
Yeah, it is what it is.
When he's going to run shooting 40% from 3 to close
Yeah,
the
that's
season.
what I'm saying. It's gonna feel completely
Yeah,
different.
well, the tone gonna change, but it's cool.
Victor White 1576 said, Ron, there's a team in AZ I hope we talk about.
They play
the
Houston
Phoenix
tonight,
Suns,
right?
fellas.
Cooking.
Not
11-6.
sure.
Houston are really good. Shout Jordan said he thought Phoenix would be really good. He's like the only one who said they'd be like above 500.
Yeah, he was.
You did not have them above 500.
No, I said he was.
Yeah,
Jordan
real
was
talk.
right.
Phoenix under.
Oh.
No, I'm not. I didn't say they were going. I did say they were going to be cool, and I mentioned Dylan Brooks. Please let them be on record. Dylan Brooks is really good. Thank you.
I said they'd be cool, but above 500, Jordan's the only one who said that. Dylan Brooks has been really, really good. Grayson before
20 and 4 of the last 5 games.
Yeah.
Also, I said this was going to happen. Dylan Brooks does not know that he's not the best scorer on the team.
He does not know that, Mars. He think that the always ran through him. He 100%.
So shout out to him. He getting his shots up for sure.
Yes, he swing the pill over here. I got you.
Averaging 19 shots over like the last 5 or so games. But yeah, Dylan's been great. Devin Booker before the last 2 games have been really good. The last 2 games, not so much. Grayson's been great. Colin Gillespie has been a revelation for them.
Yep. Shout out. Former two-way player.
Mark Williams has been really good. Obviously, Jalen Green was good in the game he was able to play.
By the way,
they've
Mark,
been getting contributions from everyone.
I think that's the first time a team has come back and won a game in like the last, I can't remember the exact number, being down 8 with like 45 seconds left. Yeah.
I told you guys the Timberwolves would lose, by the way. They can't beat teams above 500. I told you they can't do it.
Mars. They had no business losing that damn game.
Teams above
500. Wait, chill. You know why they lost? You know why they lost? Somebody choked at the free throw line.
Oh, Julius Randle and Ant was selling.
No, Ant.
Both of them were selling.
He missed both of them.
I'm talking about
Ant
boy.
did miss both free throws. Yeah, Ant did miss both free throws.
Brick.
I told you the Timberwolves can't beat teams above 500. They can't do it.
It's a nasty record they got.
Other than OKC, they've had the weakest schedule in the NBA. And they're only 10-6. And all of their wins come up against bad teams.
Well, we had talked about that before the season started, that we could see them like starting the season like 12-4 or something like that because of the strength of schedule. We had talked about that before the season started. And I don't think any of us expected Phoenix to be this good. I know I didn't. I'd be lying if I said I expected them to be this good. Mark Williams is Mark Williams has been a pleasant surprise for them, definitely. So
against bad teams, they're like borderline undefeated. Against good teams, they don't win. That's like the makings of a team that's good enough to make the playoffs and just lose
and get bounced.
Yeah, that's how it looks right now. But
they need Rudy Gobert, and they also can't use Rudy Gobert when it matters most. It's a very interesting situation.
Their lack of a point guard is really
problematic. It has definitely been a very interesting start to the season with
LaMelo?
teams like the Phoenix Suns and all of that good stuff. But that kind of leads right into this next super chat from Unlimited Z. Unlimited Z said, "Can we talk about how the East have 10 teams above 500, obviously early, but damn. Also, Ryan Rollins MVP or MIP?
Shout out to Ryan Rollins, man. Ryan Rollins is
he's really good.
He ain't winning MIP. I can tell you that much.
No, I don't think he is.
He's
getting busy.
No, respect Anthony Black. You're going to be
Who's going to win it?
Anthony Black.
Point guard.
You watching? Are you watching the Magic?
Anthony
have you been watching the Bulls? The point guard in Chicago was going to win it.
Who? Io? No, Io's already. He's always been like this. He's always been like this.
Who's the guy I've been talking about?
Io. No. To be fair, Io's been
point guard swiper in Chicago.
Josh Giddey's not winning it. He's been too good before this.
What has Josh Giddey improved at?
Well, scoring,
winning,
rebounding.
Say winning, chill.
Scoring. Okay, winning doesn't matter
at rebounding.
Yeah, winning doesn't matter when you're talking about most improved. No doubt. Teams don't. I mean, they don't care about that because
their most impactful guard is Io Desoma this year, brother.
In Philly,
I'm not doing all that. But so Josh Giddey has improved his basketball skill more than Ryan Rollins, Jalen Duren, Nikhil, Jaime. Josh Giddey has improved more than those guys. In your opinion,
this season,
even though he was doing this to close last year.
He was not doing this to close.
Yeah, he was. March Giddey. He absolutely was.
Right now, he's averaging 20, 10, and 9.7.
Man, we talked about this, and I said that I was going to get this the entire season.
Close last year. This is what he did from February 20
21
to the end of the season.
That's what he was.
Oh, what did he average to close last season? 21, 11, and 9.3.
Yeah, 21,
What's he
11, and 9
improved at?
to close last season. Okay, Moss, are you going to sit there and tell me that if he hasn't improved, so if Jalen Green had that month that he had in March, and if he runs off a season like that, are you going to sit there and tell me that Jalen Green hasn't improved?
I'm going to tell you he's not the most improved player in the NBA. Yes.
Really?
Which is what the
Considering
award
what
is,
he
the
had
most
done in
improved
March,
player.
and then he does that for an
The
entire
most
season?
improved player, Josh Giddey, has not improved the most in the NBA. When I'm watching Jalen Duren create shots on the perimeter. Like, I'm watching Jalen Duren not carry, but be heavily influential on the Pistons winning games without Cade Cunningham.
And I'm watching Josh Giddey be heavily involved in everything.
Jalen Duren's become a good defender. He
I always
sucked.
thought that he was.
He's become good.
I always thought that was his biggest problem, and he would be that. He would be better than that. However, what you got was a glimpse of what Josh Giddey was going to be. Instead, now you're getting the whole thing for the entire season. For the entire season, you're getting that 100% because he wasn't doing that all last year. You only seen it for you only saw it for a stretch, but now you see it for an entire season, and now you're going to sit there and tell me that he hasn't
seen
improved.
It for 17 games, about the same sample as what
Okay, a month. That's but you've seen it
about
for
the
a
same
month.
sample as we saw last year.
That's an improvement from what he was doing previous to that. So what I did was I took that and I brought that into this season, and now I'm doing it for the entire season, which means that I improved. And if I can do this for the entire season, which I think that he's going to, I had him at like 19-8 and I had him at 19-9 and 8 for the season. That's what I had him at. Only except it's like 21-10 and 9 on really good.
Ryan Rollins averaged 6 last year. He's averaging 18
yes,
and a half.
And
he's more efficient.
I think Josh Giddey averaged 14 a game last year, and he's averaging 21 this season.
The guy was averaging 6.
Mm-hmm. Six to what?
18 and a half. He was averaging 2 assists. He's averaging 6 now.
Pretty good.
He's
really
shooting 44% from 3. How has Josh Giddey improved more than Ryan Rollins?
In a stretch, that's what we're doing. In a stretch. Now, Josh Giddey, we go from last season. I don't know why you bugging out on this, Moss. We go from last season.
All of them are stretches. We're 20 games in.
You didn't, but first of all, you just told me that you saw. I know we got to move on, but you just told me that you saw.
Nah, chill, cook his ass.
You told me that you saw a glimpse of Josh Giddey doing this last season. We didn't see this from Ryan Rollins. All right, I get that.
That's all last
season. But we saw a glimpse of it, but we did see a glimpse of this from Josh Giddey. We actually took that glimpse and brought that over to this season, and now it's looking like it's going to be that for the entire season. Am I going to get 18 a game for the entire season from Ryan Rollins? I know for a fact that I barring injury, I'm comfortable and I'm going to get 20 and 9 or 20 and 10 and 8 from Josh Giddey for the entire season. That's an improvement more than a guy.
Do it most improved today.
Most improved today has.
If the award was today, who would win it?
I think Josh Giddey would win it.
Wouldn't even my top 3.
So the guy who just averaged 3 points in the playoffs is now averaging 18 and a half.
Yep.
Shooting 44% from 3.
Yep.
Averaging 6 assists a game.
Yep.
But he's not the most improved player because Josh Giddey is doing what he did to close last year.
I want to make sure that I'm following you because you just brought up some really good numbers. And Josh Giddey last season was averaging 14 a game, and that 14 goes to 20. And in addition to that, still shooting the same efficiency, shooting better at the long ball line. Let's see. Yes, 100%. Yes.
Cool.
Yes.
I got Jalen Duren or Jaime Jaquez, but I think this is going to be a fun race for the whole season. I want to see which one of these guys can sustain their level of play.
Mm-hmm.
And also, too, I want to see who could potentially take it to the next level as well. So the MIP award is probably the most exciting award so far this season. I can't wait to see how far it goes. Also, Swiper, you want to make a splash today?
Look, first off, splash of the day, I want to give a huge shout out George Pickens. I don't know if anybody has paid attention to football at all. I don't know if anybody cares about football up here other than maybe a couple of us. The Philadelphia Eagles, they lost yesterday to the Dallas Cowboys, and when I tell you that was the shock of the weekend was that they lost. Now, I will say this. People don't know George Pickens was traded for a 3rd-round pick from the Pittsburgh Steelers to the Philadelphia Eagles. He has been a top – you said what?
bucket of extra crispy in a 6-pack.
Yeah, for nothing. He has been a top 5 receiver in the NFL this season. Yep. Yesterday versus Quinyon Mitchell and a good Eagles secondary, he had 9 receptions for 146 yards and a touchdown, including a Moss on 2 separate players. He is insane. He's on pace for 1,500 yards this season. He might get more than that. He's a touchdown monster. He's a DPI monster, and a DPI is a defensive pass interference. He's collected more yards and penalties than any other receiver in the league this year. So he is an absolute threat down the field, slant routes, you name it, yak, yards after the catch. He's been phenomenal. Like, he has been excellent, back-to-back 130 or more yards in both of these games. He's been better than CeeDee Lamb this year. CeeDee Lamb been a top 3, top 4 receiver in the sport. It's ridiculous. Like, he is having a phenomenal year.
Who's been the best receiver in the league?
JSN. I would say JSN. He had 167 yards versus the Tennessee Titans the other day. He's on pace for 2,000 yards this year. So JSN's having an excellent season.
Are y'all telling me the Cowboys came back and won that game?
21-0, down 21-0, and went on 24-0 run to close the game.
Are you
Came
serious?
back and won that game.
What?
Yes, they did.
Mhm.
Yes, they did.
Y'all, so now you know what to do. After you scan this QR code or after you click the link in the bio and you download the Splash Sports app, make sure to take the more on George Slickens Pickens, because how Swiper highlighted, he's been a top 5 receiver all year. And after you make your picks, just know that you'll be competing against fans, not against the house, because that's what amateurs do. But you guys lock in. Once again, download the app. You choose 2 to 6 players, and you go more or less on their player projections. And then you win money. That's where all the good things come. We'll see you guys in the winner's circle. Shout out to Splash Sports. Also, tomorrow night, we will be on playback, 11 p.m. Eastern time. You guys know the late night coast-to-coast NBA games on NBC. Yes, we'll be there to watch James Harden turn back the clock against Luka Doncic, who has shedded all the weight and all the negativity, and he's getting to it. You guys be sure to tap in because it's going to be a good one. LeBron versus Kawhi, too. All right, the next
now
super
the
chat.
back burner now.
Yeah.
We're in a different
is
time,
crazy.
huh?
Which is
LeBron,
crazy.
Kawhi is
You
the
see
back
Bron try
burner
catch that
now.
low? You guys see Bron try catch that low?
I did see that. Mm-hmm.
It was a bad lob.
It was.
And I know Ox gonna put some respect
A
on
younger
Donovan
Bron
Mitchell
makes a
name,
bad
too.
lob into
I
a
know
good
Ox
lob.
gonna do that. If Ox don't do nothing, he gonna do that. He gonna
We know
stop
what you're
talking
trying
that
to do.
Luka shit and all of this other nonsense. He gonna start putting some respect on Donovan Mitchell name. That's what he gonna start doing.
Who, me?
Know that? Yeah,
Come
you.
me?
Yeah,
Yeah,
what-
Drake.
what- yeah.
But
Yeah,
Drake
you.
ain't here, so you got to take
What do I
it.
disrespect Donovan Mitchell?
You're gonna start putting some Tyrese Maxey this and SGA that and Luka Doncic this. Meanwhile, we got to do it up in Cleveland, kicking ass. And
Have y'all
taking
ever heard
names.
me disrespect Donovan Mitchell?
Yes.
I don't. Mhm.
Mars, what?
Donovan Mitchell this year, for the audience, if you don't know,
know.
Donovan Mitchell is averaging 31 points a game on 65.6 true shooting this year. Like, just for context, SGA is at 32 on 67. So he's phenomenal season.
I got D Mitch on that list I sent you yesterday, right? If not,
We talked about yeah. How about this, Ox? The other day when you came up here and you basically had your boxing gloves on and you were swinging at all of us for first team All Pro and you was talking about Maxey. Meanwhile, zero words about Donovan Mitchell. You didn't say one word about him.
I forgot. I forgot about the
Of
brother.
course,
but
of course
first,
you did.
but
Well, I'm
but
here to
that,
remind you,
that's
big
not.
fella. Donovan
that-
Mitchell is awesome.
Hey, I got love for D Mitch. I just want to say I did forget about D Mitch though, and also I wasn't even swinging at y'all. I was just saying, I don't want to get back into that because I wasn't. That was crazy.
Hey,
The
You
way
respected everybody.
cabinet, slam the door.
Nah, man, y'all let Damo
Threw the
confuse
jug of water.
y'all let Damo confuse y'all and then swipe ass. If he don't get to talk about what exactly he wants to talk about when he wants to talk about it,
We were talking about Tyrese Maxey. We didn't get a chance to talk about
He
him.
be throwing hissy fits and jumping in the middle.
You were the one
All
emotional.
types
No,
of shit.
but
Be
real
like,
talk.
relax, swipe it.
Don't laugh at him.
We got-
He was
we
the
got
one throwing
3
hissy fits and being
hours, bro.
emotional.
Fellas.
You were the one yelling and screaming and crying.
Fellas,
I was just trying to talk about Tyrese Maxey.
I hate to have to bring things to the present.
Swipe that kid.
But-
I'm taking my ball. I'm going home.
I was
gotta
trying to
get
pass
to
the
the
ball. I
super
wanted to
chat,
pass the ball to my
y'all.
teammates.
Swiper, Ox, lock in. I got to get to these super chats. So the first
Damn
one
them super
is
chats. No, it's fine. It's fine. Go ahead.
the first one is from Neho Mayo Cope. Neho Maya Cope. However you say your name, I'm gonna just call you Nah. It's the first super chat from Nah. Nas said Draymond versus Kenya Martin is basically better NBA player versus better basketball player. I feel like more should be said about there being a difference.
I think
We talk
Draymond
about
is
that all the
both.
time.
I'm just pointing out.
But we talk about that all the time. Better basketball player. We do that all the time up here. So that's not new.
I say that on Twitter, and all of a sudden you're a crazy person for saying that the NBA doesn't have all the best basketball players in the world. I don't know.
Yeah, we do that all the time up here. Mm-hmm.
People trip.
All right. Anna Monica
Asia
said
Wilson's the best basketball player in the world, and she's not in the NBA.
Okay.
So.
No, she is.
Anna Monica
Shout out to
said,
Michael Jordan.
I am not a Jokic hater. I just hate Jokic Glazers. Also, if you put James Johnson, Nikola Pekovic, Ben Wallace, and Ron Artest in the ring, who wins?
Probably James Johnson. I mean,
James Johnson's the only one who I know can fight. Like,
yeah,
You know, Anna
right?
Monica is a Boston Celtic fan, but he hates Jokic Glazers. But I bet you if we come up here and we talk about Jason Tatum, I bet you he'll be front row with that.
it's not glazed. It's called being objective when it's the player you like.
Right.
Yeah, that's how it works. If it's the player you like, you're just being objective. If it's the player you don't like, it's glazed. That's
That's
how it goes.
interesting. Mm.
And if you happen to like somebody that you know that you like, you're biased.
Mhm.
Okay.
Oh yeah, you can't. If you speak positively about a player you like, you're being biased. If you speak negatively,
We don't
about a
get
player
we,
you don't like,
we
you're
don't
also
get to
being
pick and
biased.
choose. Yes, we do. That's exactly what we do. We pick and choose. What the hell?
Also, let's not forget this element of it. Any criticism of a player, you're a hater. You don't like.
Oh,
He
for sure.
clearly has done something to one of your family members, and now you actually hate him in real life. So,
And
that's-
don't you dare say anything good about a player that already retired. You're a nostalgia merchant.
Facts.
No, that's facts. That's facts.
Facts. Facts.
But to be fair, if you say a player of today is better than a player of yesteryear, recency bias.
Recency.
Oh,
bias.
no, you're an old head. Or don't forget. Please don't leave out if you say that a player from back then is better than a player today. You're an old head.
Oh, for sure. Yeah,
Facts.
for sure.
Y'all, I'm actually running a poll right now, and I'm asking you guys who's going to win in the brawl. Nikola Pekovic, Ben Wallace, Ron Artest, James Johnson. Y'all talk to me. In the meantime, on to the next super chat from SmoothTube8849. SmoothTube said they didn't even let the nil finish his sentence. They got his ass off the screen. Rui, best midi in the league, top 5 takes ever.
You guys just
Speaking
can't
of-
accept that a role player can be the best in the league or something. That's the problem.
Speaking of
I
getting,
think it always has to be
fellas,
these
I'll
superstars.
see y'all dudes
Oh,
tomorrow.
Merry Christmas,
All right,
Troy.
Later.
Jill.
Brody.
If the answer's not a superstar, it's always invalid. Interesting.
Right. I mean, but
Facts.
in their defense though, he only used 30 seconds. Like if he would have used the whole time and actually had a whole argument. Well, actually not because Mars already said
The vote's
he
already
put
in.
that
Yeah,
you're right.
He wasted 15 seconds actually. He was done by 45.
Hello, 55 sent through a super chat and said from 6 points per game to 26 and 4, and then 3 stocks on splits of 51, 44, 80. I don't know how Rollins isn't most improved. That is.
I just don't know how we can watch Josh Giddey from last year and this year, watch Ryan Rollins from last year and this year, and then come to the conclusion that Josh Giddey has improved more as a player. I just don't.
Yeah.
You know what, Morris? You've convinced me. Ryan Rollins is at the top of my list. 51, 44, 80 splits.
The
Starting for the
brother is
Bucks.
Yeah.
Yeah. And on top of that, remember the Bucks weren't supposed to be anything,
Yup.
you know?
They still
Won
ain't
some
anything.
games without Giannis. Shout out Rollins.
I would have
Getting
to
in
say
the games
Ryan
without
Rollins.
Giannis, he balling too, by the way. Like,
Yeah, Steph that work. I know we seen that game.
Yeah.
Guarded Steph and then gave them 30. Like, come on, man. Yeah, not to mention he played defense too. Yeah, come on, man.
Trey Lett sent through a super chat and said, say what you want about Clay's game now after his injuries, but Ja calling him a bum is crazy after playing like he has to start the season.
Yeah.
I mean, if someone sucks, they still suck. It doesn't matter if the other person saying the person sucks also sucks. It doesn't change the fact that Clay sucks.
You know who Ja is right now? I'm talking about who he is today, right now. Ja's one of them kids that got kicked off the team. You know what I'm saying? For whatever reason. And now he up in the bleachers talking shit like, oh man, them niggas suck, man. Them niggas ain't nothing with us. You know, that's who Ja is right now. And it's despicable, bro. Like, Get in the gym, man. Get your shit together, John. Like Clay said, man, the league. I hate to see a talent like this go to waste, man. John, get your shit together, bro. We miss you.
Oh, huh. Would you look at here? I got a text from Football Breakdown. He said, I've designed some design ideas that I believe can bolster you guys' merchandise. And then he sent the picture of two fat heads. It's one, actually, it looks kind of like this. Hold on, wait.
Yeah.
Looks like this.
Get your shit together.
Just like that. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you, Football Breakdown. I appreciate your creativity. We'll be in conversation soon,
Whenever,
brother.
okay, yeah, appreciate that. Ron, would you like me to get on you again? Or you want to continue the show?
That was Football Breakdown. I didn't even do anything. All right.
I don't want to. Football Breakdown is not
No.
here to defend himself. I will flame him, but I just because
Ron,
whenever you
Ron,
see people, you get ideas. Real talk, no. When I look at you, I can see what I'm going to say if the situation ever called for it. No, I'm not doing it. That would be mass violence if I got on the mic and started saying what I want to say. I'm not doing it. He's not here to represent himself.
What, calling another man bald? How dare he?
Nope. Nope.
All right.
Nope.
Next super chat. Liam McLean said, Swiper. See? Swiper now one of the more positive things. Swiper, where did you get your DBZ poncho you wore in the press box yesterday? It was dope.
I told people, man, there's a like a Spanish area that was a former Walmart that was bought out. It's a Spanish like outdoor mall where they have like a lot of food trucks and event and smaller businesses. And then inside there's like you like rims like for your car. There's like haircut places, jewelry. It's a massive area. But I bought the poncho at this area. Those are handmade ponchos. They make them by hand. So I got a DBZ blue one. It's authentically made. It was like $55 or something like that. They don't have a website. Like it's a very small business.
You do know what that's called, right?
What?
That's a swap meet.
No, is that including when you have the building as well, or just outside?
Yeah, it's all.
Okay, yeah. So you can say swap meet. It was great. It's amazing.
Hey, Swiper, do this.
Do what?
Do this.
What am I doing that for?
Just do this.
What is this for?
Don't even worry about it. Shout out Dragon Ball Z. Anna Monica Studios said Dion choosing Rui when KD was right there.
Well, the numbers actually would say Rui clears, but like I said, Rui's third. If I gotta go find Kevin Durant, where is that bum?
Where's DeMar DeRozan on that? Is DeMar DeRozan still in these conversations this season?
Yeah, he's actually right above KD in 30th.
Somebody in the chat was saying choose DeMar. Oh, that was you, Real Talk? Oh,
I would have chosen
that
DeMar.
was you doing that, Real Talk?
You would have chose
Who would it
Mr.
go?
48.6% over Mr. 60?
I would have just stuck with like last season's numbers and how he hit the most mid ranges at like one of the highest clips in the league. So,
All right, fellas, I want to shout out all of our members today. First off, shout out all the Hall of Famers. You guys know who they are. You know their names, you know their faces, and you know their games. But I want to shout out a couple other people that became members today. Shout out to Clippy0316. Big salute to Clippy. Shout out to Estimated, Established, Essentially. I don't know what it is, but est.kai7946. Shout out to Kai for joining up. And here we go. Shout out to Free Night 164 or 10,064. And then shout out to Anna Monica Studios as well. They all became members. You need to be like them and also follow up and become a member as well. The next super chat is from Seriously. Who farted it here? Seriously, who farted said, not gonna lie, Shea and OKC is going crazy, but don't worry. In Luka, we trust.
people need to accept what they're saying. I'm going to keep saying this. Yeah, I'm saying that. Yes, Mark. We need to accept some of what we're seeing. Now we can contextualize it, absolutely, but I keep telling y'all, this is the '96 Bulls. They're that good. The 96 Bulls, they're going to win 70 plus games. I think they could break the record. That's only going to come down to if they want to or not, because they'll have that first seed tied up so quickly that I don't know. So they're going to win 70 plus games, and SGA is that good. That team is that good, bro. They're going to mop. To me, they're going to mop
in the playoffs, and they're going to win the championship. That's what's
starting to
about
come
to
around.
happen
Real
if they
talk.
stay healthy.
I'm really
Yeah, man,
starting to
they-
come around because this is insane.
Yeah.
But we'll see though once they get out the weak portion of their schedule and get into the strong part. But the next super chat that I got is from Tyreek Frankson 4091. Tyreek said, if KD doesn't join the Warriors and we get 16 Draymond for 4 more years, this is not a conversation.
Okay.
Nothing. That's all right. Hey, it's not a conversation. Kai's World 3 said Shea's true shooting percentage is more impressive. 67 true shooting when 92% of your shots are unassisted and taking more jumpers compared to 37% unassisted and more shots in the paint.
He's talking about Jokic.
would
That would
say
that would be
that
true
many
if Jokic
self-created
wasn't.
buckets is insane.
Yeah, that would be true if Jokic wasn't shooting like 70% on floaters and 80% from the mid range right now. I would agree. But
It's a lot of assisted flows, but
Yeah, still, yeah.
yeah, I mean, it's definitely for sure 2-man game.
okay, it's not actually 90%. So just to clarify for Shea, I guess that was hyperbolic, but it's like north of 80. So
Shout out to Shea and Jokic, man. They're giving us a treat this year. Lou Bangs sent through a super chat and said Miami played a great game yesterday, but can Philly go back to those jerseys as their main?
The black
Jerseys
ones?
are heat. Yeah, those jerseys.
yeah, I
Yeah,
like
they
those
are
jerseys.
tough.
Yeah, those are crazy.
Jared McCain is working his way back, by the way.
Hey man, Jared McCain is a bulldog. Do y'all see the way he's just built? Like I didn't realize he was that strong. He was driving yesterday. Somebody tried to cut him off, and he like lowered his shoulder to create space. Dude went like flying back. Like dude is like legitimately for his age and for his size and all of that, for how young he is. Dude is built like he's built like Chris Paul.
Bit in that
I
gym
said
with the
that about
wife.
him last year. He's got, how do I say this last time? He's got a really strong base. Really strong
Yeah,
base. And it allows
yeah.
him to
Yeah, you
stay
can
on
tell
the
his
ball.
legs are
Yeah.
really strong.
His legs
Yeah.
are like dude
Yeah.
low-key look like a fat boy for real. Like he
Yeah.
We got-
What's
he built like a football player. I'll put it like that. He built like
Yeah,
Saquon.
I know what you're saying. Yeah.
Yeah.
what's Czar? What is that? Czar 14.
Oh,
I don't know. I'm learning monetary values. Anthony Black's been going crazy this year, y'all. About time everybody's waking up. I know Mars was not on the train earlier, but he's on the train now. AB's been nice. He's been cooling this year. He's been doing really good.
Shout out to AB and
not
his
pull up
hoes.
shooting, but everything else. Yeah.
Yeah.
He's more of a wing than a guard. So I think we can all agree on that at this point.
For that team?
I think that helps him actually. Him being
For
able
that
to
team?
Yeah,
the 2-3.
I think he's more.
that's
He's quite clearly
Yeah.
more of a wing.
yeah.
Who's AB?
Anthony Black.
Anthony Black.
Oh, okay. Gotcha.
Oh, I thought y'all was talking about Antonio Brown. Alan L said 7 of 12 from 2 and 3 for 12 from 3. There's no player more infuriating than 77. Until he fixes the careless turnover problem and his 3-point shot, 2 will be better. Shea will be better.
Can it get back there? Real talk?
Here's the problem, Swipe. Like all of us Luka fans, we keep saying he needs to get back to 24 Luka, but we're getting to a point to where
24
Shea
was the
may
outlier
even
season?
be
Interesting.
what? Not even that is that Shea might be even better than like 24 Luka at this point right now. So that's kind of the problem. Don't do that as if we're not finna act like 24 Luka is one of the greatest guards we've ever seen. Not like we're not finna act like that. But like SJ explained, to that good, bro.
Is this so by the way, somebody put the tweet out, the generational guard, there a lot of people doing this. They're saying Jordan, Kobe, who's next? Maybe Steph was next, and then SGA. Is Harden not a part of those talks, Mars?
It's SGA and Luka though. Luka's a generational guard.
But he was not included in that. They're saying Shea is the next
He is
step.
starting to get edged out, Ron, for some people.
But that doesn't
From
matter.
history
Hey,
or whatever reason. Yeah.
Allen Iverson was etched out by.
There's been
Kobe
more
Bryant.
generational guards than just Magic, Mike, Kobe, Steph. Like
Yeah.
there's more. Like D Wade was there. Like
D Wade,
James
yeah,
Harden was there. Like these guys existed, but all of a sudden you just get
And-
removed from history.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that was better than James Harden during his time?
Who?
CP3? Who are you talking about?
CP3
Yeah,
is
yeah,
another
Russ?
generational guard.
Yeah,
Oh,
we
are you
forgot
talking about
CP3.
Russell
You
Westbrook?
talking about Russ? Yeah.
Let's talk about
I didn't
Kenyon
even say
Martin.
Steve Nash. I didn't even say my story.
Nah, let's talk about Kenyon Martin, man. Dub Ball Out Highlights said Ox been trolling, even with that yam right there. Ox been trolling this whole episode, LOL. But what does Kenyon do better than Draymond? Huh, Big Ox?
Draymond's a little better defender. That's it. Can we move on?
A little?
Yep.
I seen Kenyon Martin take the Kobe assignment. To
Kenyon
be fair,
Martin was a hell of a.
I do think Kenyon Martin. I'd be interested to see Kenyon Martin into like today's game. Defense.
It actually
cook
will
for
be
that.
interesting. a
Kenyon
defender
would
like
cook.
Because
Better-
I like Kenyon Martin. I think Kenyon Martin is really good. It's weird because I think Kenyon Martin and Draymond are more similar than like they seem to acknowledge. I don't know, but like I like both of them. I just don't.
no, they're not. Draymond could never, ever, ever wish to make those baseline jumpers at that level, ever.
And
Or
as,
the
as
vertical
explosive,
threat
as,
either.
He
as
ain't see 2014
explosive
Draymond.
as explosive as Kenyon Martin was,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? As strong as bro, it's just not the same. But shout out
Yeah,
to
they're not the
Draymond.
same. I just do think there are more similarities between them than they care to
Maybe
acknowledge.
so, but I think on the offensive end of the floor, Kmart was much better. And also Kenyon Martin was a hell of a defender too. So
He was.
Mm-hmm. Shout out to Run and Dunk, man. Anna Monica Studios said the Celtics were a top 2 seed in the last 3 years. In the last 3 years, are now the 10th seed without Tatum.
Just Tatum.
Yeah.
Where was this logic when the Celtics had those streaks in 18 and 22?
What logic?
Yeah, I don't know.
Well,
what he's
in
talking
2018, when they went on that streak, people were using that to dismiss Kyrie. I remember that. Disgusting.
For sure, they were doing that. Yeah.
Kyrie can't do this. People still say that today.
Yeah.
All right, the next super chat is from Hello 55. Oh, he already sent this one. Well, shout out to Hello for sending through the same super chat twice. Oh, he also said he just turned 23, by the way. He didn't say that in his
Old
last
people
one.
about my
Talking
boy,
about Ryan
Rollins.
Rollins.
I was trying to put you guys on the whole offseason. For whatever reason, you guys weren't trying to listen, but Ryan Rollins, yeah.
Yep. You got us, Morris.
Lock in. Another guy who peaked higher than Kobe.
Facts.
The next super chat is from Dub Ball Out Highlights. Dub said, Kenyon Martin better than Draymond on what planet?
That's I'd assume.
On Planet Ox? Shout out Planet Ox. Anna Monica Studios said, just to clarify, I wanted to cancel, but I decided to stay on and rejoin. You want to cancel your membership?
We're so grateful.
Anna Monica, you
Yeah.
were really considering canceling your memberships? Well, here's the thing, Anna Monica. If you do decide to do that, just don't slow down on the super chat production because you guide the conversation so much more. You see Swiper be having his head down. Mars be indifferential. Real talk just be yapping. Ox is emotional. So without your super chats, and chill. I won't even start with chill. Without your super chats, I just don't know what we.
You're always making sure you got a fresh
appreciate
bottle
you.
of Lubriderm on your desk. I agree.
I mean, I got the oil, the Lubriderm. I got the.
Which baby oil?
Hey,
Johnson Johnson? You got the Johnson.
only one to
No,
go
he
with.
black. He got shea moisture.
Hey,
Shea moisture, baby.
Hey,
oil.
that's the only. No, that one don't hit like that Johnson & Johnson. Hey, there'll be a certain somebody that gets out of jail and he'll tell you guys about the best ones to use. But in the meantime, Tough Bradley sent through a members chat. We got 2 more chat. Just hold your horses. We almost out of here. Tough Bradley said, "Who's the NBA player you dislike the most, just for basketball reasons? Give me Zaza, starting to become Ja."
Oh, it used to be Julius Randle with the Knicks. Not that anymore. I like his game now.
For me, the player I just can't stand is Draymond Green. I do not like Draymond.
I don't know. I don't go around thinking, who do I just hate? I don't know.
I can't stand that nigga. Tell you what.
It's the same. You Draymond too, Hawk?
Oh, I can't stand that.
Yeah, man. Yeah. Talk too much.
All right, y'all.
He talked like he was Steph. He stomp on niggas on the court. Like I don't know, bro. And he gets overrated, in my opinion. It's just the whole combination of
Yeah, that's because you're a casual. So.
facts, man.
The last super chat I got of the day is from Anna Monica Studios. You guys see what I mean when I say what I say about my man Anna Monica? Anna Monica said, "What's the Mount Rushmore of bad PC takes?"
What was the Bill
Bill
Russell?
Russell's a better player than Hakeem.
Yeah,
that's
that's up
number
there.
one. I don't think that can ever be topped.
Chris Webber, Jokic, that's definitely up
You
there.
don't even gotta go.
Chris
there.
Webber's better than Jokic is a bad one.
Yeah.
It's not Mount Rushmore.
Joakim Noah could shoot the
Chris Webber
three.
was a hell of a basketball player.
Bad one.
That's up there.
Joakim Noah could shoot the three is a bad one.
Magic better scorer than Luka.
That's up there.
I don't think that's Rushmore worthy.
Luka and Steph, both, peak Steph, by the way. Yeah.
Three
He
letters.
didn't say that.
Ron, you said a lot of things.
Did. He said Steph
letters.
shoot bad, but Magic score bad. That's what he said.
3 letters on this Mount Rushmore, and y'all know it. Just
What's that?
because of the magnitude of everything.
Rui?
Rui is absolutely on there. Just because of
I
the
don't
magnitude
think
of
so,
the
bro.
situation
I
and
don't-
everything.
I don't
I
know,
still-
man.
If that doesn't happen, they might have swept that. Now, if they would have lost, maybe that gets number one. But they thankfully won.
Wouldn't have got swept because I was still coming next. Like I was still.
Latrell Sprewell being a better defender than Dwayne Wade is an underrated, horrific.
Did you write them down? Did you write down the takes? Mars? No?
No, I just remembered him.
What was Ticket's worst take?
He didn't have any bad takes. It was
Oh, Kevin Garnett had himself as a teammate.
Oh
one of the-
yeah,
That's one of
was-
the.
It wasn't necessarily that Ticket's takes were bad. Ticket was just willing to die on any hill just for the sake of a debate and just for the sake of pride. Any hill.
What were they
personally, I ain't
debating?
gonna.
Was it KG versus Dirk?
Yeah,
KG
it was.
versus
It was
Yeah,
KG versus
yeah,
Dirk.
yeah.
I'm not gonna lie to y'all though. I personally think that peak Kawhi being better than peak Shaq is worse than Chris Webber being better than Jokic because Shaq.
I
is just
don't,
that
but I
much
think that's
better.
also a horrific take. Like
Shaq, but Shaq is that much better than everybody else at his peak. That is like,
But I think Kawhi is that much better than Chris Webber.
Whoa.
yeah, but there's a bigger gap between Shaq and Jokic.
But that's not even Pinn's second worst.
I don't know.
The one that was really
Kawhi
bad,
over Shaq is bad.
the Fred VanVleet defensive IQ Hakeem one was,
That's up there.
yeah, that
is
was
up
tough.
there.
I mean, that's you know what though. Stuff like that is so hard to prove that we don't know if that's a bad take.
Vita Sabonis over Kobe's a bad one. But,
That's a terrible one.
Cade
Oh,
Cunningham,
my
Cade Cunningham's
Respect
like
on
13th best player in the draft class.
Cade Cunningham's ceiling is like 6th man. That's
Yeah,
a bad one.
Man.
yeah.
Wait a second though, because look, Dion said Rui for best mid-range jump shot, right?
Yeah.
Was that as bad as Cowboy Bob
What did he say?
Franz
Last
most versatile
PCF?
defender.
with Franz for the defender?
Most versatile
You
defender.
can make a better argument for Rui than you could for Franz. I'll say that because at least Rui has some stats in his favor. Franz had nothing, so I'll say that. Oh,
That
but
was
yeah,
nasty.
Chill said Anthony Edwards a better defender than Draymond.
No,
I
I don't
remember
hate
him
that.
saying that.
No, I don't hate
That was-
that.
Are you
was a
guys
bad
seeing a
one.
common trend here?
I disagree. I
I'm
disagree.
not gonna say anything.
I do
Well, we
disagree,
did this
but-
last year. Chill had like a majority of the bad takes.
Yeah, there go Cowboy.
I mean, I said
Jalen.
Jalen Green was better than Michael Jordan at 21.
No, but you're trolling.
She was trolling. You can't just-
No, yeah. Well, Mars, your bag is like half and half now. You're definitely like we don't know when we know when you're being serious when you're not.
Nick Claxton better than Chris Bosh or something?
That's
to
not
that?
what he said.
Oh,
That's not what he said.
Hey,
no,
Terrible.
he said Chris Bosh is closer to Nick Claxton than who?
Absolutely.
Anthony Davis.
Absolutely.
Wait, no.
Timo
Penn
Cruz.
said
Absolutely.
Scotty Barnes is the He said what? He's the 3rd best player to play for the Raptors or some shit.
Yeah, better than
He said it was
DeMar,
like
better than
Kawhi,
Bosh.
Vince, and then Scotty Barnes was better than everyone else.
No, it's
something like
Kawhi,
that.
Vince, Kyle
Kyle
Lowry.
Lowry.
Kyle Lowry and then
Got
Scotty
it,
Barnes.
yeah.
He just
Tickets said
hates.
Dominique Wilkins is better than KD. He said AI is better than KD as well.
I don't hate that either. I don't agree, no, but I don't hate it. Like Dominique was nice.
Real talk. What's my worst take on here?
Oh, Dwayne Wade wasn't dominant is a bad one. Dwayne Wade
That
was
that was day one. That was day one for Jordan, right?
Dwayne
It
Wade
was.
wasn't
That was his first take. That was
Respectfully,
first take.
saying Rondo's better than Steve Nash is enough.
That was a day.
That's a great take, Morris.
Okay, Ox. I'm gonna leave that one alone. But D Wade wasn't dominant. Is a bad
Jamal Murray over Penny.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
that's
I
right.
remember
Okay,
that.
that's
I do
tickets
remember
only
that.
bad take. That's tickets only bad take.
All right,
what's your worst take?
I don't really remember your worst take.
We don't really remember.
Well, up here, I don't feel like I give a lot of Twitter. The 21 Twitter one is my worst one. I don't really, but bad takes up here, people disagree with for the most part. I don't know what I'll have to say that'd be disagree.
He was arguing that Shea was a better defender than Giannis a year ago.
That was in February when I first. That was 23 or, but that's 23 or 4. That was 24. That was 24 when I first came
I
on.
remember you doing that.
Swiper, you got to get a little.
I didn't say
edgy,
the
bro.
Spurs aren't a dynasty.
Okay.
Like the video's there. I didn't say that. I said they aren't definitively top 5. That's what
I don't know the way that
That's
the
right,
way
Morris.
the way the
That had
video
me
was
so
clipped.
pissed that day. I was
Yeah,
mad.
I don't know.
he was mad as hell.
I was pissed.
Yeah, I
that
said they
day.
aren't definitively top 5, and all of a sudden, like, shout out to the people who made the title because they put the Spurs on a dynasty. I never said that,
Yeah.
but it's cool.
You know, Swiper, you just got to live on the edge a little bit, bro. Make some takes.
Oh,
I
Wilt
do.
being a better
have a
passer
little
than
fun,
Jokic?
dog. Have a
Yeah,
little
that's
fun.
Did who?
Wilt being a better passer than Jokic is a bad one. That's
Oh, that was
That
bad.
is
Yeah.
a bad one. Yeah.
Nah, he was cooking with
He
that.
be Swiper get all his bad shit off on Twitter, and then he come on here and try to be reasonable, so it's not recorded. Because he's having a horrible take. It's fine. It's whatever.
Hey, Mars, that day the chat was on my line. They're like, man, Arch is a crybaby. Why was he so?
Yeah,
I was fucking
this is
heated.
debate show, and he don't want to debate.
I was fucking heated. I could not. I don't know why. I just had a bad day or something. I don't know. I woke up on the wrong side of the bed.
I still don't think the Spurs are definitively a top 5 dynasty, by the way, but they could be.
Oh man.
Like,
Oh,
they could be
D Wade wasn't definitively better than Manu
better
till
than Manu
09?
Ginobili. Yeah,
Yeah,
There's nothing
that's
wrong with
a
that
taker,
take.
man. That's a taker, man.
That's a great take.
that is wrong. D Wade was better than Ginobili from like damn near 05, but well, leave that. alone.
That's fine. We're gonna disagree. I'm
Yeah.
Manu Ginobili. Yeah, that's cool.
All right, fellas, we will be back tomorrow at the same time, same place with even worse takes. So you guys make sure to get here on time. Make sure you got your popcorn popped and all of that good stuff. Have your drinks ready. Make sure you are comfortable because I promise you, we got some bad takes on the way tomorrow.
Mark, Ron, we streaming on Thursday?
Streaming what?
The panel, nigga. What you mean? Streaming what?
Morris.
On Thanksgiving.
Do you care about Thanksgiving?
Is that?
I
do.
I just want to know. I'm not.
I'll be here whether I'm by myself or not. I don't know if you greedy niggas is gonna be at the
I
table.
won't be
eating,
here. Yeah,
But-
I won't be here. Go celebrate. You know.
But I know I'll be here. I know Damien's gonna be here because I know he's gonna be here. I know Penn's gonna be here because I know Penn's gonna be here. And yeah, it might just be me, Damien, and Penn. Who knows?
Real talk. Are you on tomorrow?
I'll be there. I'm just asking if we're going.
Tomorrow, no, I'm on Wednesday. I'm Monday. Wednesday.
When are you and Penn on again? Wednesday?
Together at the same
Can y'all
time?
can y'all do can I want to can Ron, can we schedule a debate between them for 5 minutes, please?
What?
Like in middle of the week debate.
Oh,
He
to
wants
see
Penn
if
to
Penn
beat
can
you
get
real
his
tough.
I want
He
Penn.
wants
I want
Penn
Penn to see if he can get back. Well, matter of fact, let me tell you, this is gonna sound crazy. Let's give Penn the topic. Real talk doesn't know the topic. let's handicap it.
Yeah, no,
Wait,
you guys
Swipe, are you
bad.
saying that's the
Swipe is
only way
disgusting.
Penn can beat real?
I don't know. It's a two. It's like a 2v1 in
I
wrestling.
still favor real talk.
We're gonna handicap it.
It's disgusting.
Black Friday. A Black Friday. Oh, matter of fact, 2 black men arguing on Black Friday about 2 black.
What?
Merry Christmas.
Yo, industry.
Hold on, wait. I got one more
bro.
super chat. Another super chat was snuck in by Seriously. Who farted? Seriously, who farted said, I literally said SGA and OKC are going insane. What more do you want? I'm delusional for thinking Luka is gonna cook next game. Then I'm delusional, I guess.
Ain't nothing wrong with a little delusion, bro. Ain't nothing wrong with that. It's healthy.
Merry Christmas.
It's healthy
Seriously,
to
you're
be a
not
little
delusional. These guys are delusional. But once again, we'll be back tomorrow, same time, same place with worst takes. In the meantime, make sure you click the link in the bio or scan this QR code. Download the Splash Sports app and do what you do there. Good luck getting that money in your bank account. I do every day.
Peace.
Real talk.